Enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
It's showtime.
Yeah, enough palaver.
Enough of that damn palaver.
Palaver.
What's going on with our hot chicks? Too many hot chicks are dying. That's how I want to start today's show.
Yeah.
Another hot chick bought it in what, like a library,
Like a bookstore,
Like a
kind
bookstore?
of a yeah.
at a college.
Yeah.
It's developing. Some gunman with a wig went in there
wearing a wig.
and murdered a hot
Yeah, and I was wearing big shoes. Now,
Murdered a who?
broad. A hot
some
chick.
It
Too many hot chicks getting killed lately.
Crazy white guy crime, though. This is a guy, looks like either ex-boyfriend,
Sure. Looks too creepy
new,
for an
new
ex-boyfriend.
boyfriend, or, yeah, it looks too creepy. Or what I think is probably infatuated guy.
I'm thinking stalker.
Stalker, because she was much too hot for him. He looked like a real creep.
Did they arrest him? They got him?
They got
Oh.
a great. They got a. He wore a wig as a disguise and shit, and then he shoots her or something, takes the wig off, throws it down, and does that old look right into the camera. Cheek, cheek. Got him.
Why did he take the wig off?
Take the wig.
Why would he murder her?
You want to look?
Yeah, you're right.
you
I
wanna
am
look
focusing
silly.
on the weird part.
Yeah, what a nut! Why take that wig off?
Why did he take the path? It's cheaper to... How stupid am I?
He's on the lam.
Yeah, they'll get him though.
Of course they will.
Will kill
Pretty
himself.
quickly, I'm sure.
So we got that going on. And then we got a cow that was supposed to be butchered that got out of the slaughterhouse and was wandering around Queens yesterday.
Yeah, we'll get him back and butcher him.
And now, you know what's going to happen? This cow was a nobody.
Yeah.
But now that it's on the front page of the paper, it's got a name. What's the name? I don't have the paper in front of me. Molly or
Ted?
something.
Oh.
Lady Trucker. Yeah, what do they call it? Molly the cow.
All right, so now Molly the cow will not be
No, butchered. No.
butchered.
It's a very fine line, isn't it?
Yes.
It doesn't take much for us to go, what a delicious steak, and don't kill poor Molly.
Right.
Give it a name, and that's
Right.
it.
Yeah, it's either a steak or the rest of your life at a petting zoo with kids petting you.
Please, the cow's name is Molly. Don't hurt my cow.
Yeah.
No?
No,
Well, I didn't, I don't get it.
Well, that was
thought it was-
Silence of the Lambs. My cow's name is Molly. That's smart.
Oh, my
That's
God.
smart. Saying the cow's name.
What became of Molly? She was heavy. She was so heavy.
Made your udders tough. It toughened your udders, didn't it? Nice hide.
Multiple migs threw milk in her eye.
no, it would be
Elsie hissed at you.
That would be great with this Molly story. Bring her right back into the slaughterhouse and
that's
slaughter her.
Molly Steaks.
We know how this story ends, but how about we change it up? We change it
Yeah.
up. We bring Molly back to where she's supposed to be and make her into a fine, fine steak.
The thing is, if it's a cow
Yeah.
going to the slaughterhouse, I would assume it's for other byproducts other than like steaks and stuff, because we use steers.
Oh.
Cows are
Oh,
like
yeah, you're right.
for milk and whatnot. This doesn't look like a milk cow. This looks like a grinded up for dog food. Hoofs for glue, the tongue for some foreign country delicacy, the nose for just a laugh. You put it on your own nose and go, moo. See if you can put your tongue in it like they do.
So you're trying to tell me that some of these animals get slaughtered for crappy stuff?
Just to feed more animals.
See, that used to always make me feel good. You see the steers or whatnot in the fields, and you're like, all right, at least they're being slaughtered for a nice steak.
Yeah.
Something nice. I didn't
Nice
know they
ribeye.
I didn't know they were like slaughtering these things for
Oh, yeah.
for horrible.
Some they just use. Maybe that's a nice leather jacket sitting there that, ain't going to be a jacket
Not
anymore.
no more. You watch this story.
Yeah.
By tomorrow, she's going to be, safe at a petting zoo
People are
in the
gonna
country.
Yeah. People are going to love Molly. Go on tour. PETA's probably going to be all over this. See? They do. People do love the animals. They don't want to eat meat. Never hear about a piece of cauliflower escaping and not being eaten. We don't really care about the cauliflower.
You know, I how do we know?
It's a whole nother life form, isn't it?
We look at this world through our eyes, but
Yes.
let's say there is a God, and I really...
There's no God.
There's a story in the paper. Maybe you could go down
Oh,
that road,
yeah,
and then I'll
yeah.
get back to my God theory.
Yeah, this proves that there is no God.
These
We've
stories
said this
pop
before.
up, and,
Yeah.
and you got to question your faith.
Every so often,
Simple as that.
you gotta question it because I don't care about this working in mysterious ways kind of bullshit. This just ain't right. An avid Irish bicyclist.
Okay.
Who traveled the globe.
Okay.
On his bicycle.
All right.
Raising money for charities. You think he was given an award? Is that what this story is going? Is that where the story is going?
What kind of charities?
You got a flat?
All kinds. He got a flat tire, and he didn't have that roughing up the tube tool that screws onto the top of the tire kit. He didn't have patch glue. Yeah. He all kinds of charities. My God, he's been all over the world. Newfoundland, Canada. Rode in Paris, Moscow, Tokyo, and a slew of other world cities. It was he'd pick a charity and bike along subway routes to promote it, and then do these bike rides and make all kinds of money. All kinds of funds. I mean, for multiple charities. This guy, a true charitable person, using his love of bicycling, I guess, to make some money.
Nice.
That's the end of the story. We could go on to other things now. So what were you saying?
We should keep it that way.
Just leave it nice,
We
right?
should keep it all nice and happy.
Leave it
today.
a happy story.
Why don't we do a whole show where it's all nice and happy?
Yeah.
Like we announced that face transplant woman, the swelling went down.
Oh, the swelling went down and she's a babe.
And she's a babe. She's
yeah,
beautiful.
that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Well, he was in Queens. On one of the legs of his bike ride.
Don't you tell me it's Queens Boulevard.
No.
The Avenue of Death.
No. He was pedaling along Jamaica Avenue and Lefferts Boulevard in Richmond Hill. What do you think? All right, he was hit by a vehicle. This is tragic.
Okay.
Was it one of those little minis? Was it a mini? Was it one of those smaller European ones that you see around now? Mm. And he kind of knocked off and went, yeah, what are you doing? I
fractured a leg or something?
Yeah.
What happened?
He was hit by a 10-wheel dump truck.
That's terrific. That's terrific.
Yeah. Witnesses say they came up to see a guy trapped under one of the giant truck wheels.
Jesus. And all this guy was trying to do with his life was good.
Be charitable.
For others.
Wait, trapped alive or dead?
Well, it doesn't quite say. It does say this, though. He was pronounced dead at the hospital.
Oh.
So he could have been under that wheel going, oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
This sucks.
Oh, boy.
This sucks to be me about now.
Yeah.
So there it is, the charitable guy. You'd think the Lord would be looking down all favorable upon him and go, you know something? There's a truck coming over here. Mm-hmm. Because God knows everything.
Yeah, he could.
Because here's the bicyclist. Let me take some time off from helping this sports team out from this guy that was praying for that. Fucking delusional idiots. And maybe I'll divert the 10-wheel dump truck and save this charitable bicyclist.
Even as a young sports fan, when the athlete thanked God and stuff,
God, please,
I would think to myself, but there are people on the other team that believe in God too.
Yeah. People believe in God. Why?
And
God decide?
And God doesn't pick favorites. Supposedly,
God, please get the Yankees out of this slump that they're in, God, because it's really they're under 500, and then there's somebody else with terminal cancer praying, God, please cure me of this disease so I could take care of my children. Is God gonna be like, go Yanks? They got a new ballpark?
I think sometimes he says, go Yanks.
I got to go with the Yankees on this one.
I think sometimes he just says, go Yanks.
Hey, you got to perform the miracle for the Yankees. I'm not going to sit there and give a cancer patient a cure when the Yankees are in the hole. They're under 500. I got a new park. It's embarrassing, quite frankly. The Mets over 500. And Joe Torre's out there in California with the Dodgers. 13 wins in a row at home, a new record. God's got to go with the baseball team.
We're talking to Mad God.
Mad God.
What's up, Mad God?
I'm here with our God with the big beard.
Right. Why didn't you save the bicyclist? That's very charitable.
God's a Yankee fan. God's always been a Yankee fan. He loved the pinstripes.
Yeah.
And the poor fucking people that are sick are praying.
Everyone's praying.
Does anyone see the hypocrisy and just the this doesn't quite work out right thing there.
Can we get a montage of God stuff?
There is no God.
From sports athletes?
What was his name? My name's
Mad God.
In Caddyshack.
Not Mr. Peepers.
My name's
my Fred.
Yeah. My name's Fred.
I'm a man
just like you.
Yeah, good old Fred.
You're a man of God. There is no God.
He's at the bar just
drunk.
I think I got to go watch that movie now again.
That's a good one, Judge. Did you hear the one about the colored boy, the priest, and the rabbi?
Oh, colored boy.
Why, you son of a man?
Wow, so he wrecked his shoes. Ooh.
Oh.
Wow, you really got him back.
He certainly did.
For that off-colored joke. Speaking of crashing, what the fuck is going on in Midtown? We can't get to work anymore because they're filming movies?
Well, this cursed movie.
What is it, a Nicolas Cage
Nicolas
movie?
Cage is in.
Well, any movie that Nicolas Cage is in is a cursed movie.
Cursed.
When was the last time this fucking guy had a hit?
They should make something called The Real Face Off and just have that woman stare into a camera for 2 hours as you sit in the theater and scream like Homer. There were 2 accidents in a row. Like one night of filming, they had a car wreck, and then there was some kind of accident. I guess the day before yesterday or yesterday.
Yeah,
the Nicolas Cage movie. People can't just can't get that together.
I think it was yesterday morning. Let's go to the news story real fast here.
Is The Sorcerer's Apprentice cursed? No, not the classic Disney movie, but this car-filled, accident-plagued new Sorcerer's Apprentice, filming now in Manhattan, including Times Square. Just this morning, a wild accident near the movie shoot, the second car crash this week involving the production. A publicist tells me 8 crew members, including production assistants and possibly an assistant director, briefly hospitalized.
I was coming straight down, and a taxi cut in front of me, so I had to avoid it.
Yeah, we were trying to avoid the yellow taxi that was about to hit us because he didn't signal.
Police say both vehicles jumped the curb where crew members were sitting under a marquee.
Did that dummy just say that we had to jump out of the way of a cab because it didn't signal? I think the cab realized, holy shit.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure.
I'm avoiding something.
I'm not sure if they're the drivers of the other vehicle. Didn't it kind of sound like? No, I
don't know.
I'm not sure what happened there.
Whatever. What?
Screw them.
We'll cut our losses. There are a couple, crashes in Midtown as they film this movie, and I don't believe in that curse thing either.
No,
do you? I just call it bad luck.
Cursed movies and cursed TV shows.
Cursed teams.
Cursed, yeah. There was what was the famous cursed TV show?
Why would God curse the Red Sox because they traded Babe Ruth?
God doesn't curse. The devil curses.
All right.
Or devil. A witch or a Wiccan. A Wiccan.
Who does the cursing?
Who curses? We do. Fuck.
It's not connected to God. It's
boo.
Abba.
They throw out the first boo of the day.
What's the answer to that? If there's a curse, who's doing the cursing?
I think I
made a mistake by saying God, but
I think it's just a natural occurrence when something evil is happening that the nature, the trees, the air, the ground, fire, all that kind of witchy stuff
gets energy
together. Dark energy.
Let's call it dark energy.
All right.
Give me a bill.
I certainly will. It comes up and just curses something.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't believe in that cursed stuff.
What movie or show was it that they constantly are saying is cursed?
They said, this is Danny. They say that's the original Superman was cursed.
Superman!
All right.
Actually, not even just the original show, but that entire franchise of Superman is cursed.
You know what, though?
Why would
but
that
only for
have to be
Superman.
Cursed?
Lois Lane is still alive, the original Lois Lane.
But she's nuts and she was arrested for being naked behind someone's bushes.
Not her.
That's
the original
Margot
one
Kidder.
From the series. The one from the television series. That old bat. And I think the original Cub reporter there.
Jimmy Olsen.
Jimmy Olsen.
What's wrong with him?
I think he's still alive from the series.
Oh, yeah.
And then Jimmy Olsen from the movie, the Superman movies that they made with Christopher Reeve. That Jimmy Olsen is still on TV. You see him every so often pop up in commercials and stuff. Margot Kidder is alive, but yes, she did go batshit.
It's also a career killer because the guy that used to play him on that old TV show on ABC Dean Cain.
Dean Cain.
He's nowheres.
Yeah.
He's nowheres. He was
Because
hosting.
he was a horrible actor.
But I mean, he
says you.
But that show was gaining some popularity. At some
Dude, he
time.
was a pretty boy that they threw in a TV show.
That was a pretty hit.
It was a
big
hit
show.
show. It was a big show.
I
Yeah, I
never
understand
partook, but
And Brandon Routh, who was the guy that did exactly, who was in Superman Returns. I mean, he had zero career after that.
George Reeves did fine, though.
yeah, right up until he blew his brains out.
Well, that's what started the curse, supposedly.
Whatever comedian did the joke faster than a speeding bullet, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Some comic did that. Fucking makes me laugh.
Did you ever see the movie about Superman at Hollywoodland?
I haven't. I watched part of it and I didn't watch it anymore.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was on a plane. Was it good?
Was it good?
It wasn't bad. It kind of speculates, though, that perhaps it wasn't a suicide and kind of a murder angle in there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it was kind of,
Well, they have to do that, or
those
the
things.
movie wouldn't be that good.
Ben Affleck, though, it's amazing. In certain scenes, he looks just like the motherfucker.
Really?
And Ben Affleck looked nothing like, what was his name? George Reeve.
George Reeves, right.
It was George Reeve and Christopher Reeves.
You think they're doing a little morphing with the movie making?
I don't know. It was
Just
weird.
Some slight morphing just to make it look a little more like the guy.
They definitely had some prosthetics on him.
Right.
And I think that worked really well. And the coloring and everything. And he looked kind of dumpy in his stupid Superman suit because he didn't want to wear a muscle padded suit. So he thought he'd be able to work out. And you watch those old things, and his Superman shorts are up to his nipples. He's got that big red belt. He just looks silly.
He's had a few too many desserts.
Yeah.
Just a slight paunch.
He looks silly.
Superman shouldn't have a paunch.
That was cursed. Hogan's Heroes, another cursed series.
And Travis was just telling me that apparently there's a poltergeist curse as well.
Yeah, that was the one. Okay, thank you. That's the big cursed movie because the kids died. You had that the older sister who was in it for 2 seconds in the first movie, and she
Dominique
got
Dunn.
killed. Yeah, she got killed by her boyfriend.
Yeah,
or
died after being
ex-boyfriend.
strangled by a jealous boyfriend in 1982.
Yep.
Choked. Her father writes for Vanity Fair.
That's right.
And he does some stuff for like the old court TV and stuff. And then the little girl in Poltergeist, the little blonde girl.
Had some rare disease, right?
She had not even a rare disease. It was something that was completely curable that they just fucking misdiagnosed for so long. She had like a twisted intestine or something.
Now, it says here that it says at 12, she died at 12 after what doctors initially described as an acute form of the flu, but it was later changed to septic shock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She had twisted intestine.
And she was like,
the shit
poisoned
leaked
her.
out into her system.
And it poisoned her.
That's what I said.
She had duty blood?
She had duty blood.
Acute bowel obstruction.
It does sound
See?
adorable, but that's not important.
If they would have diagnosed that right, you could have just like popped it out. If you look at her in the last Poltergeist she made, she has the face like the transplanted face lady.
Yeah, she's all
It's all
bloated and
fat
stuff.
from medication and everything because they just misdiagnosed it completely.
And they wanted to keep that franchise alive, so they're like, get out there.
And you hear the stories. The poor kid was like, "I'm sick. I don't feel good." And they're just like, "Get in front of the camera.
Right.
Just sit there and
We
make
need a
believe
good
you're
take.
okay."
Yeah. All right. Let's say hi to Matt and Baldwin. Matt.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey there,
man.
Matt.
You know, like the guy hit by the truck. A lot of times when you get crushed by a tire or pinned between a train platform and a train when they lift it off. But you're alive because whatever's obstructing you keeps your body and all your blood flowing.
Movie.
that part.
He's using movie knowledge right now.
No.
I'm
sure there are. Look.
Hold on.
I'm sure there are instances.
Was there a
it happens.
case with somebody trapped between the actual subway and the subway
Space
platform?
Yeah.
Yeah, they call it a space case. And you get your body, your torso gets twisted. And you could talk to the guy for like however long. Like I've seen
Forever.
people say it till the family gets there.
Dude,
and then once you
so why don't they just close down the subway station and make that his home?
his home, right? Yeah.
Set up a nice TV and stuff. All right, why do a bit?
Why?
I'll just push buttons. Stupid Matt.
You there?
Not anymore. You lost me.
Oh.
You can talk to these guys.
What's your first name? Door. I know Jimmy's got that. You didn't say that look on his face.
Well, Matt, it's just short for Matt Pugh.
You okay?
Yeah, Matt. I don't know what you're saying is true or not. We're gonna try to find out. I sort of remember a case with I think it was a woman that was trapped. And
Yeah,
so
it was between a Jeep and a tree.
Oh, is that what you heard?
Yeah, and then the husband came over, and he used to be a priest, as a matter of fact.
Nope, wait.
What?
God damn you. I can't remember which one it was.
And no, he was able to talk to his wife for a while. And it was so strange because from what I hear, and a friend had told me this, so it's secondhand, she gave him information that he was actually later able to use to help save his family.
Wow.
And he was able to say goodbye to her at that point, and she did die.
It's funny, there's video of that, too.
I think the last word she said, and I don't know what it means or anything because I don't know the details, was swing away. I believe that was it. Swing away. Yeah. Just an interesting story I heard secondhand from somebody. Wow. Signs.
Signs? I'm so lost.
I knew it was something. I couldn't remember what.
Yes.
And you're right, dude, about it closing up the... when you get pinned, that's why when I show those horrible videos I've seen of guys being pinned, they're breathing because it's like a tourniquet.
Right.
They're alive.
I would assume certain parts of your body are crushed, that's going to happen. But if certain parts are crushed to the point where you're bleeding out, then you're just going to die. You know, or if your rib cage gets crushed, you're fucking dead. Like pelvic crushing, I guess, you could just know, hey,
Yep.
like fucking from the pelvis down looks like a meat grinder, but hi.
Can
I get a burger? A cigarette and some beer.
And a pillow and a fucking...
a hooker with AIDS.
A phone line.
It doesn't matter.
And I saw the footage that when I saw it, the creepy part is that the body is like ripped and scattered along where the tire had been.
Yeah.
But the guy was pinned under this, and he was breathing, and he was looking around, and the people there, that you could see his intestines were scattered. They put like some kind of a covering so he couldn't look at his own innards.
Don't look at that.
It was so fucking hilarious.
Oh, God.
That was terrible.
That's horrendous.
But the subway footage I saw was a guy. It was one of the Faces of Death movies, and it was a dude who had been pinned. But they're all fake, except this one looked real. This was like from the third one, I think.
Yeah, we got to do some research because I kind of remember it as a real story.
Faces of Death had some real instances in it, but it was usually after the fact.
Like
they showed a plane crash, an old what was the old airlines, PSA or something like that, plane crash, or Piedmont, and there were body limbs scattered all over a residential neighborhood where you would look and see a torso, a naked fucking torso with no legs, arms, or head, and it was there. There was an arm on someone's roof. It just was horrific footage. But that monkey head thing where they're beating the monkey over the head with the hammer and smiling, and then they eat the monkey brains, that's just so fake.
They're all fake, dude, except for like the executions are fake.
It was still good for the time.
Yeah. The orgy is fake.
Yeah,
dude, what's your Faces of Death? Come over my house. I got a copy of Faces of Death.
That was before we had the rocket internet, my friends.
Come on, dude. No way.
Yeah.
That's real.
The guy who plays the orgy guy in the Face of Death, leading the orgy, I think that's the director.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Michael B. Gross, at the end, they get the doctor who plays Michael B. Gross, at the end, they give you his real name.
His real name, because it wasn't Michael B. Gross. His last name is Gross. They should have had Mickey Dolenz in the middle of the table. And you smash his head apart with a hammer.
Let's say
eat his walnut brain.
Let's say hi to Eric in Jersey.
Eric. What's his name? Eric. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
What's up, boys?
What's up, man?
Hey.
What's up, guys?
Hey.
Speak and be spoken to.
You're up.
Oh, what's going on, guys?
Hey.
You said
Jesus. Eric,
let's go.
Talk.
What's up?
Shut the fuck up. Yeah, the fourth what's up was funny, but it ended his call.
Let's say hi to Dave and Philly. We're talking about curses, I guess. Dave.
Morning.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, there's a curse on the Golden Girls.
How is that?
They're all dying.
Yeah. They're fucking old. Yeah.
Later.
We had a celebrity death yesterday. We didn't even mention it.
Who?
DeLuise.
Oh, Dom DeLuise.
Dom DeLuise died, 75 years old.
Yeah, what a fat queen he was. Allegedly.
We have audio, Dom, right? Dom DeLuise in Fatso.
Fatso.
Remember that movie? It was the only movie he really headlined.
Hey, Fatso.
Get off the fat jokes! Mel Brooks in History of the World. Dom DeLuise was funny in History of the World.
He was,
Watch this!
Good friends.
You look like a bucket of shit.
Good friends with Burt Reynolds.
Yes, him and Burt. The outtakes. Who wouldn't sit and watch the credits of any movie and not love the outtakes?
What? I don't care. I don't care. Stop laughing. I don't care because you're gonna get slapped.
That was a fucking funny scene. Burt Reynolds was smacking him in the face so hard in the middle of his line. And then there was a point where he goes, I don't want to say it. And Burt's winding up to smack him.
Yeah, we should get the long...
In the middle of the line, he just smack his fat fucking face.
We should get the long version of that clip.
It is really funny.
For a while. Cannonball.
Cannonball Run. Cannonball Run.
More women! More wine! More! Okay, faggot, what's next?
What a great quote. That has to be in the replay machine.
That is a great replay clip, man. Okay, faggot, what's next?
Okay, just watch me. It's so simple, you sissy Marys. Give me the playback and watch me, faggot.
Throw out your hand, stick out your tush, and on your hip. Give 'em a push. You'll be surprised you're doing the French mistake. Voila!
Ant and I were discussing Blazing Saddles yesterday.
Blazing
before the
Saddles.
Show. I don't even acknowledge that scene was in the movie.
That whole part of the movie where they're in the studio.
They're not in the Wild Wild West anymore.
And then they cut back to the Wild West.
Yeah.
And then you just continue.
The movie ends just before that, in my eyes. I always shut it off. What the fuck were they doing? They're like, we got to end this thing somehow.
Yeah, what do we do?
They just couldn't come up with an ending for the movie.
Yeah. I think it worked for the time. People were like, oh, look, they're in a movie studio. I've never seen this before.
Yeah, you might be right.
They did the same thing in Pee-wee's Big Adventure, I think.
Right.
Yeah. They were going through the movie studio. But they acknowledged that they were in a movie studio in Blazing Saddles, which is weird.
Going through the cafeteria. I don't know.
It's like a conceptual thing that works better conceptually, but when you see it, you're like, you didn't need to do that.
No, because it was a great comedy. It was one of the best up to that point. A lot of movies are like that, though. If you think about it, Caddyshack's ending is horrendous.
Oh, yeah. They just blow up the golf course. What?
They just blow up everything. That was horrendous.
Yeah.
And then what, Rodney? Hey, everyone, we're going to get laid. It's like...
funny line to go out on. It's hysterical.
But it has nothing to do...
Moose Rocco, help the judge find his wallet, his checkbook. Yeah.
But it really has nothing to do with the movie at that point. It's just...
No.
It turns into an action flick all of a sudden, or I don't know.
Kind of hard to end a goofball comedy legitimately with a storyline ending. How did Airplane end? Oh, yeah, they just kind of took off. The inflatable co-pilot took off with the other inflatable pilot and just kind of took off. It was a stupid ending, too. Dan?
Yes.
Didn't it, turn to the camera and wink or something?
It winked to the camera and then took off.
I was reading, replies on Twitter last night. We missed a really good one. Someone said that face plant.
Oh, yeah.
Looked like the autopilot.
The autopilot
in Airplane.
In Airplane, yeah. I could see it. Boy, she looks like a lot of things, but
Patrice's
not a person.
His Easter Island fucking headline was the one. I was like, God, that was the one.
You could hack that off and just put it in the dirt up there, and no one would know the better. Yeah, that is.
I refuse to feel guilty about what we did yesterday.
It's a comedy show.
There you go. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you might want to Google image.
And Otto as himself.
Yeah, Otto, that's right, Otto. Very
Otto
good.
as himself.
Otto.
Yeah, oh, God.
That's her face.
And introducing it was Otto's first movie.
I hated that fucking that little thing in the hedgehog.
Gopher.
Hated that.
You needed it as Bill Murray's foil, though.
It wasn't cute. Fucking ruined the movie for me. It stunk.
Did it? Yeah.
It wasn't necessary.
It was
to make it cute.
It was needed for Bill Murray.
Yeah, but don't make it cute. Let him kill it at the end.
Well, that's true. It just
dance.
Fucking dance.
Stunk.
Yeah, we danced. You didn't like the little dance, Jimmy?
No one did. Even the guy who animated that didn't like it.
Animated
fixed it, whatever he did.
It was a puppet.
Boo to the puppet.
Back in 19.
Yeah, they were using puppets. What year was that movie? 80
green
maybe?
Screen in that one. I think it was 80.
I'll go with 80.
Yeah.
Caddyshack.
No, it was 91.
Oh, okay.
And by the way, if you look really closely, the golf course they used was a public golf course, which is horrendous.
Is it really?
Really bad shape.
Ooh.
Because no country club was willing to give up, give up their golf course for a movie shoot.
Except the shitty public one.
Yeah, so the shitty public course goes, yeah, you can use our place. There you go. There's the split screen on Faceplant Lady and Otto from Airplane.
Oh, God, the autopilot. Oh, fuck.
Oh, that
Inflate
lady.
by pulling out her trach tube and blowing into it. Poor lady.
Yeah.
With her big fat jowls. Why couldn't they just cut those jowls off? What's back there? Can't be her jawbone.
I think that's just all swelling.
You think it's...
Maybe she...
That ain't swell.
Maybe she should have just stayed away for another month or two.
Maybe she should have fucking ducked.
Good point. Well, now she'll get a facelift. Pull all that back.
Yeah. Tie it
Eric.
up in a fucking topsy tail.
Animal House has a good ending. Animal House, gets all crazy, too.
Animal House gets crazy with the parade and this, but it does have kind of a, this is what happened to this person
I like that
ending.
part. Absolutely. I like that part of the movie.
I don't like when dramas have those endings where they tell what happened to the people and it's not a true story. It's like, don't fucking, don't tell me what happened there.
Right.
You know what did that? And it ruined the movie. I liked the movie Unbreakable. I like it. That was M. Night Shyamalama Ding Dong. Did that one with Bruce Willis.
Sure.
And he couldn't be hurt. And Samuel L. Jackson, and he was Mr. Glass. I liked the movie. And then at the end, it's like, they showed the little graphic, and he's now in a prison for the criminally insane.
Oh, right. You don't like when they do
Bruce
that?
Willis is not in movies that aren't comedies. You could get away with it. Like Animal House was funny because
they're
Bluto
goofing.
Senator Bluto Blutarsky, Whereabouts Unknown on D-Day, things like that were kind of cool, kind of funny. Gynecologist, Hollywood gynecologist.
They're just goofing on the fact that is done.
Yeah.
in documentaries and stuff.
Yeah, that was cool. They did it in Stripes also through the little magazine covers, Newsweek magazine and Tiger Beat and stuff like that.
Stripes, another movie that fell apart.
Beginning of Stripes,
It's
great.
amazing.
Once they go on that mission, it just gets ridiculous.
Right.
It's not funny anymore. It's hysterically funny when the two of them, before they go in the army, Bill Murray and
Harold Ramis.
Yeah, Harold Ramis, are just bums laying around, and he's like, they're trying to do the push-ups for money. He goes, well, that's none. It's hysterical. And they ask him, are any of you two homosexuals? And they look at each other all sexy, and you mean like flaming?
Right.
that shit is brilliant. And then they go on a mission, and there's gunfire.
The Russians.
Yeah, the Russians. And
One funny moment from the mission, though, is when the guy goes, he gives you guns. Okay, boys, pass them up. John.
Okay, that was good when he opens up the back of the truck and they're both pointing the guns, and then he just goes, "Okay, pass them up front. We'll get them out. Here you go, fella."
Yeah, fucking John Candy was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
He was funny in everything he did.
Yes, he was.
And
American
he was in
Graffiti.
a bunch of bombs.
American Graffiti was another movie that ended with all the what happened to the people.
Oh, right.
Since it's a period piece, you kind of, and they didn't know they were making a horrid sequel, I guess, at the time. You didn't know what happened to these people. So it kind of, sealed it up and finished it up for you. And then when you find out that, the cool guy gets killed by a drunk driver, that was kind of like, oh, fuck, you know.
But maybe you just don't like how they did it in Unbreakable.
No, because there have been other movies, and I wish I could get some examples. It's unnecessary. It's like, just end the movie. I'll assume, these two are arch enemies, and something happens.
I gotta watch that. I gotta watch that Unbreakable again. I remember it being like it took too long to get to the whole.
Well, I wanted to do an M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong parody on something where it's just a movie called Going to Bed, and it's somebody walking up the stairs, and the wife is downstairs, and it's actually a piece that's kind of in Unbreakable, and it just takes forever. And there's long just shots of people doing nothing. And the guy just goes, "I'm going to bed." And she looks at him, and the shots go back and forth, but take forever. And she goes, "Good night." And he slowly walks up the stairs. There are periods with no dialogue where people are staring, sitting in a park bench. And that's an M. Night Shyamalan shot.
Ding dong. Canadian Bacon. John Candy wasn't funny in that one.
I didn't see that one.
Staten Island.
That
one I don't remember.
That's the one where Canada declares war on the United States so they could lose so that the United States gives them money.
Wasn't that really late in John Candy's career, I believe?
Yeah.
One of the last things
I think Alan Alda was in that, too.
I think you're right.
Yes. Who's the dude from MASH that said he's gay?
What?
I saw it on one of the...
I hope it's not David Ogden Stiers.
Oh, Klinger? He actually...
Harry Morgan?
Harry Morgan. I like a good dick.
And not white.
They had a picture...
pussy, horse hockey.
Yeah. I want Spear Chucker Jones to fuck my face.
He's there with his horse out back. Oh, now hold her steady, Radar. And don't let it slip all the way in.
I hate the fact that Sophie has a pussy. Stupid horse.
Next scene is Honeycutt stitching up the old Colonel's ass.
Travis saying it's Major Frank Burns.
Larry Linville? He's been dead for years.
No, this is... They showed a picture of the guy. He's an older dude now. I didn't even recognize him. They never said his name.
If he's alive, show me the picture. I'll know who he is.
I think he's 65, 66 years old.
It's not Larry Linville.
He's got like...
David Ogden? Stiers?
Okay. I first guess
that sounds familiar.
David Ogden
Stiers.
Stiers. He was,
Gentleman, Charles Emerson Winchester.
He was on the
III.
replaced...
Frank.
Ferret face. Old ferret face.
Yeah, that guy.
Charles Winchester.
Oh, my God. Winchester was gay, is gay.
That's not a surprise, though, really. Gentleman. He would never talk about chicks.
Wait, that's Winchester?
Yeah, that's Winchester.
Fucking unrecognizable.
Take the glasses off.
Don't forget, the show's been off since 1983.
Yeah.
He's been off the air
Holy
for
shit.
93. He's been off the air for 26 years, that show ended.
God damn.
Yeah, David Ogden Stiers.
Wow.
Did he come out, or did somebody out him?
Yeah, he just said...
Just stepped right out of the old closet, huh?
I think he said he wanted to get into a relationship or something. I don't know.
Website gossip came out of the closet in an interview with the website gossipboy.com. Gossipboy.com. If you're on gossipboy.com, Stiers says he hasn't always been comfortable talking about his personal life, but he felt that now's the right time.
Now that he's 80.
I wish to spend my life's twilight being just who I am. I could claim noble reasons as coming out in order to move gay rights forward, but I must admit it is far more selfish reasons. Now is the time I wish to find someone and do not desire to force any potential partners to live a life of extreme discretion with me. So he's sick of just running around getting a strange cock, wants to settle down. Gayness is for the young.
Yeah, that's...
The sexual gayness for the young. The old guys, if they want to live together and stuff.
The actual act.
The act of just pounding another man's ass.
Keep the ass fucking for the young.
Is for the young.
Actually, that goes no matter who you're having sex with.
Well, this is true. I mean, look at that's true. Guys, girls, whatever. Yeah, let's open it up to everybody. It's just for the young.
Ass fucking is for the young.
Ass fucking. Oh, I think we just found another picture of whose head that woman, space transplant, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Overrated movie, that stupid Ghostbusters.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yes,
God.
it was.
Just shows you how talented Bill Murray is when he feels like doing a comedy.
Not anymore.
Instead of these artsy pictures he's doing these days.
Art pieces and getting DeLuise on golf carts.
Yeah, just letting down.
So wild.
Letting down all his fans, basically. All of them.
I never loved Bill Murray. I mean, I think he was very funny.
I loved him growing up.
At the time, hysterical.
Yeah, I agree. And then some of the artsy shit he did wasn't bad.
For artsy shit.
But then he went deep artsy.
Yeah.
Like real deep. There was a movie that came out last week no one saw. It's in the artsy theaters and no one's even going there to see it.
You watch him and you're like, what did I just watch?
Right.
What happened?
What was the movie where...
Was there a story?
And what did he whisper to Scarlett Johansson at the end of that fucking movie? Did we ever figure it out?
The movie didn't tell you, but she said in an interview.
She did?
Yeah, she said, Bill Murray said, I would love you to shit in my mouth.
What the fuck was the name of that movie? It was so... it was almost good.
Wait.
Lost in translation.
Yeah.
Yes, Lost in translation. And the reason it was
so
almost
hot.
good, because you just were just drooling over Scarlett Johansson in that movie, especially.
Well, when was the last time Bill Murray was funny?
Groundhog Day was great. I could still watch that movie over and over again. Oh, God, stop it, Anthony.
I think Kingpin was it for me.
Kingpin?
I was out after Kingpin.
Was that before or after
What do you make
Groundhog
after
Day?
Kingpin?
Well, Kingpin, I think, was 96.
Uh-huh.
So then after that, he did Larger Than Life.
Nope.
The Man Who Knew Too
Nope.
Little. Wild Things.
Nope.
With Friends Like These.
Nope.
Rushmore.
No.
Rushmore was a good movie.
No.
I liked it.
No. It's another one of those movies where it's like, it's too cool for the room movie, sorry.
No, but that was the start of...
Sorry, don't get it, yeah?
That was the start of too cool for the room movies he was making. He was sort of on the cusp.
Yeah.
Like I was in as far as Rushmore goes. I have to say. And then he went deep into the arts stuff.
That's exactly it. Right after Rushmore, that's when he got into all that stuff. Because then then he did Hamlet.
Nope.
Royal Tenenbaums, Osmosis Jones, Lost in Translation, Coffee and Cigarettes. Life Aquatic.
Life Aquatic was like, I heard shit about that movie. I watched and went, fuck, what did I waste my time on that for?
I watched it twice because I thought I missed something.
No.
And I realized after the second viewing, I didn't miss a thing.
You didn't miss shit.
The Darjeeling Limited.
No.
What?
Exactly.
No.
What happened to him? He's the guy that did the lounge singer to Star Wars.
Right.
What happened?
I'm not sure if Lost in Translation.
I guess he grew up. Who are we to judge?
And what
it's
else?
boring. Lost in Translation is boring.
You know, I wouldn't. Yeah, people look at our earlier work, Opie, and I think it was genius. When I was stuck in that box doing the mime act, people say to me, "Now, why is Anthony so serious now?" And he was so wacky, goofy, and funny then.
Why do you have to?
Skateboarding, as a matter of fact, on a half pipe.
I didn't see that one.
Well. Is
that up?
Why, Jimmy? Because it's new to you. I watched it last night.
I haven't seen it.
Before I went to sleep. Look, it gave me nightmares.
Look, I downplay it, but I was a skateboarding legend.
Oh, yeah.
And I grew out of it because the skateboarding's for the young.
And it's true.
I had to move on from my skateboarding days.
It's got to be true because it's on video.
That's right.
My favorite moment so far, though, is honestly you walking across the street. Just that little angry.
It's a darn.
Yeah, it just made me laugh.
It's a darn move. Darn.
Can we see the skateboard one? I've not watched that.
Well, it's it's terrific. Sure, if you want to. Opie Radio on YouTube to see all these douche chill moments from our Real Rock TV days.
Yeah.
And filming new videos, too, here and there. But
I like how the end was left on with a little bit of Rocco. You get a little taste of Rocco.
That's for the hardcore listeners.
Right.
I mean, in the replies yesterday, like, thanks for leaving Rocco on there. So we could see what he looked like.
Yeah, now you have a picture.
Most people
go,
aren't in with the Rocco thing, but there are a bunch of people that are in as far as knowing what Rocco's all about. Oh, well, Jimmy, for your viewing pleasure.
Oh, right.
Oh, this is so bad.
This is the latest douche chill clip I put up on the old YouTube.
More good acting, by the way.
Hey, man, it's Opie. I'm at the Ski and Travel Show at the Bayside Expo. I mean, this looks really, really easy.
Could you stop
Do you mind
that?
if I rip it up a little?
Why the Expo? I couldn't even say Expo right.
I don't know. They cut it right there, didn't they? Ian would butcher these things.
He kind of would.
He was a horrible editor. We thought he was so good.
You have kind of a grungy look with the open flannel.
Oh, dude, you got the flannel on,
and the
t-shirt
underneath,
it.
the white one.
You're wearing you got the hair going.
I wanted to be Kurt Cobain. I've said it a million times.
And it was the 90s. You know, I
said it a million times.
That's like saying, ooh, look at you. You know, you're in the 80s and you're wearing fucking shirt with Japanese writing on it and zipper pants.
You know what?
Oh, God.
I had a shirt with a hologram on it.
Yeah, what a douche.
Of a cock.
Hologram.
You know, people are killing us in the comment section of these videos, which is fine.
Of course, that's what they're there for.
As long as I know you're a fan, I don't give a shit what you say. It's the people that are just haters and have no business listening to the show anymore. But if you're a fan, you can tell the difference between a fan that's having fun and beating the shit out of you and someone that just doesn't, like anything you do. But what would be fun in the comment section is this is from 96.
Yeah.
Leave a little picture or a little video of yourself from 96.
That something?
Because most of you guys,
that'd be nice.
Most of you guys got to skate. Yep. You did some gnarly shit in 96, but guess what? There's no record of it.
I hear you.
Because now in the year 2009, you look like the year 2009.
That's a good idea.
Like Danny said, he's had a what shirt?
Oh, Jesus.
It was this was in the 80s, but I remember having a couple. I think it was a couple of shirts with holograms on it.
Danny's Facebook pic of the fucking month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, you wanted to see pictures of me in of anybody in 1996.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let me pull one up for you guys. You can tell me how awesome it is.
This was totally acceptable,
Wait,
too, I guess.
Hang on.
Let's see, when you look back, you go, what was I thinking? But
Wait
at the time, you were thinking it's 1996 and this is how I want to dress.
Yeah. It is atrocious. Yeah.
That's you? You look like Sam.
I mean, come on.
You got to explain this. We're on radio. It's a much younger Danny.
Yeah.
From what year?
This is probably about 96. 1997, high school, it said, so.
All right, so it's about the time I was growing my hair out and trying to look like Kurt Cobain.
I had my well, first of all, I had my awesome Columbia jacket.
Yeah, you did.
With the cool, like I don't even know what you call that kind of pattern.
I think that pattern is called almost like an Indian blanket.
Yeah.
Kind of pattern. And
it looks like something they would decorate
Southwest.
a Taco Bell with.
Yeah, Taco Bell or a house in the Southwest.
But when you got that jacket back in '96,
it
was all the rage.
I remember Columbia jacket.
By the way, the colors of that pattern, turquoise and pink.
No, it's red.
Shut up, it's pink.
My hair.
Hologram shirt.
Yeah, picture somebody with black hair who just bought a box of blonde dye. Obviously, your hair is not going to go blonde, so it's this kind of burnt toast look to it.
Yeah, orangey, blonde, kind of.
Burnt toast. That's
burnt
good.
toast is
the way to put it. And your roots are all black still.
Yeah.
I have the cheapest pair of studio monitors around my neck because I wanted to be cool with like really good headphones, but I couldn't afford them.
You walked around listening to stuff on that?
Sure did.
That was, like a Walkman?
Yep.
Yeah, but that was the thing to do, and actually
be a dick.
The kids are starting to wear the big headphones
I'm seeing
again.
that a lot.
That shit's coming back a little
The
bit.
Bose ones are so good, that's why.
They're coming back a little bit.
And your hair, by the way, isn't just colored fucked up. It's like frizzed out.
Oh, because I used to slop gel in it.
Yeah.
Like to the point where
it tame.
Yeah, like it was crisp.
Wow.
You look like an old friend of ours, Doug Yule from WB.
That's when I had. But see, boys, that's when I had my hair out. Let me show you one where I I had it in. See, that's my blonde braids sticking out of the front of my Metallica knit hat.
You look exactly like your younger brother.
Yeah, I do. That's
kind of creepy.
Why are you blonde braids?
Because I was awesome.
You look like Predator douche.
Could you like smell food with those?
Yeah, I would leave little amino acid trails
and
back to my house.
Talk to other Dannies with that.
Yeah.
Bump them
Other
together.
alkies.
Other alkies.
They're like they perk up whenever a bar was nearby.
Might be drawn to them like a sugar pile.
My principal once asked me if it was a gang thing, and he asked me to put them in my hat. So
a gang
That's
thing.
how I had to touch my stupid principal.
Did you call your gang leader David Ogden Stiers?
That's hurtful.
Yes. Meant
all
to
right. Well, you make the point.
You do.
We all had our looks in '96. So
Yep.
go back to the video where I look like Kurt Cobain, or trying to look like a Kurt Cobain. The hair that's still not fully grown out.
Wish you'd look like Kurt after a certain day.
Ski and Travel Show at the Bayside Expo. I mean, this looks really, really easy. Do you mind if I rip it up a little bit?
Oh, no, fully. Be my guest, man.
Cool. I'm going to do that in a few minutes, all right?
Looking at the skateboarder, obviously, on the half pipe.
Trash all day.
Not half pipe.
That he can skateboard. He knows how.
All right, hold on.
Moves,
Hold on. I rival Danny's puffy ponytail. Yours is getting really good. But my puffy ponytail is giant. There was nothing else I could do. I don't know why I didn't get a cut earlier.
You've been the same age for like 15 years.
No, look at that fucking goatee, dude. There ain't one fucking gray hair in there.
Right, so
not one.
The hair is a little darker, but
yeah. Well,
you're pretty much the same age since I met you.
Yeah.
What the hell are you doing?
Sucking blood off of young virgins.
All right.
He's going to get on this half pipe and tear it up, I guess.
Dude, I'm going to get some serious fat air off this half pipe.
You're getting some fat air.
Dude, I'm going to do a stale fish off the lip and all that stuff for you.
Stale fish off the lip?
Yeah, I mean, I got a totally awesome setup from Eastern Border, man.
Is that a
Okay, hold on. I'm sorry that I keep interrupting this. We were told we had to get all the product names in. Mm-hmm. Remember this?
Oh, yeah, I remember.
So look how subtle we go over this skateboard and plug every fucking nut and bolt in it.
Talk, plug.
Yeah,
Talk, plug.
It's very subtle
plug,
because
plug.
this is how any guys that are talking about a skateboard would talk about a skateboard.
Well, it's integration.
Integration. This is early sales integration.
Yeah, we do this to this day.
All right, let her rip.
Hit it.
The Freedom Board.
What kind of trucks you got there?
Very good trucks, as you can see. It's Thunder trucks, man.
Thunder trucks, and those look like Vision wheels.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. I'm all set up.
You must be stoked.
I got my lucky necklace on. I should be okay.
Could you stop that?
That looks like Greg.
I sent out a tweet late last night. I saw this video again. The lucky necklace, which I just wasn't thinking about when I saw this video a few times recently. Then I look closely. I'm like, holy shit! That's the human finger bone.
The famous cannibal wear.
Cannibal wear.
It's an actual human phalange.
To this day, it creeps me out that I walked around with that finger bone around my neck.
Some dead guy's fucking bone.
It was from Chuck Farnham at the time. Like, oh, look, I got something cool. And it really creeped me out. It kept me up at night. And I ended up for real burying it in my parents' backyard.
Poor little feller.
I don't even know how.
Took the nuts and bolts out of a shoebox.
A skateboard.
I don't even know how that was legal to walk around with like a human bone.
I don't know.
And it was
seems
really
like a
human
biohazard
bone
or something.
Because I had a few people look at it and they're like, "Yep, this is definitely a human finger
It's
bone."
like between the knuckles.
Yep.
It wasn't
like,
a full finger. It
No,
was just like it was between your middle knuckle, the big one,
It was
and the
middle
little
knuckle.
one that's right before your fingernail.
Yeah, and Chuck Farnham sold these things online, and people would buy them, and
Yeah.
and I'm wearing this damn thing in this video, and I don't want to see pictures of me wearing this thing.
Yeah, we would always talk about how eerie and creepy it was.
And it's obvious to everybody. I don't know the first thing about skateboarding.
Yeah, I think it's obvious, and it becomes blatantly obvious when the clip plays.
and I'm talking about this skateboard like I've been doing it my whole. I don't know what trucks are.
No,
I don't.
it's a
I don't
sales
know-
pitch.
I don't know any of this shit.
Well, you said, Matt, can you rewind a little bit? Because you go something, man.
Man. That's right.
Oh, you said man?
That's right, man.
You use the man.
Man.
You can see it's thunder trucks, man.
Thunder trucks, and those look like Vision wheels.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. I'm all set up.
You must be stoked.
I got my lucky necklace on. I should be okay.
That looks like Greg Brady's tiki where he thrashed out when he was surfing in the Hawaiian episode.
Nah, dude, when I wear this necklace, I get nothing but good luck, all right?
All right, let's wait. Oh,
Helmet. All right, helmet for safety. I know the kids are watching.
come on, exactly.
It's too cool for the helmet.
You don't even need a helmet, though, you're saying?
Yeah, but
Please, dude. Helmets are for pussies, man.
I can't believe
Man.
Hold on. But I believe that to this day, and that
Whoa.
I don't wear helmets when I do all my dumb shit.
All right. I can't wait to have the and Anthony show when you go blading.
You should wear your helmet. It's good for you.
I refuse to. I hate it.
Why?
I never liked wearing a helmet. I think we were raising a generation of pussies, for real. You see these little kids on like
A generation of brain damage.
Yeah, I do agree with you.
No.
Yeah.
No, but it's rare that a kid actually falls and
Exactly. Look at Gary Busey. Oh,
Well, that was a motorcycle. I'm talking about you. I see it all the time living in New York. All these little kids like fully guarded to go on their dumb bikes. We played Evel Knievel with nothing on.
that's true.
And how many of us are brain damaged later in life?
1, 2, 3. Just going around the room.
All right. Well, now I'm at the top of what's called a half pipe.
Yes, the half pipe.
Not
Opie
a-
is now.
Not the half pike.
Is that what you were calling it?
Oh, yeah, throughout
Yeah.
the whole video.
Half pikes?
Yeah.
Wow.
The pipe is right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's
And-
half of a pipe.
Now, Jimmy, I'm about to finally do the half pipe after setting up the bit. Now, you tell me what's wrong with what you're about to say.
First of all, let me describe the scene. Opie is at the top edge, the lip of the half pipe. He's got the tail, the little, ramp tail, the fan tail of the skateboard down, and he's putting his foot on it as if any pro skater would when they're ready to launch themselves off the lip. Mm-hmm. And here he goes.
Right.
It's going to wipe out. He doesn't even know how to put the board.
Oh.
There goes Opie. Now a little video of me doing the half pipe, doing some moves.
Oh, the crowd's
A
going
shot
wild.
of the crowd going nuts.
And Opie just
Another
tearing
angle
it
of
up.
me tearing up the half pipe, huh?
There was a little edit back there, though.
What are you talking
What?
about? There was an edit. That's me on a skateboard.
There was an edit.
Opie, he talked the talk.
See?
And now
That's
he's
me in the
walking along.
background, Jimmy. You can't tell.
Dude, did you think he could tread like this?
All right, pause this.
You do E-Rock back
God.
then?
Oh, see? That's why I paused it.
There it is.
You nailed it.
That's exactly what
Everybody on the
everyone was
replies.
saying.
Oh, really?
Anthony interviewing a young E-Rock.
A young E-Rock, a little fat kid who, by the way, we did some math, is pushing 30 now.
He's probably pushing 30.
It's little E-Rock, young
E-Rock's
E-Rock.
knowing that creep and how he's an Uber fan and like pretty much a stalker, it was probably him.
Isn't it funny how our fans never changed? Look, it's a little fat guy with a baseball cap on.
See, our audience grew with us.
That's our audience.
It grew with us. Now they're fat but pushing 30. Jesus.
Oh, fucking A.
What did young E-Rock have to say in this video?
That was
He is a legend on the half pipe. Oh, my God, he went down. He went down. That was unbelievable. That was amazing. I didn't think I had it in.
How was the stale fish off the lip? Was that right? Did that look good?
Dude, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. I can't believe. I'm amazed. I bow to you. That's amazing. Amazing skateboarding.
Thanks a lot, man. I hope you appreciate that. WAF Real Rock TV, all right?
Dragon's Lair Tattoo Studio, Salem.
And there's Rocco. If you check out the video on YouTube.
Bye-bye. Later.
Later, dude.
And then you get to see a nice teabag.
What a mullet he had.
Oh, it was the ultimate mullet that Rocco had.
Yeah, he had the tight and then long in the back mullet.
You were actually looking like you really wanted people to think you were skateboarding.
Yeah, we were trying to pull it off. Well, but we were doing, I don't know, it was tongue-in-cheek, obviously.
I think it was just tongue-in-cheek. I mean, come on, look at it. We're not really trying to let people think.
And
at the end, it's hysterical because Opie...
I could barely even stand on the thing, and I actually hurt my back really bad.
Ope had to kind
really
of
bad.
be on the skateboard at some point for the out edit.
Right.
You had to actually be there skating. Although the guy probably could have gone up the lip on a long shot, landed on the lip, held the skateboard in his hand, and then the next shot could have been you holding the skateboard in your hand on the top of the lip.
Well, if we weren't doing something that was basically college TV, yeah, I guess we could have done it that way and pulled it off.
Or we could have morphed your face digitally.
No, you can't tell that it's not me skateboarding. Except for the fact that
shoes.
we got lazy and the shoes are different. Yes, Sam.
You guys are totally missing why the credits are on at the end. You didn't read them.
Yeah, it was something about picking up shit.
It says,
"Oh no!"
Opie has pledged to use his extraordinary.
Wait, you gotta start from the beginning, Sam.
This statement released today by WAAF.
Oh wow, it's a big statement. It's official.
Opie has pledged to use his extraordinary skateboarding powers only to fight evil. ... Skip a line. And to pick up chicks.
How cool is that? Dude, how cool is that?
That's why that's in there.
Yikes. Look at Rocco's mullet. I'm stunned by it. I'm fascinated by it. And the other guy's mullet, too.
It was the time of the mullet.
The 90s?
Truly was.
Weren't they done by then?
Nah, the mullet really came into its own in the 90s.
Yeah, it was either the mullet or try to like grow your hair like long like Kurt Cobain. That was it. But
even Little Rockhole had a mullet.
Little Rockhole's probably fucking
he's probably
20
40 years old.
We found Anthony,
and
another bit I forgot about, and we'll be going up maybe today, tomorrow, definitely at the latest. You want to explain, Sam?
Well, you guys, you started WOW going back at WAAF.
We certainly did.
That's right.
And so, what better venue than Real Rock TV to start promoting this message?
Thank you.
However, at a place like Real Rock TV, you have to do it with a little bit of creativity.
Ah, yes. Use a little discretion.
So what you guys did was you hosted and narrated as you displayed what might happen with one getting wowed using Barbie dolls.
Ooh, this is ringing a bell, and I don't like it.
And you showed what happens.
I think we're in the parking lot
of
the
did we
Real
have
Rock TV studio.
Let me just ask you
which
this.
was just in an office park, and they just had...
Did I have a Barbie dream car also?
Yeah.
All right, now I'm remembering.
And it was in black and white, a little artistic.
Yeah.
And
little.
You
greatly artistic.
What you did was you showed what happens when you get wowed, and then you showed what happens what the cops think happens.
Yeah.
Whoa.
When a wow takes place.
Well, because the media was all over the wow
thing. State troopers didn't like it.
They were trying to shut us down for real. So
I mean, you told them to be safe about it. But
this was a PSA. We did a public service announcement on Real Rock TV, pretty much. Artistically done.
With Barbies.
With Barbies. Yeah, we'll get that up.
PSA. Followed by you.
And for you Rocco fans, there is still the Opie and Rocco at the post office on tax day routine.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
And-
well... Ope really giving it to Uncle Sam.
That's right, I did. How many more shows we got to go through? Another 5 or so?
Yeah, there's still 5 more
This
shows.
ends with the famous Tickle Me Elmo bit, and then we'll finally put this dumb,
I really haven't found it yet.
douche chill theater thing to rest. So
Put it in a time capsule dated to open after the sun explodes.
So if you want to see me as a skateboarding legend, Opie Radio on YouTube, Opie Radio on
Is that
Twitter.
Pew?
No, it's
I
Pew.
just wanted to say, like, so much time passed by, so it's never seen again.
But after the sun explodes, we'll all be dead.
Exactly.
Oh, I see.
I could counter with a literal gym. It's like we're playing fucking, we're battling here.
Russian roulette with booze.
Why don't we put it in a time capsule and have somebody find it?
Oh.
Yeah.
Stupid time capsules.
We could bury it under the old XM studio.
Why, are they taking that building down?
No, but there's a vacant lot next to it.
Next
Oh,
door.
that's true. Now they're going to dig that out, and then our time capsule will be dug
We
up.
got to get that out of there.
Yeah.
The thing we put up there, it's got to come out.
Did you do a time capsule when you were growing up?
No.
I read an article recently. There's thousands of them out there.
Really?
Thousands. I think my grammar school, Washington Drive School.
They put stupid stuff in there, though.
I think we did it in the playground. I think there's a time capsule in that playground somewhere.
Why don't people dig them up?
They do.
Oh, no, I mean like illegally.
They do.
Oh, okay.
But see, the problem with the one, some of these you don't know where they are because there's no record of it anymore. Because like they don't make it obvious, like time capsule buried here. It's like under the sidewalk or under a tree or under some kind of sign or under a building. You know, construction guys do that. They write all sorts of shit on the walls.
Oh, I would do that when I was knocking tin in the attic. I remember one time I was in an attic and I wrote in Sharpie. I wrote, hello from 1986.
Oh, that's creepy.
And I wrote, hello from 1986. How's the future? ? So if somebody saw that, they'd be like, ooh, shit. How do I get a hold of this guy and tell him?
See, you were...
I was creepy, man. I was always doing shit like that, writing
most guys are
messages,
like,
secret little messages inside ductwork and
But
things
most
like
guys
that.
would just write like Tony was here and then the date at 1986. You had to come up with something like deep,
A little weird. Yeah, a little deep, a little weird.
a little Twilight Zone-y.
Yeah. How's the future? And apparently it's not much different except for clothes and bad hair and music.
True.
And computers, I guess.
Why don't we take our first break?
All right.
We got Jim Florentine stopping in today.
Cool.
We got Matt Serra from the UFC.
UFC, yep.
I hear he's a shit talker.
Sure is.
That's cool. We like that. Because most of these guys, you know,
They're gentlemen.
they're gentlemen when they're not beating the shit out of each other. And then Jerry Springer. Why is he coming in?
Well, he's in the musical Chicago in London.
You didn't say musical yesterday.
Yes.
You just said...
No, it wasn't
what's
me.
he promoting? Who said that?
Yeah.
What do you think?
E-Rock.
Steve.
Steve. I go,
Yeah.
what is he doing? And he goes, he's in Chicago. And I go, yeah, he's been in Chicago forever. Why is he promoting that?
And he just
No, he's in Chicago. Who's on first? It's the musical Chicago.
Yuck.
He's also got a Springer song contest that he's promoting on his show, where people
Most offensive song I ever heard?
No.
Oh.
It's just people singing.
Hanging from a tree. The cake can.
We should just talk about Maury the whole time.
AIDS infected.
Everybody want a piece of my chicken. Southern fried chicken. Finger licking. Fried it chicken. Fried it chicken. Fried it chicken.
It gets stuck in your head. It was last night.
Well, Oprah's KFC giveaway
Oh.
went very bad.
On the heels of the Popeyes giveaway that went awry,
Yes.
now we have this KFC debacle.
We'll get into it after the break.
Oh, please, let's.
All right.
More chicken talk.
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Opie and Anthony. Oh, I like this. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun. Who sings this? I've heard this song a million times.
Vampire Weekend.
Oh, very good. Thank you, Travis. Vampire Weekend. It's the Opie and Anthony show.
Hi.
Hi. Where are we going now? You know, we just did an hour and a half, and we didn't even know we were going to do all that stuff.
Oh,
That's the beauty of us.
It's called fucking around.
It's called just going with the flow.
Fucking around.
Stupid Governor Schwarzenegger. He's in deep shit out there in California, though. The state's going broke.
Yeah.
And he's like, I would legalize and tax pot. I'm telling you.
He's starting to talk about that.
We're going to get this marijuana thing done. And I'm not even a pothead. Thinking about jumping back in and doing a little something every once in a while. But I'm all for legalizing this shit.
Yeah, I mean, come on. What's it going to do? You regulate it, you tax it, you legalize it, and there you go.
And you follow what the beer companies are doing. You just come up with a campaign that says, smoke responsibly.
Yeah. Friends don't let friends drive stoned. Just things like that. The same exact commercials, just put booze in there.
The beer companies are brilliant. They started noticing, like,
there's some problems here. We're getting blamed for some things.
I know. Drink responsibly. Perfect.
And is that really an option?
Well, that's what I'm sort of
drinking responsibly enough? I mean, I've done it.
I drank responsibly.
Yeah.
I drank responsibly yesterday, as a matter of fact.
Did you?
I had like 4 beers at the bar, and then I said I should take my motorcycle home.
Yeah.
And then I brought it home and continued drinking.
That's responsible.
That's drinking responsibly, isn't it?
You know, with all the drink talk that went on yesterday, we were talking about that, and you know, the getting home, grabbing a drink and stuff. Do you know I didn't have one fucking beer yesterday?
Did we throw a little guilt into your soul?
It had nothing to do
with
honest,
that. Just a little bit, maybe?
I swear to you, I would tell you. I'd be like, you know, from all the talk, I was thinking, but I got home and I was like, you know something? I really didn't feel like
having a brew,
like having a beer or anything. I was just kind of like, I ate. I got on the computer for a while, watched Lost, and then I was like, I said I was going to get on and do the Mogulus show. And I had told people I'd be on and do it, but it's my fucking show when I want to do it. So I was like, you know something? I'm getting a good night's sleep tonight.
How great is that?
It's fucking fantastic.
You know what? I woke up this morning thinking, how great would it be to just decide I don't feel like working today.
I don't want to do the show.
I'm not sick, nothing's going on, but I just feel like having a day off.
Just didn't want to do it.
And how you're setting up your radio show from your house, that's what's going to end up happening.
And meanwhile, there are still hundreds of people that sit in there waiting because they thought I was going to do a show. And then I find out this morning through Danny that someone texted Danny. What did they text you?
Well, it was actually emails.
Emails?
Yeah. Asking for the password for the show.
Because let me inform you of something. Any instant feedback you've ever read, any chat room you've read, any message boards you've read, where people bash you, me, the show, or whatever, is a far second to the horrificness of the viewer/listener of the Mogulus show.
Oh, really?
They are probably the biggest bunch of douchey scumbags that write just awful stuff about what you're doing. I don't care. I don't even bounce them. I like the only thing I really bounce is spam. When someone like bam, the same thing over and over again. It's like distracting. Get the fuck out. But for the most part, it's just like the second I hit a phone caller down, the whole thing starts. ZZ, worst caller ever. This guy sucks. Boring. Get him off. You stink. But I'm like, I didn't even say hi yet. And I said, hey, what's your name? Where are you from? I don't have a call screener. So, people, why don't you tell somebody to screen these? This guy sucks. I go, it's what it is. You pick up the phone and they're going to suck. So then at one point I have a phone next to me to my left, which is supposed to be like a screening phone, and then the right, which I take my calls on. So I was just leaning over and going, hi, live at the compound. What's your name and what are you calling about? So he would talk about it, and you hear it on the mic.
Yeah.
And I go, okay, hold on, Anthony will be right with you. Click. Hey, Bill from Texas, you're on the air.
Hey, that's awesome.
Why don't you tell about setting up the studio and like trying to ask these people like how it sounds and if it's good?
Oh, that's another thing. I'll be like, okay, how does it sound? I go, I just got, EQ'd the mics and everything, and I want to know. Great, sounds great, good. Choppy, sounds like shit. You're low. You're too loud. Turn it down. Turn it up. There's no way they give you an honest answer to any of this. They're the worst. They're horrible. And there's thousands of them, so it's not even like a few hundred people just kind of chiming in. The scroll goes by so fast you can't even read it, but you just see awful catchphrases. Suck. Stink, AIDS, faggot, fuck you. It's horrible. But I figure I'll do one. I might as well plug it. It's mogulus.com/Anthony Radio.
How do you spell Mogulus?
It's spelled like mogul when you're a mogul.
M-O-G-U-L.
And then us. Mogul us.
Okay.
Mogulus.com/Anthony Radio.
Complicated.
I don't know why they did that.
There's a lot of sites like that.
I don't know.
That really want people to go there, and then you can't figure out how to spell this shit.
Yeah, but I'll pop on there later.
I'm a fan of that Mugus I talked about.
Mugus.
Which sounds a lot like Mogulus, to be honest.
I'm a fan of the Mugus.
But what is Mugus, and how do you spell it?
How do you spell it? Is it an us? Is it an us?
Right.
Us. Mogul us.
It's a
banana.
Yeah, but whatever. It's the point is, if you want people to come to your website, you got to try to make it very
like
easy.
an easy fucking name there.
Before we move into other stuff, yesterday intern David was doing his thing, which some people love and some people hate.
Of course, like everything.
That's the world we live in. We
certainly is.
We have to kind of like deal with this. It's confusing at times, to be completely honest with you. When you read feedback about intern David, there's people that love him on the air and people that hate him. And so, we're the radio hosts, and we got to figure out how to balance that shit out. Always.
You know what, though?
Always.
Most of your more popular and, I don't know, the people with personality, the most personality, usually have that half and half, we hate them, we love them kind of a thing going. Someone like David is easily hated or easily loved.
But there's also a third option.
Yeah.
Hate them, want to hear.
Want to hear because I hate.
Right.
Yes.
I'm one of those guys.
I'm like that, too.
I watched.
yeah.
I take a peek at Keith Olbermann because I hate his fucking guts.
See?
But I watch.
Dude, he's banking on that. He's banking on that.
Right.
Most of them are. Hannity's the same way. People watch Hannity because they can't stand what he's saying, and they want to be able to say, did you hear what the Republicans are saying now, what the right is saying now? Like, I'll listen to some fucking dopey lib shit just to say, Janine Garofalo, look what she said, this stupid fucking cunt.
Janine Garofalo, won't take a peek. Ever.
She said that tax thing, the tea parties that were being held all over the country, regardless of how many people were in it, in certain cities there were a lot, in certain there weren't, but it was this grassroots kind of we hate the taxes. We don't like that a lot of taxes are going to be taken out. So without an organization behind it, we'll just get together and voice our discontent with the tax situation. She actually went on, and it wasn't even subtle. She said, these people that went out and did this protesting are racist. The only reason they did it is because they hate a black man being in the White House.
She's right.
She said that. I know she's right. But to say it, Jimmy.
How can you be that out of touch?
It's, you know something? I'm sure there are people that hate having a black man in the White House that were out there protesting. But that wide, sweeping fucking brush that she's using, when a right-wing conservative or a Republican uses it against a Democrat or a liberal, it's, well, we're all like this? Well, you're terrible. Yeah, she's one of the worst. Her and unfortunately Al Franken, because she's just a dumb cunt comic, and now Al Franken is in the fucking tipping the scales of the Senate to Senator Congressman. He ran for Congress.
Congressman, I think.
Yeah.
But did he say anything that stupid? That's just ill. It's like, why would you say that? It's not accurate.
She said that.
I don't know what
to a T. That's what
she said that. Yeah, but he didn't say that.
Oh no,
stupid,
he
did
didn't concur. He's in politics now, so.
But has he said anything that stupid? Is what
every
Jimmy's
word
saying.
out of his mouth has been stupid when it comes to politics. As far as I'm concerned, Al Franken is so detached from what's going on in the world.
I like Al. I do like him. I think he's funny. I swear to God, I like Al Franken.
I don't
think
know.
Al Franken is funny?
I've always thought he was funny.
He's too fucking.
What do you like about him? In the comedy world.
Smarmy, dude. That smarmy stuff.
Schmarmy,
you know what? He sounds smart, but you know what, dude? He's just saying a bunch of stuff.
What was the last thing he said, Bob, that you didn't like?
Oh man, he's just.
You know that Bob Kelly, He twittered or tweeted a pic, however the fuck you say it.
I say twittered. I'll never say tweeted.
Yeah, tweet sounds so awful.
Tweet.
From like a hockey game. He was at the Penguins game last night, and his seats couldn't have been worse.
Really?
You're on tour with Dane Cook, and
Just being at the game, the atmosphere, dude.
You couldn't be higher. The picture that he showed.
You know what, dude? I'm like regular guy. I don't get all caught up in schmarmy Hollywood, dude. They want to give me a seat. I'll just go sit down. Too many people get caught up, dude. I ain't like that. I sit with the fans, dude.
Couldn't Dane get you a better seat?
I don't talk to
Look at this seat. That's where you're sitting.
That isn't even in the fucking arena.
He's way above the scoreboard that hangs over the ice for you hockey fans out there.
He's sitting on an electrical box.
He's looking at the dust on the top of the scoreboard.
Yeah. You can... Dude, you're not even kidding. You can see the top of the scoreboard from where he is.
And then people will call him, well, ungrateful. Well, not everyone makes them type of money.
Any regular Joe can get a good seat at a hockey game at some point.
Bob's sitting where Sherpas usually sit.
He could
His
be
ears popping as he's fucking watching the game.
We got to ask him. I think he's in the last row.
Has to be.
I think he's in, like, maybe even in the rafters where they put people that don't have tickets for this for these games and go, well, you could hang out up here. With,
hang out here, man.
With the lighting people and
Just
stuff.
don't go down.
Can you work a spotlight?
Dude. Well, what were you asking me about? Oh, what I like about Al Franken.
I'm trying to think if I ever liked anything he did in comedy.
He made me laugh when he did the same thing that Imus did, the White House Correspondents' Dinner, and bombed. Franken did that. I thought he was very funny when he did that. He kind of roasted the Clintons.
So his stand-up is good?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen him do stand-up.
He's always made me laugh when I've seen him do stand-up. I saw him stand-up in New York a few times, go on when he was working on stuff.
Right.
I don't agree with his politics, but I do think he's funny.
I hate his politics.
And he was always nice to me, so.
I think on SNL years ago, there were a few things, and I mean before he became like a featured player, when he was just behind the scenes, and it was Franken and Davis. They were the comedy team of Franken and Davis will be on tonight.
Trading places.
And
Come on, they were on the train.
Well, that was awful. That was an awful, useless appearance by them. They did nothing in that movie.
They just kind of threw him in.
They didn't have to be there. But I think what he's known for the most, one of the comedy bits, is where he did that remote broadcast from, I think it was the Olympics or something, where he had the giant satellite dish awkwardly on his head, and he wanted to be a self-contained broadcast guy. But he's very well known for that.
I'll have to YouTube that shit later.
Yeah.
It's amazing how many entertainers are in politics, though. When you look at, like, it was Reagan.
Yes.
There was Schwarzenegger now. You have two comedians, Al Franken, and who's the other? Or is it just one comedian? Al Franken. Okay, I thought
Gopher from The Love Boat. He was a politician.
A lot of them get into it. I guess they're automatically used to being in front of people.
And public speaking, I guess. They're kind of good at kind of just jibber-jabber. Jibber-jabber.
How hard could it be to be a politician?
Yeah.
If you think about it.
Really.
Seriously.
Funny, I said
look at that face. Smarmy.
You know what, dude? He lifts his lip up with the glasses. He probably doesn't even need them, dude. He just wants to look smart.
That's how a catfish looks right before he bites the bait.
You want to talk to Lydia today?
What has she got? Is it me?
Wow, you know what?
I have such disturbing image of Ant's broadcast. Oh, does she?
I was hoping she was going to call in yesterday when we were talking to Greg Giraldo, but we should just leave that thing alone.
Yeah, Greg's all right. He obviously needs some bucking up from some close friends.
He's going to be at the Gotham Comedy Club starting today.
Oh, by the way, I went to last night to see Colin's show.
Was it good?
Fucking loved it, dude. Only Colin could be funny for an hour about the economy. It's all new.
Isn't that great?
He takes you through, and I'm not going to do it justice, he takes you through America from like the 30s till now. And he does characters, but they're not annoying fucking one-man show characters. It's just kind of Colin just coming from a different point of view. And he's showing you how the American attitude with the worker has changed. And it's fucking subtle, and it's smart, and it's really funny and interesting. It's not hacky or boring. Like, he doesn't do typical shit from each era. He makes fucking brilliant points. It's like, God damn it, he's a funny fuck,
He's a
man.
smart motherfucker, man.
It's annoying.
So, he's very wise about what's going on.
But it's not, it's very, if you're a layman, which I am with that kind of stuff, he completely speaks in terms you understand. And it's an hour. It's not like some 2.5 hour fucking boring. It's like really dry subject matter that is presented really funny. And I loved it, dude. I was hoping to give him a good teasing on the air today, but it was fucking amazing. It's a small theater, so I'm going to plug Colin. Go to colinquinn.com. Not just because he's my friend, it's great.
And if the show does well, they're going to roll it out across America.
Dude, I think HBO or Showtime or even Comedy Central, because it's not dirty, they should absolutely shoot this.
Colin really needs a break finally.
Dude, it's fucking...
He hasn't had a break in a long time, and it's well deserved.
It's deserving, and it was a funny show. I loved it. It was a small theater. There's not a bad seat in it. I loved it.
Awesome. Let's say hi. Let's say hi to Lydia.
Lydia.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Lydia.
How are you?
What did I do now?
I'm sorry I wasn't available yesterday.
That's all right.
Anthony, I really see the end game. I agree with Opie. You're certainly going to be a political talking head, but it seems a little bit like Waco in the compound over there.
Like Waco. I did make a very disturbing introduction video that lasts about 2 minutes, and it's nothing but guns, booze, and old propaganda posters and warning signs.
By the way, Lydia, everyone is a talking head.
Yeah.
Yes, Lydia, you are indeed a talking head, unless you got the phone up to your pussy right now.
What kind of... What?
I do not.
All right.
She says she's hot, though, even though the voice is horrendous.
I know.
What kind of panties you wearing today?
I am wearing silky cream panties that match my silky cream brassiere.
Brassiere.
You got the big boobies?
Yes, I do.
How big? Natural?
No, they're not.
Shit, kids.
You're MILFish, right? Is that what you consider yourself? The word MILF just is a turnoff.
How old are you?
I prefer
I'm 45.
45 with the fake boobs?
45 with the fake boobs.
Did he go big?
I didn't go that big.
What do you got, full C's?
Oh, no, I have D's. I have full D's.
That's big.
And you did them for yourself, right? You just wanted to do them yourself, right?
No, I did them for my husband.
Oh, isn't that a little unhealthy psychologically to do something like that for somebody else?
You know, we had this discussion before.
Shouldn't you work on
Shouldn't
you work on your body image issues?
I don't remember anything you say. I'm sorry.
Body image issues, possibly.
Right.
Hey, when do we
I don't see anything wrong with pleasing my partner.
When do we get to see a picture of you, Lydia?
Partner.
Actually, I really would like to drop in. I wanted to know if you'd like me to bring my intelligence testing and Rorschach cards with me.
Yes, whatever you want to
Rorschach
bring.
cards would be good, even though those have been proven years ago to just be fucking nothing. No one really uses them anymore, but why not?
Sure.
I disagree with you, Anthony, but
No, well, we'll have to agree that you're a dick.
I will bring in my extra scoring system and prove you wrong.
I like Lydia. I'm very much teasing with her.
I like Lydia because she finally got the satellite after we got
Yay!
the old fuckaroonie from the old company.
Yeah.
I couldn't do without you, and I don't listen to terrestrial anymore.
Neither does anyone else, apparently.
Yeah, what's going on with the old station? Anybody? Anyone hearing a buzz on the damn
there's
thing?
such a buzz on that station, Ope. It's amazing.
No, although I did see a billboard on the way home.
I
once.
saw a billboard.
I've seen them all over the fucking place.
Yeah, boy, they had enough money to billboard that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Good riddance.
Anyhow, I'm hoping Anthony does not shoot his dog or his girlfriend or his pet while on his podcast.
No.
So-and-so the other day.
The podcast, the webcast, actually, is a lot of fun. I took a shitload of phone calls, finally got the phones working, thanks to the very smart Danny, who figured out what was wrong with the phones. But I was just plunking them down, and people from all over the place, Ireland, fucking every fucking state. I took a shitload of calls, and really cool. Just bullshitting about nothing too, just whatever anyone wants to talk about because it wasn't screened. So it's like, yeah, what do you do? Where you from? What's this? And then you could just wind up talking a couple of minutes with somebody else, and you move along. And then I read the chat and fucking, and then I do a little show and tell.
It's got to be nice not to have the pressure.
That's what it was. I did 5 hours.
The stupid pressure.
I did 5 fucking hours after doing this show. I did 5 hours. Believe me, you're not going to get that a lot. I'm pretty much going to do like an hour and a half, and then done, so I don't completely burn myself out. But that night was 5 fucking hours of just taking calls and fucking around. It was a lot of fun.
Very good, Lydia.
I think it's awesome.
Thank you, Lydia.
You're welcome.
How many people are listening to it? Like, you get a lot of people watching it or listening?
Yeah, anywhere between 1,000 and 2,000 at a clip.
How many listen to it after?
You
Do
can.
know?
They're constantly on, watching reruns. The room can actually handle up to 100,000 people.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So See what happens.
100,000.
Yeah, I know. That's why
It's the
kinda why I
future.
picked this up. It's the future.
It's the future.
I just think people like, are you? They ask me too. It's like, are you doing this because you see something in radio, or is there a problem with it? And it's no. The reason I do it is it's fun to do. There's no real pressure in it. That's my opener. There's no real pressure in it, and it's just it's a blast. You know.
Was that a picture of your bar?
No, that's a bar, but
my
not
God.
my bar. Yeah, that's
it was fully stocked.
That's like, yeah. It's a lot of guns. This is my opening. Enemies listening, keep it to yourself. It's a very paranoia thing. First Amendment, prisons, a lot of compounds. I went with a lot of compounds, a lot of cops, some booze.
Drinking games.
That, less dangerous than careless talk. Some old TV things. I just threw this together in like a day on
What's the music?
After Effects. It's like some like hard.
This is music you hear when you're watching a snuff film.
Yes, it is.
It's snuff film music. And I just like threw that together.
I'm punching out, guys. Got to go to my day job.
What's that?
I work in a school district in suburban Long Island.
What do you do there? You do
I'm a school psychologist here.
Ugh, what are the kids worried about these days?
Oh, kids are worried about their families. They're worried about money. They're worried about other kids. They're worried about getting pregnant. They're worried about being in gangs. They're worried about being abused.
I wanted a Doom Buggy wheelie set for Christmas. That was my thing. I'd walk into your office and go, I didn't get Doom Buggy wheelies.
Yeah, they're worried about that, too. They're worried about their Porsches. They're worried about getting grounded and not going to the Hamptons this summer.
Summer.
And how long is your opening? Jesus.
2 minutes.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Danger, highly flammable. Police brutality. He's watching you.
Can I be the voice? Can I be the official voice?
You want to be the official voice of the compound?
Yeah, I could get that going for you.
And then Coke Logic put that together. It's actually the Guinness logo, but my name on it, live from the compound, and then it fades into
that motherfucker does some good
the show,
shit, doesn't he? Oh, Lydia finally hung up. All right, good.
And I was able to figure out how to put my iPod into one of the channels. So if I got to take a piss, I just put on like Alice in Chains and put on some logos and shit and take a piss for as long as I want. I don't have to be back. There's no fucking time to come back. I'll come back when I fucking please. No pressure. The biggest pressure was getting everything to work.
All we need is the big invite. And
gotta get, you guys are invited.
I feel too guilty going over.
I don't want a booking. I don't want to have to make a booking. Yes, I'm producing.
The whole open invite thing. You know, come on. That's
you guys are invited and then you don't show up.
That's the thank you,
Because we don't
Danny.
get the official invite. We
Danny
get this weird open invite.
You are officially invited. Danny's
Weird.
never
It's
officially invited. Are you ever officially invited until it's like...
Because he's a drinker.
He's always there.
Right.
You don't have to just be a drinker.
I wanted to call Aunt last weekend, and I felt self-conscious.
That's right.
I was
That's
up late.
crazy.
I'm with you.
That is crazy.
I'm with you.
No, so I was with my black
we
friend.
were waiting for Ope to come by.
I will be on Long Island today.
Today. All right. Here's what I'm doing.
This is official, so when he doesn't come in, when he doesn't show up, we could pull the tape for tomorrow.
I have no plans this afternoon.
Let's go shoot guns.
You want to shoot guns instead?
Oh, yeah, I do.
We could videotape that and then throw it on.
You know what?
New Real Rock TV.
I've officially never shot a gun.
Really?
Really?
Never.
All right. We'll take
like BB crap. But
we'll take
that's
the
not guns.
the 5.56 out.
Oh yeah. What?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll do that. We'll take out a few of the assault rifles, as they call them.
Mm-hmm.
We'll take out the FS 2000.
And I want to drive really fast today too. Vroom, vroom.
I don't have my fast car out, and the roads are wet. It's
Let's
not
do a
safe.
little vroom vroom.
It's not safe.
Vroom vroom. A little shoot.
A little shooting.
A little drink, and a little puff.
and then right there and then we'll go on and say stupid things that get us fired.
I'm not going there to do the live from the compound.
What? You could say hi.
I'm going to hang with an old pal.
I got bar stools too. Dude, the stools came in.
Could you get like some kind of like coffee set up for us? I'm not a non-drinker. I'm more of a casual drinker. I got it. Fuck the coffee. You got a nice bottle of wine?
Yeah, I got a wine cellar.
What's your best bottle?
I don't know what's in there.
You drink wine?
Yeah, there's Shiraz, Merlot, Cabs, but I don't know which ones are in there.
How about and you know what? I sleep over today.
Sleepover party.
I sleep over
today.
Yay,
a sleepover.
And then we drive in not together, because I'll have my car. But then we'll leave your house at the same time.
Oh, and see who gets here first? A race.
What jammies should I pick out for the big sleepover?
Get the feedy ones with the hatch in the back.
I got South Park jammies that my mother-in-law gave me for Christmas that I love.
Your mother-in-law give you South Park pajamas?
Yeah, we get PJs every Christmas.
It's a horrendous gift.
Oh my God!
Pajamas? You wear them? I don't wear pajamas. I'm just naked. Cock and balls all over the damn bed.
That's what it is. Just rubbing your
cock and balls, just smearing up your sheets.
Genitals all over.
As you roll around.
Dude, I wear underwear or my cock and balls are hanging out.
I got jammies.
I don't like pajamas.
No.
If they're soft, what are you kidding me?
No, I don't. The long pants in bed?
Get a nice soft cotton pajama.
No, I wear shorts. I mean, my underwear, I sleep naked. I can't sleep in pajamas.
Hey, can I do someone's suggesting, and I would do this for you?
Yeah.
I want to do a Dave Rabbit show from live from the compound.
Dave Rabbit?
Yeah, I want to go like real underground, just change my voice. I want to broadcast from the shadows.
Oh, okay. Dim the lights and shit like that.
Yeah. And just play cool like acid rock tunes.
Tunes on there, yeah.
Acid rock, though.
Could do that.
Mm-hmm.
We'd have to. What would we do with the camera though? People see you and go, "That's Opie."
I'm shy.
Just put it on some things.
I'm shy.
Put it against the wall.
Can I bring a Java log? I don't do the Java log thing. It was one time only.
I got a green screen. You could just pop up whatever you want from the web. Keep fucking just changing it. Make techno. You want to do a techno show?
Laser light show, maybe.
Laser light show. Of course, you're cordially invited.
All right, I'll be out on Long Island today.
Jimmy?
Today!
When can you come over? When are you free? The only
I'm
problem
doing
with
Red
Jimmy,
Eye
and I've
tonight,
said this
so I
before.
can't.
Oh, Red Eye. That's some other TV show.
Yeah.
I've talked about this a lot. I don't know. You're usually doing spots.
Yes, at 9 a.m.
I know. Have you come over?
Weekends I could do though, because I've been in town a lot. I'm starting to do the road again.
What's the weather going to be Saturday?
I think it's going to be nice, actually.
No.
Party Saturday.
I heard it's going to continue raining.
Let me check
It's been raining for a week straight.
I'm going to check my weather right now with my weather app.
And the song should
on my iPhone.
The theme song for the party should be Eddie Murphy's "My Girl Wants to Party All the Time."
Party all the time. Party all the time. Party all the time. Let's see. We are looking at Thursday. I got to go to the 5-day forecast, Opie. The 5-day forecast, which is showing Saturday, 79, and I see a lot of showery things. Sprinkles, overcast, mild. Okay, doesn't necessarily mean rain.
See, that blanket rain cloud crap really ruins the 5-day
Monday,
forecast.
no rain, but 63. Where's the fucking 70?
That could just mean it's a quick shower for like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But they make it look like it's going to rain all day. It's confusing.
Today it's going to be warm, though.
Let's take a call from Nantucket. You know, there was a man from Gil.
Once.
No, there was a man from Nantucket.
Yeah,
whatever. It was so long we could suck it. Yeah, we all know.
Yeah.
What happened to him?
Yeah, what
Where'd he
happened?
go? Sucking his dick? Suck his cock?
Sucked his cock.
No. The man from Nantucket did.
All right.
We understand. What did you call for?
Hey, your show's awesome. You're one of the best shows on that Mogul.
Oh, well.
I sat there last night, and I pop in from time to time, and I see all the dullards on the, in the chat room, and I'm like, these people suck. We need to get rid of these people so the people that, really care about the show could be there.
Well, they could still be there. There's a lot of people. That's why I don't really bounce anyone. I'm going for quantity, not quality of listener. That's what I do now. So I barely bounce anybody.
Yeah, well,
you really got to just spam the room with like shit. Now people are doing what they do. I'm looking down at the chat here. Yeah. People are doing what they do. They're putting Z's, boring caller alert. This guy sucks. Hang up on him.
All right.
And the callers read the chat also, so you could tell they're completely distracted sometimes. Like, I'll ask a question, and they'll go, yeah, it was, well, I do. I go, what's the matter? He goes, I'm just reading them ripping me apart on the chat. I go, well, don't worry, don't read it.
Hey, leave
it alone.
How many pairs of headphones do you have? Do you only have one?
No, I have 2 headphones, 2 mic stations. I got a third mic.
I want a dedicated set of headphones.
Of course.
Really?
I'm not going over there with a dedicated set of headphones.
I'll pick them up today. I'll go down to Guitar Center and pick those fuckers up for you. You don't worry about it. I treat you like gold.
Maybe I'll bring my Bose headphones. Those are good ones.
Ooh. Nice.
Why you put so much pressure on your friends? We just want to go there and hang out.
I know.
There's no
Next thing you
pressure at
know,
all.
you're like have to like be on camera,
Just sing for your
do another
supper.
radio show.
Never do.
and-
You know what?
How about we just hang near, like around the kitchen table?
We sit downstairs at the bar, and I do have coffee. That
And what
is
movie do I get to
fantastic.
see?
Any movie you want.
I'm going to bring something.
Any movie that you want. You could see that. We hang out at the bar downstairs. You guys could sip some coffee. I'll drink some wine.
Make some popcorn.
Danny, yeah, I got a popcorn machine, and I think I'm not sure, but I pulled in a box. It was on the front stoop when I got home, and it said something that I believe could be a snow cone machine.
Oh my
Yes,
God,
I
really?
have no idea who ordered this, where it came from, but I believe a box with a snow cone machine in it.
Who, you fucking Rocky's brother-in-law? Hey, Paulie.
If I watch half a movie, can I get a whole snow cone?
Whole snow cone, half movie, whole snow cone.
We got to make more money so you could like hire more help for your compound.
Oh, I know.
Because you really need officially a bartender.
I
or
need
something.
full-time something.
Hey, do you guys do the Frank's Red Hot with the popcorn yet?
Huh?
Look what I could teach you guys.
Hot sauce on popcorn?
Hot sauce on popcorn, my friend.
Screw
yes.
up the popcorn maker.
Huh?
It's like a real movie theater popcorn maker.
Yeah,
Well, I think you put it on afterwards, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll try
Got
that.
the little paper bags.
Or if you got the type of popcorn where you could get to the
It's ridiculous.
get to the kernels before they pop, you do a little you do a little dab before it pops.
Might be able to do that.
You want to talk about a nice hot treat
In the kettle.
Yeah, a little kettle popping. Backstage with O&A. David hates tuna fish. That's how we
Yes.
started this dumb break. And Florentine.
Guinness keg comes today.
What is that?
Forgot about that. Guinness keg arrives today.
So I guess I should give Laszlo a call so we go.
Call Laszlo. Get him over there stat.
That means one thing: hangover show for tomorrow.
All right, but tomorrow's Friday.
Hangover show tomorrow.
It's the weekend.
Lucky us.
I don't mind a good.
Lucky us. Hangover show tomorrow.
I don't mind a good hangover show occasionally.
Nah, it's fine.
I never know.
Although I must tell you, I was a little nervous coming to this building because quick access to the bathroom ain't there anymore.
What?
Oh, you can't just get to the
I
bathroom.
can't just get to the bathroom and vomit.
Oh.
It's actually not that much of a difference, dude. It's probably an extra 30 seconds.
30 seconds when you're puking is a huge difference.
Let me tell you something. If you ran down this hall in this building and started vomiting in the hallway on yourself, there would be nothing better ever.
I know, really.
You guys want to hear a good vomit story?
Sure.
You know my brother Brett, the owner of F.H. Riley's. We're plugging like motherfuckers. 400 New York Avenue in the heart of Huntington Village. I might even stop by there for a little happy hour day. I don't know.
Hey!
Do I hang with Ann or do I check out the rest?
You're out on
I
the
don't know.
island, night on the town, right?
And which thing do I film today? But Brett, who's by far the funniest in my family, by fucking far.
Brett is a pisser.
But he just doesn't feel like doing anything with his hilarity, unfortunately. I don't even know if this is not even a hilarity story.
Hilarity.
But, he flew down, too, for my nephew's graduation from Gainesville. Valedictorian, my friend.
Wow.
And he had to share a hotel room with my sister, the mother of Jason.
Okay.
And the night before the graduation, we went out, had a little wine, and my sister had the salmon and asparagus spears. And Brett didn't get any sleep before the graduation because my sister was burping, snoring, and puking all night.
Oh, shit.
I wish he would call because I can't do his stories justice, but no sleep. Woke up in the morning after maybe an hour or two of sleep. My sister's husband came to the hotel room because he drove up from Orlando the day of the graduation. And Brett said that my sister decided that she needed to puke in the sink and not the toilet. So there were chunks of salmon and asparagus spears the morning of Jason's graduation when good old Brett is trying to get ready for the graduation, brush his teeth and do his thing. And my sister's husband is now taking some kind of poker to try to get the salmon chunks down.
Oh, God. Damn, that's disgusting.
Down the drain. This is what he had to experience on
Was
his
she
fine
drunk
trip
or
to
just
Florida.
sick?
I don't think she had that much wine, but I think she's a lightweight.
Okay.
Because she's a little thing.
Yeah.
My sister's a little thing. I think she's officially
boy.
I don't want to say this about my own sister, but she could be officially a midget.
How tall is she?
She says 5 foot, but I think she's just short of 5 foot, and I think just short of 5 foot
Your
is the
sister's a
official.
twerp?
is the official definition of a midget.
Have I never met her?
Terry.
It doesn't sound familiar.
She was at the wedding.
Yeah, but I don't remember her.
Why would you?
She might have had shoes on. I
Biggest
remember
day
her.
of my life. Why would you remember?
I remember you, and I remember your wife. I don't remember her.
You remember
it was
the
all about you.
bridegroom.
I'm kidding.
But she might have had heels on, too. I thought she wore flats at that
No,
height.
you met her. I introduced her. I brought her around. But, yeah, and she might have had the high heels on. But that's Brett's story, who he makes very funny when he tells it.
Wow.
But there's the husband just trying to jam the salmon chunks down the sink.
the sink
so
drain.
Brett, so Brett could, clean his mug and, brush his teeth and shit.
You better run the water a long time to get it out of the trap.
But
or that
he's like-
shit'll really start stinking.
He's like, why wouldn't she just puke in the toilet like everyone else? Right in the sink.
Yeah.
Right in the god-awful hotel sink.
The toilet is made for puking.
It sure is.
Hold on to the edges.
You get a nice
Puke
little,
right in.
Get a nice cold treat on your knees.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to lay that
Oh.
your face, on the cold tiles
Yeah.
to cool off a little bit in between
Oh.
puking.
I think I feel better now.
By the way, the only reason that your mic is on and off, by the way, Danny, is because people lose their minds because of the
typing,
the typing,
Yeah, no, I
and the
know.
mouse clicking.
No, I know. I was just gonna say one time. I think I understand why you would puke in a sink as opposed to the bowl. Sometimes there's no control of that coming up reflex, and the time spent kind of kneeling to make sure that all that puke is going to get into the bowl. Sometimes you don't have that time, and the sink the sink is considerably closer in that regard.
Well,
So-
that's emergency.
Yeah, because that's happened to me a couple times.
You're letting loose.
You know that she I don't talk about my older sister a lot, but she cured her night walking terror thing she used to do.
Night walking terror?
We don't like going to Florida because you usually stay with relatives, whatever, and they usually get an air mattress or the kids' room.
Mm-hmm.
My sister sleepwalks, and you try to tell her the next day, and she thinks we're fucking with her, and she will sneak up on people, completely fast asleep, and scare the living.
Wow.
And she's a little thing. Where
Set up a video camera.
People have screamed, like her own kids have screamed. Her own husband
yeah.
will be in his little office, like on the computer late at night. And next thing you know, he looks behind him, and there
like a
she
horror
is.
movie.
It's like a horror movie. First time I brought my wife down there, I refused to sleep on the outside of the air mattress because I was petrified. That is a true story. My own sister scares the shit out of me. And the first time we were down there together, we saw my sister run by like it could have been some kind of scene in a ghost movie.
Ugh.
Like, did we just see something?
Dude, I would fucking freak out. I don't like shit like that.
It is the scariest fucking thing. When she used to visit me in Huntington, I would prop things up against the door so
Lock
she
her
couldn't
in.
come in my room in the middle of the night. But I guess she's over that finally. Thank God.
It is creepy.
We were in the kitchen once late at night, and she came in and just was like...
No one ever videotaped her?
I wish.
Or anything?
But the sounds of, what's her name from what? The
The Exorcist.
The Exorcist. She would do those noises and stare at us. Well, not stare through us, talking about some kind of blue folder, and then run back to her room. Not walk back, run back.
Creepy.
Ghost shit.
Yeah, that's like a real live ghost.
That's like possessed shit.
Ugh.
There's a little Terry talk, my older sister. Backstage with
the
O&A.
twerp as Jim
Why are you
put it.
calling my sister a twerp?
I didn't. I said, why not?
She means
She's very
well.
short.
She means well. She's way nicer than I am.
That's not saying a lot.
That's why I said way nicer. Way nicer. She's got a heart of gold, that little thing.
She's nicer than Hitler.
4'8" or less equals midget. Oh, Dr. Steve. All right, so let's not start the rumor. My sister is not a midget. Thank
Right.
God. Close, though.
4'8" or less, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. David hates tuna fish. Backstage with O&A. Jim Florentine joins the program next. Later on, Jerry Springer talking about it, that stupid musical Chicago. Who gives a shit?
And Matt Serra from the UFC.
What?
Just who gives a shit?
Who gives a shit?
Great.
I'm going to tell him to his face. What are you doing?
How about we give Matt fucking like a couple grand to punch Jerry right in the face?
Oh,
Just to punch him through the windows.
Oh.
Hey, I know we're babbling, but I just want to get this out
That
there.
old sot just go right through a window.
Yeah. Punch his glasses into his skull.
I told Anthony this. Do
Yes.
yourself a favor if you haven't seen it yet. I'm not sure if it was on for the first time last night. Steve-O's MTV special.
Oh.
Holy shit. Holy shit. It's an hour of Steve-O just going, real bad and getting his act together. Ending with him being on Dance with the Stars. We all saw that. Supposedly he's been sober for a year.
Oh, good.
Steve-O got so bad that even the Jackass guys were like, what the fuck, dude? And those guys knew how to party, right? And Steve-O filmed himself in his apartment throughout this whole thing where he was addicted to what is it called?
Nitrous oxide.
Nitrous oxide. He was doing
laughing gas.
Laughing gas. He was doing one after another, after another, after another, after another, where he has video of himself in this MTV documentary, or whatever you want to call it, where he's shaking uncontrollably and talking like he's possessed. And then he gets into this major problem with his neighbor. You know when you get in a problem with your neighbor and you maybe knock on the wall real hard and stuff? Well, the neighbor was calling the cops on Steve-O like crazy because this guy was just out of his mind for a long time. Steve-O started with the knocking on the wall, then broke a hole in his wall, broke a hole into the wall of his neighbor's apartment, and then started shoving shit through the wall at his neighbor. Then shows him destroying his apartment, and it's an amazing piece of video because he filmed the whole thing when he was at his darkest. Definitely check it out. Okay. I don't know the name of it, but it's on MTV. Steve-O something, obviously, but you got to check it out. Amazing. I would love to talk to him about it.
Yeah, I passed that by last night when I was cruising the channels before I got to bed, and I figured, I'm too tired to watch this.
I didn't want to watch it either. I'm like, MTV shit for me.
I know, it's just...
for me, MTV has passed me by. They have a show called Phone. What is that about?
Steve-O, The Demise and Rise.
Demise and Rise. Are other people check it out yet?
Apparently.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It is amazing. It really is amazing. Because he filmed, like I said, he filmed everything.
He shoved speakers into the hole in the wall and blasted music.
Oh, yeah.
What a prick.
And then he gets, evicted, and he's got video of himself just destroying his shit. His own shit. Just, really? I'm evicted? Well, and then just smashing everything.
Very self-destructive.
Yeah. And then the intervention with the rest of the Jackass guys, and it's Dr. Drew gets involved. So it's worth a peek. Absolutely.
God for Dr. Drew.
But what, Phone? Could someone explain Phone to me?
What the hell is Phone?
It's Justin Timberlake's show or something that he's producing. Sam, you know what Phone's all about?
Yeah.
Of course he does. Sam's on the pulse.
It's like it's a reality game show type of thing where the deal is that people have signed up in advance and given their phone number and stuff, and that they're supposed to quote unquote randomly get a call. I mean, obviously it's somewhat more staged than that.
Yeah.
But it's just they have to go on all these go on all these missions. They keep getting phone calls, say, okay, now you have to do this, and there's movie style stunts and things happening.
Like a scavenger hunt almost.
Yeah, but there's exploding cars.
I saw a car flipping over like it was like they were filming an action movie.
The hell is that?
Justin Timberlake is the executive producer.
Now you still watch MTV and VH1. Is it a good show? Have you checked it out?
No, I'm not interested in that show. I mean, it's too much. I like the reality shows, but I don't need all these.
They're doing another Rock of Love with the broad.
I watched it last night. It's
with
good.
The bad lips.
Daisy.
Right.
Daisy of Love.
Right. Daisy of Love now.
Enough. It's about the of love fucking shit.
It started with Flavor of Love, and then Rock of Love Bus, Daisy of Love.
Ricky Rackman is the host of this one.
Wow. Okay, now I'll watch.
Ricky Rackman is a douchebag.
Yeah.
What is that?
That's Daisy.
It's a tranny.
No, that's Daisy of Love.
She's awful. There were some really, really hot women on Rock of Love, and do you think she's hot?
Yeah, well, I didn't really.
Jimmy, do you think she's hot?
I can't say her.
She's got the fake lips and.
Yeah, she's sexy. Absolutely.
Like a tranny.
Without a doubt.
That's why Jimmy.
She looks good on the new show.
I like more of a natural-looking woman.
Yeah.
Not the puffed up lips and the
whole
Botox in the face.
I know.
And the fucking
big giant fake tits and ugh.
Some boob jobs could be good, but not the ones where they're all
big ones.
Big, all tight. They take the shirt off and it looks like they still have the shirt on.
Horrible.
Or a bra on.
12-pack from I Love New York is on Daisy of Love.
12-pack.
Oh, God, what are these big... Look at those tits. Those are great, Danny.
Bad boob jobs, Danny.
Oh, that one went awry. That is the most cockeyed tit I've ever seen. One looks okay. The one on one side.
Did you... I got turned on to the Polish... This might be old news, but the Polish pop star sensation. She's 18.
Oh, right.
And as soon as she turned 18, all the porn sites grabbed her, and she's got like these huge natural breasts.
Pop her up. Let's see.
Do you know who I'm talking about, Danny?
No.
I don't know her name. Maybe someone can help us
Danny will
out.
find it.
Holy mother of God!
Oh my God, who is that?
And I'm past the big booby stage of my life now that I'm a gentleman. When I was a kid,
I'm a gentleman.
When I was a kid, it was all about the big boobs, but this brought me back to old school shit. I'm like, wow.
You sure that wasn't her on the picture? I saw a picture on the Google Images there, the second one in.
Yeah, I think that might be her, Danny.
How do you... Jesus Christ. Is that her?
It's a I don't know.
I don't know. Those are some giant ass tits on her.
And supposedly they're natural.
Come on. Come on. She's got cleavage like an ass.
She's got a website. Someone help us out with the website real fast. They got it over there, Ant? It's worth it before we go to break.
Let's see. So, what's her name?
Some weird,
let me see,
Polish name that's hard to pronounce.
If you look on YouTube, you can find that Steve-O show in parts.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool. Did you see it?
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Wasn't it amazing?
It's crazy. He's out of his mind.
I didn't realize he filmed all the time. He was just filming all the fucking time. So he went to MTV like, look, I'm sober now, but I got some shit to show you.
When he finally
MTV ate it up.
When he finally had the intervention, and it was because he sent out that mass email saying
he was going to kill himself.
Yeah, all right.
Show up.
Everybody show up. I'm going to do my stunt. I'm going to jump out my 25-foot drop onto concrete.
And he sent out a mass email saying, "I'm doing this unless you guys come over with like boxes and stuff to cushion the fall."
The fall, really? Yeah.
And then they all show up without cameras, and the jackass guys, they all like travel with their cameras, and he's like, "What the fuck? You guys didn't bring cameras? Fuck it, I'll film my own intervention." And then he starts panning the room, and you see Johnny Knoxville. They had to freeze frame this with a look of like complete disgust. And he just knocks the camera out of Steve-O's hands, and then the footage goes dead. And they had an actual intervention and did a 5150 on him. We all know the Van Halen 5150 thing.
5150?
That means where you can send someone to the psych ward for being a little cool.
Oh,
did a little 5150
against his will, kind of a thing.
72
committed
hours, my friend. And then they add time on as you're in there, by the way.
Wow.
It's not just 72 hours. It starts at 72, and then you do a little something like, all right, that's another few hours.
Did they play the clip of him on Carson's show?
Corollas.
Oh, it was Corolla.
Yeah,
oh,
right,
yeah.
He could not even fucking talk.
I'm going to fight you.
I'm going to choke you out of your consciousness.
yeah. Out of your consciousness.
That show was amazing. One of the best things I've seen on regular TV in a long time. It was a great hour where I was like, I wish they had another hour of this.
You know how happy they were that they finally had a reason to show all that footage that that they had?
Yeah, because I guess you can't really show it if the guy's still fucked up, because that's how we handle shit in this world. That's her.
Jesus Christ.
That's her.
The fuck is with those tits? They're giant.
Fucking her. That brought me back to old school
raven-haired beauty.
What do you think?
That is old school.
How do they
She
get
got
there,
a very
Danny?
old school look.
I gotta turn people onto this broad if they don't know her yet.
I have a link, but it's much too long. I'll try and figure out an easier way to do it.
All right, how about after the break, we'll figure out how to get to this Polish broad who's no more than 18, 19 years old with big, huge nostrils.
Yeah, didn't he flip Adam Carolla over in his...
Oh, yeah. And then he smashed his foot through the glass coffee table and was bleeding really bad.
Yeah, I'm bleeding.
No, he didn't even notice he was
Of course he
bleeding.
didn't. Why would he? Why would he?
Actually, Carolla had a nice line about, Steve-O had a couple glasses of, what did he say, Chardonnay? Danny, any luck yet?
Yes. If you would like to go to Google Images.
Her name's Doda? D-O-D-A?
No.
Oh, okay, that's someone else then.
I'm not sure how you actually pronounce this, but her name is E-W-A. E-W-A. Last name is what looks like Sonnet. S-O-N-N-E-T, which I'm sure I'm saying that completely wrong, but
so E-W-A
S-O-N-N-E-T.
N-N-E-T.
You put that in. You put that in some Google Images, and you will be greeted with a bunch of lovely, lovely pictures.
Giant titties.
Give me one more.
One more.
Yeah, one more big titty.
Which one would you pick out?
Animal picture.
Holy shit!
Look at that. That's silly. She has silly tits.
Come on.
She's very pretty, but
she's very busty.
Those tits are a little in the way.
Chesty.
Chesty.
Tits, right, Sam?
Definitely.
What do you like?
That's not me. That's a character.
Oh, I know, but...
Yeah, what do you like, though?
AJ?
Yeah.
He likes chicks with tits.
Of course he does. Tits. That word's got to be changed.
I hate that word. We did a whole bit on that.
I know.
Oh,
do the third one on there.
Ooh.
Go down. There, yeah. No, up there, yeah. Let me see the side view a little bit. Wow.
God.
Holy shit.
What would you do with that?
Tit fuck it. What do you think you do? Holy shit. You stick it right between there and
Those are so big, though. Like, it's to the point where I see huge ones like that, and I can't appreciate them for their beauty, because the first thing I think about is, like, I wonder what it smells like under them.
I hope she's very clean.
And then it starts to, like, freak me out, because it's all sweaty, and, like, it's probably, like, sticky like a kid's hand.
If it's sweaty and sticky under your ball bag sometimes, you got to wash.
We started the show off talking about how ass fucking is for the young.
Of course.
Big tits are for the young, too.
Yeah.
I mean, by 21, this is a disaster. I mean, she's out of the game by 21, 22.
Yeah. Those are going to be
short
fucking
career in the majors for her.
She could have them made smaller, like, what's her name there, that actress, big forehead.
Christina Ricci.
Yes, Christina Ricci. She had them reduced.
All right, we got a break. Florentine's been waiting for a while. Backstage with O&A. David hates tuna fish. Opie and Anthony.
And now, Backstage with O&A. Here is Primetime Sam Roberts.
I'm Primetime Sam Roberts. And Opie and Anthony intern David was recently panicking in the studio because it smelt of tuna fish. We grabbed him outside to get to the bottom of things.
David, you look disturbed. What's wrong?
That tuna fish just smells fucking disgusting. I can't do it.
What's wrong with tuna fish?
Yeah, I usually like tuna salad, but I don't like the tuna fish from a can. It's disgusting.
What's the difference?
Tuna salad has, like, mayonnaise and has, like, pieces of celery and onion, and it's more made up and it doesn't smell as bad. This tuna fish smells disgusting. It's all watery and gooey and gloppy, and it smells fucking disgusting. I felt like I was going to throw up.
With no other information to get and only 30 seconds of audio, we decided to chase David around the building with a can of tuna fish.
That's disgusting. I'm not smelling that anymore.
What's wrong, David?
I'm not smelling that anymore. I'm not smelling that anymore. I'm not smelling that anymore. We're going to keep walking away from it the whole time. I'm not smelling that. And I don't have to stay anywhere. You tell me to stay.
Where are you going? There's nowhere to go. What's wrong, David?
That's disgusting.
Just smell it.
No.
You're going to have to clean that up.
After throwing the tuna down the hall, David did eventually have to go back and clean it up. Because after all, he's really just a shitty intern anyway. I'm Primetime Sam Roberts, and this has been
Backstage with O&A.
Yeah. Fucking Florentine's killing already. He's been cracking us up. Jim Florentine in studio. Where are you going to be, Jim? JimFlorentine.com is the place to go for everything that has to do with Jim Florentine.
Yeah, the Manhattan Comedy Club this weekend in Middletown, New York.
You got that nice voice, you know that, right?
He always has.
Have you ever done anything with that good voice of yours?
I did it, when I was like 19, 18, I did some radio, and then...
Said, fuck that.
Well, you know what? There was one station in Jersey, this little local station, where they let you bring your own records in to play. So I used to have a metal show for like 4 hours at night, like 2 nights a week. It was great. And then they go, we like your voice. Why don't you do the mornings? We're going to pay you $100 a week. And it was an AOR, album-oriented rock, whatever, one of those stations.
Sure.
So I'm like, yeah, no problem. I said, I'll slip in some Ozzy ballads here and there. Like this, by the second day, I was playing, like, I threw an Aerosmith Dream on. Like, you can't play that. You're breaking the format.
Do that.
At 15 minutes, you got to say the weather and this. And at 22, you could talk for 30 seconds. I'm like, I lasted like 6 weeks and I was
just
done.
Never got it.
Never got it.
$100.
$100 a week.
Who needs that aggravation?
I was making $600 a week cash mowing lawns, and I left that to make $100.
To be a radio star.
And the only reason I made $600 a week doing mowing lawns, that my boss at the time, I was DJing in a rock club too, and I used to meet all these chicks in there, So he goes, dude, he was a single guy, he was an older dude. He goes, look, if you get me laid, I'll give you $1 an hour raise every girl you bring back to my place. He had this bachelor pad with a jacuzzi. So I'm like, really? He goes, yeah. So I started off at like $6 an hour. by 4 months in, I was making like $11 an hour. I was making more than the foreman that was there for like 20 years. Because I call him up like 2 in the morning. I got 2 drunk ones coming over. We'll be there in 10 minutes.
All right.
Bring them in the jacuzzi, bang them. It was beautiful. We make 11 an hour at 19.
That's fantastic.
Up your pay another $1. We were talking about tits during the break, and
of course we were.
Florentine came up with a great analogy about tits. Basically saying after 2 weeks you stop sucking on your girlfriend's tits, and I kind of tagged it by saying because then it just becomes creepy.
Creepy.
Think about it though.
It does.
First start going out, a lot of licking and sucking of every area on the person. That's it. Yeah.
But then if you really start getting into a real relationship, then the creepy factor starts, coming into the equation.
Yeah, I mean, you'll still eat a box,
right?
Because you gotta make up for the time lost when you don't last that long. But as far as the tits, I don't know. Jim, do you work on the tits?
I will occasionally suck them, but that's only if, because we're fucking, my face is there, and it would be rude to ignore them.
Right.
But I don't have a big tit thing. I don't really care about tits. I really don't.
I might twist it. Yeah, I might twist the nipples when I'm eating a box,
little bit,
just to keep her interested, because I don't hear any moaning coming out of her mouth, so I know I'm doing something wrong.
You might as well hear ouch.
If you're on your back and the girl's sitting there, they're good to reach up. Kind of do that if she's sitting on you. There are certain positions and stuff.
Here comes little Nicky.
But who? All right.
Little Nicky's coming down the hallway.
Serious exercise.
It's one of those things. Like if you've been fucking married for years, you would never stick your tongue in your wife's asshole. It just doesn't happen. That's another thing that kind of I think goes away.
Because they think you're a creep. Then all of a sudden they're like, "What's wrong with you?"
You'll eat box.
This was
you'll
fine
fuck,
when we were just dating,
shit like that. But if you're married 10 years, fucking shit, you're not sticking your tongue up that girl's ass anymore. Yeah.
Because then she's going to want to know where you got that from.
Yeah. What is that? What are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing back there?
All of a sudden, you come home and you start eating their ass. You're like, were you hanging out with Jim Norton last night? Where did you learn that?
Did you learn that from the Kahlua girls?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's if you never ate her ass. If I stopped, a chick would think it's a problem because I eat ass very quickly. So it's like if I stopped, there'd be something wrong.
Day one ass eater, Jimmy.
Fucking as soon as possible.
Oh,
I would actually have them just turn on their side in the car on the first day.
Yeah. At hi, what's your name? Ball.
Yeah, I'll eat ass immediately.
Some people saying I'm crazy. A lot of guys here. Says you. I've been married for years. I'll still lick an ass and the tits. Yep. Sorry. Eating ass, ugh, that just makes me cringe. Well, you're not a man.
Grow up.
A man cannot be a real man unless he eats an ass.
How do you cringe eating an ass? It's fucking, his wife's ass might be a horror show that you never know. Fucking a roid.
Hemorrhoids.
Oh, God, you don't want
hemorrhoids
nice
from a childbirth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's nothing worse than those. They're like chandeliers.
Oh, and fucking licking an episiotomy scar.
Have you touched a hemorrhoid with your tongue, Jimmy?
Please, the odds dictate I must have. Statistically, it would be an impossibility.
You just give up after a while, I guess. I don't fucking know.
Well,
I gave up so much on mine that I had to invite somebody else in on the scene. That ended my marriage. Oops.
Yeah, I don't know. Some girls have a problem with that for some reason.
I know.
Why?
It's like what? It's that delicate balance between having 2 girls in there and the newer one and the old wife one.
Yeah.
And how much time you spend.
Oh, I know. There's no rules. It's like, you went over the line. I'm like, what line is there?
Yeah,
There's no books on this. What you can.
Yeah, it's the attention thing, too, because it might as well have just been like fucking Thing from the Addams Family playing with the wife. Just one hand reaching over to say, hey, I'm still here and I'm acknowledging your existence. But every other part of my mind and body was totally concentrating on the other girl.
Of course. That's one girl used to let me bring girls home, and I was having sex with the other girl, and then she got all mad afterwards. She goes, "You were having sex the same way you do with me." I'm like, I only have one style.
Yeah, what am I supposed to do?
I've been doing the same thing for 22 years. I go 100 miles an hour, and then I blow a load, and I go to sleep.
Shit.
What do you want me to do? Change it up? If I change it up, you'd be mad. You're like, how come you're fucking her like that?
Yeah. Oh, that's something new. You don't do it with me.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
That's funny.
Yeah, you got to watch that stuff.
And then if you're on the other one too long, there's a problem.
Yeah, true. That's a big problem.
Then you have a problem when you get off her and go back to your girl and you can't get an erection. It goes down.
Yeah,
she wonders what's wrong.
Oh my God, what's wrong? And that could happen if you start thinking, you better keep this hard on.
Of course.
You better No, don't think about it anymore. Just fucking, I'm going to look at the other girl.
Did that ever happen
Why
to
am
you?
I looking at her? What,
that happened to you when you were fucking? You'd go back to the wife and like all of a sudden...
You go back to the wife and it's not, well, you know, it's still functional, but a little, not quite as hello!
Yeah, it's like a soggy 6.
Yeah.
You got to thumb it in.
Yeah. Thumb it in. Yeah, you got a balloon animal trick it.
Squeeze the base real hard and swell the head up.
Twist it around a couple of times.
Force it in, then fake a back injury and pull it out soft.
You gotta thumb it in.
Shit. There was always, at that point, it was, you know, no matter what you're doing with the original model, you got to look over at the new one. And that's okay. If you look and get that visual stimulation, it doesn't matter if fucking, you know, Ernest Borgnine's under you. Right. You just got that new girl you're looking at. But, yeah, if you really got to concentrate on the wife. And then, like, the kissing thing is done at that point.
Yeah.
If the wife or girlfriend, if you're in a threesome, wants some kind of that kissing, passionate love thing, it's like, no, there's another girl in here. This kissing thing is over, man.
Yeah,
it's fucking over.
Hey, Billy B in Queens writes, my wife was sick with diarrhea for like a week. I can never even think of going there again.
Oh shit! What did he do? Fucking watch her shit?
Yeah, you don't eat it right after she's done.
No,
you don't let her dry wipe it and then sit on your face.
Dry
diarrhea fucking shit smells horrible. even a man like myself doesn't go for that.
Jim would know. Yeah, it's one of those situations. Cleanliness back there is very important if you're going to dive in.
I don't mind a little stink. Like, I don't mind a little bit. I really don't.
I don't think you're ever going to not get some type of aroma coming off of it just because of the area it is. You know?
I never had the aroma before.
Never?
No. Maybe I don't open wide like you do.
Dude, the worst is when you open it and you know there's a log there just going...
Right.
blowing back in your face.
And you try to push it back in with your tongue.
Yeah,
I'll beat you.
It's fucking horrendous. You smell it, just reeks when you open it, and it's like there's got to be a log. I've actually felt a log in there when I fingered a girl's ass.
Are you kidding?
Yes, you've never fingered a chick's ass and then felt like a fucking like a little thing on the end. I've had that.
I never felt a log. No, I gotta say, again, the odds are with Jimmy.
Right, yeah.
Seen fucking more.
You never had shit on your dick when you pulled it out?
No, you know something?
Ever?
I no.
In my life, I have.
I never really examined it before all kinds of other shit would go on, and you know, once you come, it's getting wiped on the sheets anyway. So
yeah, well, you notice that. Like if you pull it out, and there's a little bit of shit on the tip, whatever. Well, that's what happens.
So what do?
You go and you wipe it off. You fucking, if it's on your dick, you shower real quick. You just wash your fucking dick.
Yeah.
Who cares?
And you were talking about your hatred of period sex for a while, and then you kind of
I will do it, but
a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I've always done a little bit, but I prefer not to. But you know, it's like, what are you gonna do?
I like it for the relatively carefree load shooting. You could do at that time, even though they say don't trust that, blah blah blah. But believe me, if half a fucking baby is falling out of that thing, I don't think you're going to save it by shooting a load of cum. Thanks, I was just ready to come out as a blood clot. And now I'm your son.
I was falling apart in here. Thank you.
I was falling apart. I was coming apart.
Right.
This you fucking embryo come apart like that.
Thank you, Daddy. You saved my life.
Kid's born with a red beret.
That's it does make a mess, but. One of those things. I remember once, I swear, it was from hip to hip, almost to my knees and up to my stomach.
Jesus.
It was just, I looked like I'd been shot in the gut. I looked like fucking from Reservoir Dogs. What's his name? Sitting there.
Tim Roth.
Oh, yeah, I'm dying over here. I'm gonna die. You're gonna be okay.
I've had like 3/4 of the bed bloody after one session. And I didn't know because it was what's that?
You'll bang on the rag. You don't care.
I'd rather not.
Oh, okay.
But I'll put a bag on. No, I won't. Yeah, I won't go in dry.
Yeah,
yeah, because at least it covers it. I don't want the blood in the tip
going in your pee hole.
Yeah. So I'll put a bag. But I didn't know that it was pitch black. The girl was fat, so I was trying to pretend it was somebody else.
She was a fatty on the rag.
Yeah, and I didn't know. And I was like, wow, this chick got really wet from me. And then when I turned the lights on, it was awful.
That's wet, all right.
Florentine's banged a lot of fatties. It's amazing.
What are you
got to
gonna
give
do?
back sometimes.
Yeah.
You know?
Got to call the
That's
wolf
good.
when you're done.
You like oak?
Well, dude, what was the fat chick? One of my favorite Florentine things is the fucking fat chick who you banged and said, "I'll be right back," and then took off in your friend's car.
Did you hear tires squealing out the window?
Well, no, that was one. We were at a club, and we were in the back of an alley behind the club, and she's like, "I want you to stay over at my house." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm going to stay over." And she's like, "No, seriously." I go, "All right, well, just go down on me now. Don't worry." I go, "I'm 24 years old. I'm going to last all night." So she went down on me, finished the job, and then my buddy was out front. The club was closed, and she had her car in the front. He did. I'm like, "Dude, don't go anywhere." She goes, "He's going with me," and she's pulling me into a car. I go, "Hold on a second." I'm like, "Don't leave." He's like, "I'm not going to leave," and he had his window open. It was during the summer. So I go, "Hold on." I go, "I forgot my wallet." I'm thinking, how can I get back to his car? So I go, "Hold on." So I go over to his car, and the passenger side window was open. I just dove in the window, and he sped away. He had a little Chevy Chevette. Remember those little Chevy Chevettes that only go like 20 miles an hour? And she started chasing us. We're going through a neighborhood, making left, rights, and we lost her.
What did she think is going to happen when she catches you?
I know.
All right, I'll fuck you.
Sorry. I fell into the car.
She's still... Imagine the feeling watching that car speed away with the taste that comes still in her mouth.
No, the guy kidnapped me like a ramrod. What the fuck is Coco, bitch?
My feet were dangling out the window.
The better ending would have been if your buddy took off at that second, though, as you're trying to get into his car.
I know. I'm like, please. I know.
You there.
I would have deserved it.
Fatty.
That would have been a real friend.
That's the worst. If you got to spend the whole night and you can't get out and you don't know where you are. I don't know if you've been in that situation before.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Like on the road and you're in the middle of nowhere and you got no ride until the morning till she gets up.
Oof.
Oof.
It's like House on Haunted Hill. You got to spend the night, survive the night, and win the money.
I never go to their house. There's always the hotel. I always have a car.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, fuck that, man. Fuck that. It scares me.
Oh, why?
I don't know. She can trust her driving, or she freaks out, or...
Yeah,
well, one time I had this one in my hotel. She was staying in town with a friend. I convinced her to let her come back to my hotel. So the friend goes, "Okay, fine, I'll pick you up in the morning." She was hammered. Both of them were. The girl didn't do anything. She just wanted to kiss all night. After like 2 hours, I go, "I'm done kissing." She's like, "You don't want to kiss me anymore?" I go, "I did for 2 hours."
Get all annoyed.
So I just threw her off, and we went to sleep. At like 6 in the morning, she wakes up, and she's like, "Hi." She's at an end of the bed. "Hi, what do you want to do? Let's go to Waffle House." I'm like, "Look, you got to shut up." She's like, "What are we going to do?" I go, "We're not going to do anything. Go back to sleep." She goes, "I can't. I'm up this early." I'm like, "Call your friend. Call her now." And she's not picking up. So now I'm stuck with this girl. I don't know where she lives. And she's just like, "What do you want me to do?" I go, "Just sit on the bed and shut up." "You're rude." I go, "I'm not rude." I go, I just went to sleep an hour ago."
My
Well,
lips
I'm
are
up.
chapped,
I go downstairs then. I don't care. So finally I just called the front desk. I go, "Look, you got an extra room?" He's like, "Yeah." I go, "All right, I'm going to put it on my credit card." I go, "Room 104. She went downstairs. I got her room. Just got her room for 2 hours till a friend picked her up. Dropped 150 on her room. I couldn't take it.
She paid for a cab. It would have been cheaper.
She didn't know where she was going. She was her first night in town.
Oh.
Yeah. And they wouldn't pick up. I'm like, "Call your friend again. Call again." And the girl friggin' didn't wake up till like noon. So I would have been stuck with her for 6 hours. I was crawling out of my skin. I just dropped 150 on her room. I go, "Just put her in that room. Do whatever you got to do."
Perfect.
Let's
see if I can write it off my taxes.
Yeah. Let's go to Andy. Andy, it's Opie and Anthony. Jim Florentine in studio.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking the call. Happy birthday, Jimmy.
Thank you.
Listen, I was doing this chick about, 8 years ago, and this fog, just this horrible stench just started coming out of her trap. And we didn't know what it was, and it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And so I was trying to be the good little soldier and ignore it. But finally, she's on top, and she's hitting me. And I say, look, when I was up there, I kind of met some resistance. There's something in there.
Oh, boy.
And she used pads, usually, when she had her period. And it turns out she had used a tampon at her school, like in an emergency from a friend, and forgot it was in there. And the damn thing was rotting. And this is like 2 weeks, after she finishes her period.
How small is your dick that there's room for a tampon in your...
Really?
And you?
Well, yeah. I mean, but she goes in the bathroom and she tells me what's going on. I'm lying in the bed getting the play-by-play. I am not coming anywhere near this just for the smell alone. And I'm lying in bed praying.
Thank you. Yeah, unless you're hitting fucking cervix, give up.
What the fuck?
That's what I say.
Your dick could fit in there with
anything with a tampon, you know?
What the fuck's wrong with you? Keep that story to yourself, my
What an
friend.
ass.
Hey, we're going to move on to the KFC story that we were supposed to do about an hour ago. You hear about this there, Jim?
You know, any of these
Something
chicken
with Oprah or
giveaways.
something?
Yeah, Oprah was giving away, what, coupons?
Some coupon. Here's what the deal was. I guess in the middle, end of April, somewhere around there, Popeyes chicken had a giveaway. They were giving away this, usually cost $9 and something cents, and they were giving away for $4.99 of chicken. And people were coming up, and they were saying, we're out, or we're not doing this deal. There were signs on the door that said, not honored here. And people were getting very angry.
They didn't want anything to do with
seen
the free
some of the
chicken
news
thing.
clips, and they're very, very funny. There's a common denominator throughout the...
What website did you see those clips on?
Something Mania. I think Something Mania. Started with an N. Yeah. It was. Ooh.
Are you all about the Popeyes chicken there, Jim Florentine?
No, I haven't.
Tried it for the first time last week. I can't stop thinking about it.
Really?
And I'm not a junk food guy.
Isn't that better than the KFC?
It's a bit different. They're both.
P. Diddy
unbelievable.
says it's better in his video blog.
Is it better? We should have
no
a little.
idea. Why would I care
How
what
about
P.
we
Diddy
get
thinks?
both in studio and try to figure that out?
I'm not eating fucking
One
any
time,
kind of that
man.
fried chicken shit.
And the biscuits,
horrible for you.
ridiculous. This Popeyes, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing with their
Did
chicken.
they deliver? Because I don't know if I want to go in one.
Well, that's what I was saying yesterday.
Yeah.
And
Chicken Delight used to.
And I meant it. I wasn't going for the shock. There's no Popeyes in white neighborhoods. And then
No.
a few people called and said, well, my neighborhood. But I've been around the block a few times. I've never seen a Popeyes.
Well,
in a white neighborhood.
any of the news broadcasts I've
Oh.
seen with the problems that they're having.
Why don't we go with...
wow, it was definitely in a certain area.
You know what? You mentioned the Popeyes giveaway that went horribly wrong. We got the news clips from Rochester. And Florentine's in
Okay.
here. We'll bring him up to speed, and then we'll find out what happened with Oprah's
Old
giveaway
Fro.
with the KFC.
Customers at the drive-thru heard this recorded message.
Sorry for the inconvenience, but we are all out of chicken and we are closed for the rest of the day. Thank you and have a blessed day.
One woman yelled back at the machine.
People have kids that they trying to feed for the special, and you mean to tell me that we can't feed our kids? Because y'all didn't order enough chicken. Y'all knew y'all was having this special almost 2 months ago. And that's...
You know what?
She waited 2 months for this special.
You know what? I had no idea until just now that she was talking back to the
To a recording.
Yeah.
They just left a recorded message, and she's talking back to it.
Y'all didn't order enough chicken. Y'all knew y'all was having this special almost 2 months ago. And that's wrong.
But no one was listening. The Popeyes on Lake Avenue was closed by dinner time.
I think that's bad because I'm sure hungry.
No chicken. No chicken? They just out of chicken.
I said I'm calling customer service now to see where there's another Popeyes at.
See where there's another Popeyes at. And apparently the Popeyes that was next closest, Popeyes to that place, also out of chicken. So people were a little angry.
Other locations ran out of chicken, too. The $4.99 special, too good to pass up.
I just left Penfield Popeyes. They were out of chicken there, so I ran to the city to this one, and they're out too. This is ridiculous.
How bad do you need chicken?
I know.
Got like Popeyes programmed in your nav system.
They probably got no money, though. They sound like poor people.
But you get
See, if you're broke, man, a free meal is a free meal.
You get an urge for a type of food, but after maybe 5 minutes, you're like, all right, I just got to eat at this point.
Let me
Fuck
tell
it.
you something.
Fuck
From some of the riding videos I watched, yeah, they're poor, but not all of them were. I saw a gentleman in a business suit in a nice car by that drive-in bitching about the same thing. Where my chicken?
He could have stolen that suit from a dead body.
All right. Could have happened. But
Could
probably
have just been come from court.
You know something? Damn, I should have thought that. I didn't even think of that. And there are poor white people, but I did not see many, if any, of the poor white people.
Ridiculous.
They should have the tractor trailer out back with extra chicken on ice, you know?
I was trying to feed my family tonight. Can't get that bucket in now.
Customers felt duped.
But they got to get their stuff together. You know, they put their advertisements on and then they don't show up for it.
I'm more disappointed than angry. You know, we've been looking forward to this day.
They advertise it on national TV. How you gonna run out of chicken?
Looking forward to a fucking chicken promotion. How dull is your
I
life
know.
when you're going, only 2 weeks left? That chicken promotion.
I was looking forward to it.
You got to be shitting me.
So that was the Popeyes giveaway.
That was the Popeyes big to-do with the chicken. And then Oprah decides she's going to do this promotion where Kentucky Fried Chicken, for years they've had this problem with the fried part of it. When people became health conscious of fast food, the Kentucky Fried part got kind of put people off. So they changed it to KFC, so fried isn't even really in the name. It's just KFC. Now they're going with this kind of broiled or baked chicken to really try to steer people back there and not think it's fried. So Oprah, in conjunction with KFC,
do you have to make a duty,
is
Jimmy?
doing a... Well, he's got a phone call, and he doesn't want us to yell cunt real loud, because we do that when people take phone calls.
Oh, my God.
If, God forbid, someone goes, yeah, hello?
Right.
Cunt!
Really?
They just start yelling. People are assholes in here. Oprah started...
This proves he's leaving the show.
That's it, yeah. What call is that important?
Speculate.
Anything. Any show is more important than this. Any fucking call.
You know
what am I saying?
Can I play our little song?
What song? Fry that chicken?
Everybody want a piece of my chicken. Southern fried chicken. Finger licking. Fry that chicken. Fry that chicken. Fry that chicken.
You hear me? All right,
digging
so,
that song.
So where were we at? The KFC.
So they had a
Oprah.
KFC deal with Oprah, where
Healthier
what you
chicken
did,
promotion.
yeah, there it is. It's Kentucky Grilled Chicken. Look how big they make the word grill. It's Kentucky Grilled Chicken. Because
No,
they
That don't even look grilled.
It looks very greasy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It still looks greasy.
Yeah, they fake you with that health shit. Like when they started introducing salads, and then someone finally, like a nutritionist, went into the fast food restaurants and looked at the salads and said, "You're better off eating the big."
Yeah, once you put a thimble of dressing on it.
That plus the croutons are deep fried, and they say, you know what, just eat the burger at that point.
Yeah.
If you're gonna eat a salad, you gotta, dip your stupid fork in the dressing, and then not eat the croutons and all that shit. No cheese.
No. You
Cheese,
pour everything on
bacon.
there. Yeah, bacon,
All
and
that.
little bacon bits. I'm just eating a salad.
Now, if they're using that the fine spices that KFC uses and throwing it on the grilled chicken, that could work.
Could be good, but it does still look like... It looks like they took Kentucky Fried Chicken and put grill marks on it.
Exactly.
There you go. It's fucking grilled chicken.
I would try that, though, man. I would eat that.
Let's go find that, because
Let's find a bucket.
I will be able to tell you first bite if it's healthy or not.
All right, someone get us a bucket of Kentucky grilled chicken.
Yeah.
It does look kind of good.
And get me a Diet Coke and some biscuit. No, that's all right.
Dirty rice from Popeyes.
Get some of them mashed potatoes and gravy, too.
And red beans and rice.
That shit's good.
These
Dirty
guys-
rice?
Dude, they're all over my Popeyes obsession. They're helping me out. They're saying you got to do the dirty rice and the red beans and rice or dirty rice.
Yeah.
All right, KFC, so Oprah.
So there was a problem. What Oprah did was she said she's giving away...
Fuck Oprah, by the way.
Language.
No. Fucking up our Twitter.
What'd she do?
She decided that Twitter's cool.
Oh. So now Twitter's not cool
It's
anymore?
not cool anymore.
Was it ever?
Well,
I think it's a way to kind of communicate and
it's a
plug gigs and things, but cool? I beg to differ.
It's cool if you're the owner. Going to sell it for what?
Almost $1 billion.
$700 million to Apple?
Yeah.
No, who? Apple?
Yeah, I think
Apple was talking about it.
Yeah.
Really?
But Oprah's got to just shut her mouth about all this stuff.
Yeah, it's going to be a biggie.
Keep stuff cool.
Well, she's probably in cahoots with the deal, maybe.
Probably.
Who knows? Well, the Kentucky Fried thing, though.
Yeah.
She decided she's going to give away some chicken meals, like two pieces of chicken, some taters, a couple of sides, whatever, and a biscuit.
Right.
And it's going to be free. You just got to print out these coupons.
Okay.
And that's where the problem started. People were saying they can't even print out these fucking things. And then when they printed them out, like, some of the stores wouldn't take them if they weren't printed in color.
Jesus.
So it became this big to-do. Like, they were doing anything. And then one store even got this idea. They are not accepting coupons that end in 1, 2, 3, 4. Realizing that every coupon ended in 1, 2, 3, 4 over the UPC code.
How could they do that, though? Because they're not
They just didn't want to
participating?
give it away. They didn't want people. There were lines. The parking lots were full, and these franchises are giving away the fucking chicken, I guess. And instead of, they might get reimbursed for that.
Yeah.
But instead of getting that, people coming in that would have bought huge buckets for $10, now they're just giving these piddly shit 2-piecers away, and it's taken up entire days where they're not making as much money as they could have made.
I'm sure you made a really good point, but
I think I tried.
But Hoffman in Virginia Opie, it's all about Popeyes mashed potatoes. It's got little bits of ham and jalapeno mixed in and topped with gravy.
That does sound good.
I'm
Isn't that
obsessed
fantastic?
with Popeyes now. No, I did hear you. So
Unthink.
You think when
Tasty unfried
you think these
tasty.
companies, when they see Oprah's coming, just go in panic mode? Like, what the fuck?
A lot of them are franchises.
You're putting us in a bad spot.
Oh my God!
Why are they fucking doing a funny dance on the KFC site?
Of course.
Look at the lady, the white lady doing the funny chicken, eating
and
chicken.
she's alternately eating drumsticks out of each hand.
I love
she should
their-
have double cocks in each fist.
And their slug line is unthink, taste the unfried side of KFC. But the problem is, if you go to KFC, are you doing a lot of thinking?
No.
No.
Not
Is that a
about
black guy?
nothing. Yeah, of course.
They wanted to have a black guy dancing, so they had to put a white lady.
Oh,
first.
but they got crazy, wacky businessman, white guy doing
White
a
guys
chicken
clucking,
dance.
right.
Goofy
All right.
white guy, not a black guy again.
Here's every racist dream. to
Wait,
just
where's the
have that
Chinese
on
girl? No
billboards.
Chinese.
That's
Yeah,
going to be
where's
an
the Asian?
animated avatar in 30 seconds.
That is going to be everywhere. That black guy just. He's got
Dancing
a
with the
drumstick in
chicken.
each hand, and he's doing a little dance.
Can we play the audio? Is
It
there
could be
audio?
the worst.
Yeah, there is
But you
audio.
see how the
Oh,
black guy also is like not going too. It's just right.
Yeah.
Not too
Is
gangster.
it?
Not too ghetto.
They had to do this to compensate for the black guys. It's wacky white guy.
No one's.
I want to rotoscope that guy out of there and use him in everything I send.
Yep.
That's fantastic.
Oh my God.
Oh, I know a certain website that's going to have that as every avatar. You're right.
That could be your branding on Mogulus.
Coke Logic. Popeyes has some pretty ballin' spicy.
Yo, that's ballin' spicy, yo.
Oh, well, they got the popcorn shrimp, but Popeyes Cajun fries fucking rule. That's Coke Logic.
Cajun fries, that does sound good.
Oh,
Very
good
spicy.
God. Good God. All right,
But there's been a problem, though, with availability. Some stores not recognizing it. Some stores closing and putting big signs on the doors. Just been a problem.
A big response at this KFC behind me in Glendale. They had a winning combination: hungry people, free food, and one thing I learned during this story: don't mess with people's free chicken.
You go to Oprah.com/KFC and download a coupon for this free KFC grilled chicken meal.
Millions heard the mouth-watering
That could be the other
announcement on
day
the
that she
Oprah
gave away
Winfrey
free
Show
cars.
yesterday, and the response has been overwhelming. Tons of people rushed to log on and download the coupon for a free grilled chicken meal at KFC.
We printed out 2 copies and then,
So you're going to go get your chicken.
free chicken.
This Kentucky Fried Chicken location at Glen Oaks and Grandview in Glendale was packed today with coupon holders trying to redeem their free meal, but not so fast.
They ran out. That's what happens. When they can't get enough food, that's what happens.
Oh, so that's how they controlled it?
Yeah, they said they ran out.
They ran out?
Something tells me.
Because this could just destroy KFC's business.
A little
I know
franchise.
marketing is good, but the amount of people that would respond to something like that could really hurt the bottom line.
For one day, but I think if people like the chicken, that's a whole new. I think the money you lose in one day, the amount of people buying that extra meal and who would never have gone there, could, like if the word in the street was the grilled shit's good, people who avoid that place would start going to it.
But are you going to come back, though, that they didn't get their chicken now?
Yeah, I know.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Maybe not.
I think they were just annoyed with the people that were coming in. It was the news footage I saw. The parking lots were packed.
Really.
And people were getting a little rambunctious.
For 2 pieces of chicken.
For 2 pieces of chicken.
Jesus.
It's like, look, I understand. I've been blessed with a lifestyle that affords me more than just 2 pieces of chicken if I'm hungry. And I understand that tough times are tough, but it's 2 fucking pieces of chicken.
It is. Look, when you were broke back in the day, I mean,
Yeah.
would you wait online for 4 hours to get 2 pieces of chicken?
Fuck no.
Not at all.
And I was broke.
Oh, absolutely.
Not at all.
Oh, my God.
Teen lives ruined, nude pics made public. Maury is the greatest showman on television.
Don't say that. Springer's coming in.
I don't care. Well, Springer better fucking step up.
Yeah, fuck Springer.
Springer hasn't had Wild Teens on in a while.
Let's tell him that, too. Right to
I
his
will.
face.
I'll tell him. Where are the Wild Teens?
That's right.
Yeah, Jerry.
Oh, my God. Popeye's Superior Biscuits.
Who's going to get us KFC?
Matt Ryan.
Did he make a run already?
Yeah, the only problem I'm anticipating is that they're not open yet. So they
hell.
might not be open until 10:30.
Aw, shit, yo. They
Cut the
better be.
shit, Dan.
No. Where, in Times Square?
Well, the closest one is up around the corner on 50th. So
okay, come on, it's Manhattan.
Don't they?
That's what I'm thinking.
Don't they serve breakfast though?
Yeah, don't they have
KFC?
a breakfast?
Oh, no. They got on the airport right now.
breakfast.
At the airport, they got.
Yeah, some deep fried mess for you.
Yeah.
Some nice fried shit for the fucking breakfast. Really sets the mood of your day, the tone.
They call it stroking a can.
Yeah, but when you travel, that's all the options you got, and then you got the gurgly stomach at 8 in the morning.
You jumping on a plane.
Oh, it's
with
the
that.
worst. Just praying you don't have to shit.
You wonder why we're a nation of fat fucks.
Yeah.
It's because the airport, but McDonald's and Dunkin' Donuts. It's like, why not have one fucking healthy place? It's all shit.
Mm-hmm. Newark's actually gotten better with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still got a bunch of them. But yeah, I was just on a plane from L.A. and I had a gas. I was holding in my fart for 6 hours because I was in the emergency exit row on the window, and the two people that were sitting next to me were sleeping out cold, and I didn't feel like waking them up.
You'd have woke them up.
To get I almost shit my pants. It was awful. Wow. And then I was letting little ones out. You know when you can let a little out where you know it's not going to smell?
It diffuses through the air enough?
Yeah, just to pieces where so I was just creeping them out a little bit.
Yeah, but sometimes those are lethal too, man.
If you feel
there was one that I did. The guy was out cold like this with his head down. He popped up like he got some smelling salt under his nose.
He thought an engine blew.
Do you remember my first class farts? We were flying. We both got upgraded. We both got upgraded to fucking first. We were going to L.A.
Yeah.
And those fucking gas. They were fucking putrid. Putrid gas.
Sometimes a little squeak could be horrendous.
We were in those first two, the bulkhead seats in first class, the first two seats, and the whole first class reeked. People like, oh my God, like walking by, and we're like, you think they know it's us? Meanwhile, we're the only two idiots, like in Black Sabbath shirts and shorts, and we have the paper in front of us giggling. You see the paper shaking, like you think they know it's us? Yeah.
Dude, they were these type. They were these type.
Oh, yeah, that wasn't bad.
And fucking Florentine
was the heat.
I dropped
why
one.
are some farts warmer than others?
Bacteria.
That is the weirdest fucking sensation.
Yeah, it's
when you
nice.
feel that warmness hitting the back of your leg, you're like, oh, this ain't going to be good for nobody.
He was in the bathroom, and I'm fucking dropped one of them, and the lady took a spritzer and spritzed outside the bathroom door because she saw that he was taking a shit.
Wow.
Yeah, she thought it was me, so she started spraying the door while I was inside.
Thought it was coming through the door?
Yeah. I didn't even have to go. I had to go in there just to laugh. I couldn't hold it anymore.
Fucking smoke alarm goes off.
They were fucking horrendous farts.
Yeah,
horrendous.
Wow. And then we were leaving. I remember we were waiting to get off the plane. I'm like, Jim, you got one more? He's like, yeah. I'm like, just drop one more. He's like, I can't. It's going to be brutal. I'm like, please, just one more, please.
It was. We were all standing there. It's one of my great regrets in life that I didn't do it. But I was afraid that it would be so disgusting that they would like take my frequent flyer status away. I
don't think they could do that.
Yeah, they can if you're a disruption on the plane.
I thought the TSA was going to be waiting for us when we got off.
Dude, it fucking. And one time, this fucking flight attendant walked by, and we're both sitting there giggling, and she knew it was us, and she actually went back and got the spray and spritzed right by our seat, the air freshener.
Oh, how embarrassing.
Yeah.
How do you sit there the whole flight when
That's all we
everyone
did.
knows
6-hour
you
flight.
two stink? That's fantastic.
Yeah.
You hear the guy behind us that kind of go like that.
Oh,
You
getting all mad.
Yeah,
I gotta smell this shit all fucking
spend $2,000 for this flight.
first class parts.
One time, me and Kenny, when he was Dice's road manager, and I got upgraded, and I'm in like the window seat, and he's in the window seat in first, and the people wouldn't switch with us because they both wanted their aisles. So Kenny just leans across and starts talking. How do you think the flight's going to be? Do you think we're going to get there okay? After fucking 5 minutes, the woman sitting next to me took a pillow and just threw it at him and said, here, switch seats with him. I didn't pay $2,000 to listen to this. She threw a pillow at Kenny.
And then he said at one time he told me that like the plane made a little noise. He goes, "What was that?"
Yeah, he did that.
Oh, he's the worst.
Yeah. What was that?
What an asshole he is.
He loves turning around in his seat and talking about near misses that he had in his past while you're flying.
Yeah, that's always fun.
He's a creep.
I love him.
That
God
bump
damn, that's
back
funny.
there just reminded me of the time when we were in a death roll over Denver. I swear to God this happened to us. I'm like, Kenny, shut the fuck up.
We were
all
upside
hate flying
down
to
for a
begin with.
minute.
Right. And he tells it like he would talk about some fond memory.
Oh, man, that's funny.
Oh, the second part of the KFC story, we should just get it out there.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta pee.
People are thanking Oprah, but isn't this just a marketing gimmick? That's what this is labeled as.
A sign went up midday telling customers that location would no longer honor the coupons and to come back tomorrow. A foul disappointment for a famished lunchtime crowd.
Yeah, we were hungry. And it's free.
And Oprah is very generous. This is a blessing, but is KFC going to honor the coupons when we come?
A KFC manager told Eyewitness News they stopped honoring the coupons because they were running out of supplies. But after a couple of hours, the store began taking the coupons again, the manager saying KFC headquarters would be delivering more chicken later in the day.
It's not fried, it's grilled.
You got your
And then, I got my coleslaw and my mashed potatoes and my biscuit. And I'm styling now. So, I want to thank Oprah for putting this out there.
And we called Harpo Productions about this. They referred us to KFC. KFC released this statement saying, quote, "We have seen overwhelming demand for this offer, a testament to the popularity of Oprah Winfrey and the excitement around the introduction of Kentucky grilled chicken. The first day of redemption has resulted in some longer than usual waits, but we expect that issue to smooth out over the next few days."
Wow.
I just don't understand why people think that, like, Oprah had this great idea and was like, you know what I'm going to do for my viewers? I'm going to give them free chicken. No, just KFC was just like, hey, how can we get the word out? Like, let's pay Oprah a lot of money.
It was probably Elo's idea.
It probably could have been.
Yeah.
Who knows?
That was like Elo's idea.
There was a problem with it. Of course it was.
It didn't work. So
it's not Oprah's generosity. It's business people doing business.
I know. Like Oprah isn't fucking buying this shit.
How are people that like just retarded that they can't see right through it?
Yeah. But the more important thing, is it really that bad to say that black people really like fast food fried chicken? Is that a bad thing to say?
I don't think so.
Because, I mean, between the Popeyes thing and this, I've seen a lot of black people on these lines. And the news reports, there's one news report, there is not one white person in it. And they talked to a good 8 people. And they were very angry. Do you think the news does that on purpose? Because some people would say the news does it on purpose.
Part of it is, though, like white people would see a line full of black people and just not get on it. Let's be honest. As white people, you get uncomfortable. Like, you're afraid there'll be a problem. A lot of white people would see 10 black people waiting in a line and go, I'll come back tomorrow. Yeah. They wouldn't go on it,
Or they just wouldn't wait on the line.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
They were just like, I don't have time for this.
Yeah, it's just something.
Usually free shit sucks.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Usually.
Unless it's a blowjob. Free blowjob is normally fantastic.
Unless it's a fat chick that wants to take you home.
That's a good point.
We go back to the farting stories. We got a pilot, Victor from Baltimore, on the line. Victor.
Hey, guys, how you doing?
Hi, Vic.
Hey, happy belated birthday, Jimmy.
Thank you.
Hey, listen, I got a funny story.
Hold on, everybody. Victor has a funny story for everyone.
You certainly have set
let's
this
get ready
up.
for a funny story from
All
Victor.
right.
We love a funny story, Vic.
Mr. Florentine, are you ready for a funny story, courtesy of Victor?
I'm buckling myself in.
All right.
Hold on.
I will deliver a funny story for you. Was taken off out of Philadelphia, and we were no more than 10 minutes into the flight, and I took a walk back to the bathroom to, do my deal. And as I was passing the passengers, I stopped by this woman who was eating the greasiest burger I ever saw. And I said to her, you got guts because, this bathroom gets full pretty quick. And it was like a 3.5-hour flight. Well, about 25 minutes later, the flight attendant dings us up and says the passenger in that row totally shit her pants.
Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah! Oh, no! Oh, no!
It was true, and it gets a little funnier. We actually had to mark off...
Goddamn liar!
You guys suck.
You're a liar!
No, it's true.
Excuse me, but I do believe that sucked ass.
Shut up! Shut up!
All right, guys, see you.
All right.
Down goes Frazier! Down goes Frazier! Down goes Frazier! Frazier!
Best sports call ever, I think.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Do you believe in miracles?
Nah, that was...
corny.
Yeah. Fucking, do you believe in
Michael's corny?
Nah, but fucking... Down Goes Frazier was just raw. That was just a shock.
Yeah, that was terrific.
He couldn't believe Frazier was down.
Hey, we got the fighter coming in.
Where's Matt Serra? Is he here yet?
Matt is coming in, right? Matt Serra
He's
and
here.
Jerry Springer. That hack.
I gotta piss badly. I'm gonna run to the toilet. I have to
take a little breather.
What? But all right.
You can play it. I have to take a
Well, we were talking about Kenny So why don't we do a little backstage with Kenny? Remember he's doing that disco demo?
Oh, I certainly do.
Well, Sam got to the bottom of it and got the PD of the Strobe to listen to Kenny's bad disco demo. Yeah.
Wow, this is really inside.
And now, Backstage with O&A. Here is Primetime Sam Roberts.
I'm Primetime Sam Roberts, and on the Opie and Anthony show, Club Soda Kenny revealed to the hosts that his dream was to be a disco radio DJ.
Coming up next are my hairy bush favorites, the Weather Girls. It's raining men, y'all.
He made a demo, and we decided to take it to Geronimo, the PD of SiriusXM's disco channel, The Strobe, and get some feedback.
What did you think of Club Soda Kenny's disco demo?
It was a little bit rough. Did he say hairy bush favorites?
Yes, that's exactly what he said.
I don't know. It's kind of that would kind of scare the Strobe audience a little bit, referring to Weather Girls as having hairy bushes, But
the way he sees it, maybe it'll bring in a whole new audience.
Hey, very well, but the audience we have will go. They'll just leave.
We're getting ready to hit the town in our favorite pair of crotch huggers. And if you run out of moose, just drop a load in your hand and slick back your hair with that.
The one thing we try not to do is step over the vocals, and he was all over it, all over the vocals, and goo and dropping loads and stuff like that. I don't know if that works for the channel.
Do you have anything positive to say about Club Soda Kenny?
The one thing I could say about him is he's 100% honest.
That he is.
Yeah.
After a scathing review from Geronimo, we found Club Soda Kenny to give him the bad news.
I have some bad news.
What?
Geronimo did not think that your demo was something he would put on the air.
His loss.
Are you giving up on the dream?
Going country.
All right, well, good luck with that.
Yeehaw! Going country? As always, Kenny is full of surprises. I wonder if he'll be able to work the first syllable of country into some kind of clever pun. I'm Primetime Sam Roberts, and this has been
Backstage with O&A.
We got lots going on. Opie and Anthony. We got Jim Florentine killing right there for everybody. And if you want to see Jim live, jimflorentine.com. Manhattan Comedy Club tomorrow and Saturday, right?
Friday, Saturday, Middletown, New York, yeah.
All right. And, you got a lot going on. You still doing the Eddie Trunk show?
Yeah, we're doing the metal show. We just finished season 2.
New episodes?
No, season 3 will start in September.
So you got a season 3.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And I'm doing this movie with Jenna Fischer from The Office.
Oh, really? For real?
Yeah. I just got a part in it.
Nice.
A big part?
Big part with her. I got a big sex scene with her and a couple others, yeah.
Look at you, man.
Yeah.
Very cool.
You have to play a guy who comes quick.
And we got a real man in the studio.
Matt Serra.
Yeah, these guys make us look like fucking what?
We are. Whatever you were going to say, we are that.
That's why I think I stopped myself. We like to feel like we're cool, and then we have guys like you and Matt, and then we realize our place on the food chain.
And Matt, you're fighting. When are you fighting? I know you're promoting the pay-per-view. It's Saturday, May 23rd, 9 o'clock. The headline fight is Rashad Evans and Machida.
Yes, and on the co-main event versus Matt Hughes. And we got history, the whole grudge thing going. I don't like the guy. You guys watch any of the Spike TV or any?
I
of
didn't see the Spike show. No, I love the fights though.
Yeah, we coached versus each other on season 6. I knew him for a while, and this is XM, right? I could say he's a cock, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yeah, he's not a good guy. No.
Yeah,
Not at all.
Wait, why isn't he a good guy?
Man, I mean, you know what? I mean, some guy, it's like a level of success in anything, and the guy, I knew the guy. I've been fighting since 2001 in the UFC. I knew Matt Hughes for a while. He used to be an okay guy, he's like a farmer and whatnot. But, the more success people get, it's like any kind of field, but a little bit worse with the fighting because you got a lot of guys kissing your ass. So it could definitely blow up your head. So once upon a time, he might have been a good guy, and then next thing you know, his duty don't stink, and he thinks who he is, and he's walking around. Now he's preaching the Bible. He's a weird dude.
Just
not a big
just
fan,
kick
man.
his ass.
Not a big fan, dude. And in this game, I don't know how many guys you met that fight in the UFC, whatever, but most of the guys are cool dudes. And
I would say every guy we've had in has been just unbelievable to us.
Every one of them has been fucking nice.
We've had,
pretty cool.
We've had Liddell.
And they'll twist your fucking head off.
Couture was in here.
Rampage.
Everybody's
Love
cool
the
in there, man.
Rampage.
Rampage
Love
is funny.
the Rampage.
Rampage is a character.
He's hilarious.
But,
what shitty eyesight he has. He's fucking. He doesn't have glasses, and I saw him in Vegas. I'm like, you did the show I was on, and he's like, come here. He's like, oh yeah. He's fucking like blind as a bat without his contact lenses.
Who's he fighting next? The governor?
I never knew he had contacts.
Yeah, how about I just blow up his spot? Just stand 3 feet away, and you got Rampage beat.
No kidding.
I didn't even know he wore contacts.
Yeah.
And we have Matt and Jerry Springer's down the hall, but we also have to comment about. We got to do this carefully, I guess. The KFC chicken.
Hey, look,
thing.
this is what happened. Oprah had a big KFC promotion. She gave away a bunch of KFC. This new KFC grilled chicken, as opposed to their original recipe and extra crispy, whatever the fuck. So we decided we're just going to do a little test. Ran out to KFC, grabbed a bucket of this KFC grilled chicken.
I saw a commercial for that.
Yeah. No, it's supposed to do. You know what it is? KFC's trying to get away from that fried thing. Everybody who's health conscious is like, let me maybe have some grilled chicken. So they put out this grilled chicken. So we're like, all right, let's give it a run and be honest about it.
And Oprah is not. Oprah is certainly not being honest. Here's the deal with the KFC grilled chicken. Is it healthier than the regular fried chicken? Absolutely.
Don't know.
You don't think so?
Tell you the truth, I don't know. I don't think so.
You taste it? How did it taste?
It tasted.
They all taste great.
Did it taste greasy as shit?
Greasy as a motherfucker.
I'd never clean my hands. I went into the bathroom and scrubbed down the grease that was on my hands. Here's the problem. This grilled chicken has the chicken skin on, and anybody that knows anything about health, chicken skin is probably one of the worst things you could eat. One of the worst things you could eat.
Fats in there, and
so you can't really say that people are eating something healthy if the skin is still on the chicken.
Look at the grease in the bottom. I can't. How do you fucking grill chicken and get that much grease out of it?
But we thought it was the fried stuff. We weren't even convinced. We're like, no, this is fried. They got the wrong chicken.
Yeah,
we got fried.
We were convinced they got the wrong chicken, but they didn't.
I'm still thinking we might have the wrong chicken.
No, it has the grill marks
chicken,
in it.
It doesn't look like that.
It's impossible to grill chicken and get that much grease on it. I had two sides. I had potatoes and Lipitor.
I've been dieting for 3 months, man. It looks pretty good to me.
Can you eat that stuff now?
Nah, I can't eat. I'm eating like chicken and brown rice and not that kind of chicken.
Dude, let me tell you something. I'm not saying anything about the taste. It's fucking fantastic tasting.
That's what I'm saying.
But don't try to say it's not, that it's any better for you than any other fucking fried chicken.
I had 3 pieces. I loved it.
You had 3 pieces?
I loved it. But
I had one little leg and then some potatoes. They were pretty good.
And if you want to eat healthy chicken, it's got to be like chicken breast. I didn't see one chicken breast in there. I saw some thighs and what else?
Thighs and legs and fucking, the
drumsticks.
A chicken face.
A chicken. I think I ate some chicken lips. Deep fried chicken lips.
2 feet, an asshole.
Yeah, so it was like.
I don't know what Oprah's doing because. Unless we got the wrong chicken, that is not much healthier. And Ann's wondering if it is even healthier at all.
Yeah.
Than their regular stuff.
I don't know. Apparently some, I guess a health site, bodybuilding.com, a forum, was talking about it. I have to get the site up. I have a very slow computer over here. But I guess they weren't saying very good things about it.
Really?
Yeah.
What is Oprah doing? Yeah, I mean, she's quick.
Wants everybody to be as big as she is.
She's quick to beat the shit out of anyone that is not representing themselves properly on her show. And now she's doing this huge promotion where the chicken isn't not so healthy.
What, is she on the commercials or something?
Well, she gave away, like yesterday, she had a big giveaway that whoever prints out a coupon at their house can go down and get 2 pieces of chicken for free. And it was like a riot down there at the KFC.
Nutrition facts on the thigh: 180 calories, 4 grams of fat, and 440 grams of sodium. Josh in Philly says it's much better.
Do you ever get to like just binge and eat shit, or are you constantly looking at yourself?
What do you mean, like after my fight? Oh,
yeah,
man, I flux, dude. I'm Italian, man.
Do you like?
I like the pizza and the pasta is my Achilles heel, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I gotta shoot, man. I could become a chubby Italian guy real quick.
Do you start looking at yourself like in between fights and going, fucking gut?
Dude, I'm opening up my pants sometimes. It's bad. I'm sitting down. No, I'm a regular guy with that, man. Then I started training over, this is like a 3-month training camp, man. And I just had a kid, man. So my wife was pregnant and I was coming off an injury. So that's even worse, man.
Wow,
I was like an all-time, I was like the worst I've been. But then, I mean, now I'm in phenomenal shape, man. I mean, it's 3 months, you know. But after this, oh, shoot, man. May 24th? Forget about it.
What's the first thing you'll eat? I treat myself after TV or something, and I'm not comparing myself to the shape of a UFC fighter. Let me clear that up.
How many calories are in asshole?
What I'm saying is, though, like, once in a while, if I have to eat healthy because I have to, I will, and then the first thing I want to eat is like a dessert. Like, what's the first thing you want to eat when you're done with the fight that you could just shove food in your face and not give a shit? What's the one thing you look forward to?
I'm gonna say pizza. I'm gonna say pizza, and then close by pasta. You know, rules. Some eggplant rollatini, some gnocchi. I can keep going.
So what do you eat while you're training?
Like right now, I'm eating like 6 times a day, but I'm eating like basically what really, man, I'll tell you, that really a diet that works phenomenal is I have 6 ounces of chicken with 3/4 a cup of brown rice. Then you could always knock it down to half a cup depending on how chubby you are. But you have that every 3 hours. Eat that every 3 hours. Sometimes I'll supplement that with a protein shake, with a whey protein shake with a 100-calorie English muffin thing. But the key is the fucking, I can't believe it's not butter spray.
Right.
Yeah, that's great.
Dude, otherwise it's dry as shit. And my father-in-law, Cyril, he's right off the boat, man. He makes the shit in his backyard. He makes the cayenne pepper. Am I pronouncing that right? So it just makes spicy and it's moist. It's
that butter
stuff,
shit
man.
he's talking about, the spray on butter, rules.
Phenomenal.
Oh, no, saves it, man.
Because you still get a little taste of the butter without.
It's really not healthy for you at all.
It's not.
It's basically putting plastic in your body, but it does give it the flavor, though.
Yeah, you're
if
not
I showed me 3 months ago, and I mean plastic or not, it saved my ass.
I spray that on my girlfriend's pussy before I go down on her.
That shit's great with corn. Because you could just like spray that on there and not have to worry about it dripping off. I remember being a kid though and just taking a big fucking forkful of butter and then you just smear it on a cob of corn and salt the shit out of it. It's like now you think of that and go, what the fuck?
Yeah, now you're having a heart attack.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Matt, Todd has something for you. Matt Serra in studio from the UFC. Todd, what do you got for Matt?
Hey, Matt, I was wondering if you invested in any new shorts. Got rid of them little hot shorts you were wearing.
What?
Well, what exactly does that, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly, Todd.
Every time I seen you on Spike, I love rooting for you. I hope you kick Hughes' ass, but, I mean, you got to wear some longer shorts or something.
Dude, I mean, what are you talking about, like the old retro shorts, man? I've been fighting in the UFC since 2001, so we used to wear, like, the tight shorts back, like...
Why are you bothered by his shorts, Todd?
Yeah, man.
What are you looking at?
Really? My ass, bro?
Really, man?
Bro, we got some questions for you. What's up?
No, man. It's just so obnoxious. It's like you can't help but not notice. It's like you go to watch a fight and you see the guy wearing, like the underoos or whatever. It's just like, oh, man.
Yeah, man. I tell you the truth, man. I don't think I wore that since maybe 2004 or something, but... Thanks for following my career. I appreciate it.
He's like, you can't help but notice. That delicious cock. It jumps out at you. It calls my name. Don't look at it.
I appreciate it, and my cock appreciates it.
Hey, you ever get a good fucking nut shot to yourself where you're like, because I see you guys fighting, and some of the holds are like, I would just tap out because my nuts would be getting squished.
Nah, man, you probably got some really big balls. I don't know, man.
Huge fucking big
Italian balls. You wear a cup and it's not a problem.
Yeah,
man.
not bad.
Are nut shots legal in the UFC?
No way.
But accidentally,
there's actually a lot of things that aren't legal.
Well, that's what I wanted to get at, because when you said you've been with the UFC since 2001.
2001, I was there since Super took over.
You've seen a lot of the rule changes. When we first started watching UFC, it was like there was no real tapping out. It was like, holy face.
They implemented like 31 fouls, man. I mean, it's different than back in the day. That's the biggest thing. I'm trying to get it legal here in New York. I'm trying to do my part. They want to set. I mean, come on. It's legal
Boxing
in 37 states.
Town.
37 states, man.
I think it should be legal in New York, but that boxing is a tough nut to crack in this city.
I had the fight in Canada when I lost the belt to the same guy I beat for the belt, the George St. Pierre. I fought him in Canada in Montreal at the Bell Center, dude. 22,000 people booing, chanting, "Fuck you, Serra." You think I like that? I could be at the Garden, man.
They could sell they would sell out the Garden in a second, but it's not about that.
Dude, Nassau Coliseum's 5 miles from one of my schools. I mean, give me a break.
So, are you happy with the rule changes, or wish they'd go old school?
No, it's way better now, man. That back then was a spectacle. It wasn't a sport. It was a freak show.
When you saw that, like Dan said, when they got down to the elbow over and over again to the guy's head.
No, we're still on the elbow, but still.
Yeah, but without the tapping out.
It was so much more brutal. Like you just saw that fucking elbow to the nose, and it would just go bam, and I don't know. Ref would just be like, "Yeah, okay, let him go."
Yeah, but it's way more professional now. It's a sport now. I mean, there's weight classes now. Back then they didn't have it. It's totally. It's almost like you can't even compare them. It's a totally two different things. You know.
We're learning about you. Someone is saying you're the guy that broke Corey Hart's leg. Is that true?
No, man.
Okay, I want to make sure.
The one guy's looking at my cock, and this guy thinks I'm
a guy named Spanky wasn't sure.
Nah, Spanky.
What was
wasn't me.
What was the worst injury you got?
Well, I mean, in a fight itself.
Yeah.
Man, I'll tell you, I never.
Any broken bones or anything?
No, you know what? I bruised my ulnar nerve, but that's something I did to the other guy. Like my last fight when St. Pierre took me down, I cracked him with an elbow, and I was just numb from my hand down. I couldn't feel anything in my pinky and my ring finger and whatnot. I was kind of screwed for a little bit there, and I just had to. But I mean, as far as like. I just had some lacerations and shit, like some stitches and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
I never got anything.
Do you give the stare down when you're gonna fight? Do you give the horrible stare, or you're not trying to do anything? But do you keep the eye contact?
I'm not gonna like break eye contact or anything, you know.
Yeah, you look pretty intense, actually.
Yeah, he looks like a fighter.
You look like you'd be a problem, man.
A
problem.
Yeah, you look like you'd be a problem.
Yeah, like you're talking to his chick in a bar and you don't know that he's with her. He went to the bathroom.
Shit.
You know, when he comes up.
No, the worst is
it's gonna be a problem.
Hey, I was just leaving. What a good idea.
The worst is if you come back and Matt's talking to your chick.
I know.
Now you got to go like, all right, dude, whenever you're finished. She's with me, but if I get you to a drink.
Or just text her, look, I'll be in the car.
It's not like I look like Chuck Liddell or anything. A big guy with a mohawk with tattoos on his head. That's a scary looking guy.
Fucking Liddell, when he breathes, when he comes in here.
Oh, yeah. Like a bulldog.
You think you're getting like a sick phone call or something.
Yeah.
And we had the Russian dude, too.
Fedor, yeah. We talked to him for like an hour, but through the translator we had him.
How the hell that go?
It was intense.
It was great, yeah.
We wanted to make sure that they were translating things perfectly.
That could be a problem
so
right
Fedor
there.
doesn't think we're saying something different and then all of a sudden kills all of us.
Yeah, that's funny, man. I can see that being a problem.
Yeah, I think you're great turns into you're a fucking asshole.
Right.
And he's putting his fist through your face.
And the interpreter, he seemed a little hungover, so I wasn't sure if he was willing to do his job perfectly that day.
We had fucking funny. Patrice here. It was me, Bobby Kelly. So it was like 3 comedians, and it was like, is fucking Patrice going to get us all? Because he has like Russian guys with him, like sitting on the in the chairs in the back. He's got like 4 Russian trainers and
they barely
lawyers.
cracked a smile.
They didn't smile once. I think one of us hurt ourselves, but they all kind of smiled a little bit.
You grew up around Uniondale, I guess?
I grew up in East Meadow, man, right next door to Uniondale.
Yeah. So known as kind of a tough neighborhood. How was that?
Well, in East Meadow, we used to have something called Mitchell Manor, which was had a lot of the Army kids in there. So,
Mitchell Field over there.
Yeah. So we had, you know.
Get into a lot of shit though growing up.
You know what, man? Anybody that knows me in high school, they know the deal, man. I'm just lucky they made fighting into a sport, man.
Oh shit, really?
Out, man.
Oh,
thank God.
Yeah.
No, it's a legit sport and everything. But I'm saying,
you like fighting though, like you always were a guy.
It's almost like you know what? I'm not into any sports, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was watching Kung Fu Theater, Bruce Lee with my father doing Kung Fu as a kid, and other kids are playing Little League. I didn't do Little League or nothing like that. I wrestled a little bit. I kind of enjoyed that in junior high, but I was always into the martial arts, and then when this came around, it was just, oh man, this is awesome. This is for me.
Are you the guy in a conflict? Because they always say in a conflict, right? Both guys normally are looking for, like in a street conflict, both guys are looking for a face-saving way to walk away. Normally, They said the guy you got to worry about is that one guy out of 10 who really isn't looking for the face-saving way to walk away. Like, he really wants the fight to happen.
I mean, especially what I've learned growing up in Long Island, and I'm sure that you guys that are from Long Island or anywhere pretty much, but man, dude, the winner, I mean, what's that saying, man? And I had this happen to me plenty of times where man, you just got to walk away at this point where the winner goes to jail, the loser goes to the hospital, or something like that. The loser goes to the hospital, the winner goes to jail. I mean, everybody's a fucking tough guy till you smack them, man. Next thing you know, I'll call the cops. It's like, dude, I thought you wanted this. And that's what happens, man, especially in Long Island. You get some fucking tough guys.
Every 7-Eleven parking lot on a Saturday night is a fucking ring.
You know?
It's just people brawling all the
guys,
time.
Man.
I came out of a 7-Eleven once with a buddy of mine. This is going back fucking 20 years, I guess. Jesus Christ. I come out of a 7-Eleven. He's got a 6 of beer in his hand. And some guys are just standing there and go, wham! Just knock it out of his hand, and it cracks all over the sidewalk. And I'm just like, I just want to get the fuck in my car and drive away because these guys are going to kick my fucking ass.
Yeah.
And my buddy's like, hey, you motherfucker, what the and I'm like, now I can't just leave him to get the shit beat out of him. So you jump in there and just got the fuck beat out of me. And I'm like, what? I just came for beer. I didn't say one word. I didn't look at anyone sideways. And I wind up just fucking, I'm fucking
But you know what, man? I mean, last time I got into I'm 34 now, man. Last time I got into a street altercation, I was 26, and we were over in like the 5 towns, and I was on Broadway driving a couple buddies. And this guy just cut us off, and the guy got out. He's a big guy, man. Big Joey Buttafuoco wannabe, Stunt double, Joey Buttafuoco. He comes out, I get out, I go, look, man. I go, you're going to get embarrassed in front of your girl, dude. Get back in.
Shit.
The only problem is, I'm up to his cock. I ain't a tall guy. I'm the size of the gym. So the guy's a big guy, and he came towards me. He wanted some. I took him down. I gave him one shot, man. And he had my shirt, too. I gave him one shot. I cut him. What does he say? Call the cops! What the fuck, man? I thought you wanted this.
You're the one that came over.
Dude, I got out of there. He got my plates. I got sued. The guy said we all jumped him. We tried to put his head in the door like I'd have a thing of The Sopranos. Dude, it was brutal, man. It cost me close to 10 G's and a lawyer. And
holy shit.
I had to miss a fight for it. It's just like, man, for what, man? The guy wanted something.
Yeah, he walked toward you, right?
The
guy
said that he goes, somebody handed him something and I hit him. I caught him. The guy
my fist, you asshole.
Dude.
No one handed me. God handed me something. My fist.
What is this, pro wrestling? Get a foreign object in the ring.
I try to remember that anytime somebody's acting like a tough guy. It's like, man, this is the next guy that's going to sue me.
He wanted to win. He didn't want to fucking. He didn't want to end up, knocked out with his eye laid open.
Man. It's funny, dude.
You get people that try to challenge you a lot, though, even now that you know you're a fighter.
You know what, man? I get nothing but support from, especially in New York, anywhere I go. Ever since the Spike TV show, I get a lot of support, man. Everybody's. I haven't had one, asshole.
You don't get anyone in a club knowing you're a fighter.
What, man? Like, I don't hit the clubs too much anymore. Like, I'll go to like a bar or something if my friends are getting something going on or something. But it's not like, again, back in the day where I'd be out a lot, So, but when I do, I usually get nothing but support, even from the bouncers.
Right.
Everybody's cool.
That's a funny ass line, though. I don't want to embarrass you in front of your girl.
That's great.
That incites the fight more.
Totally.
That definitely gets it. Like, even if the guy was going to back away, now it's like, you brought my girl into it.
Man. I think if I looked like Quentin Jackson or Chuck Liddell, maybe the guy would have said, you know what? The fact that I was up to his fucking belt buckle.
But what guy is going to go back to the car and goes, he said he didn't want to embarrass me in front of you, and I understand.
If a guy says that to you, if a guy goes, look, I don't want to embarrass you in front of your girl, you got to go, wow, appreciate it. Let me just. So if he would have turned around and went, all right, look, fuck it, man, you would have just let it. You wouldn't have hit him, right?
Yeah. Well, I even got out.
Walk away, faggot.
But you got to whisper that shit to the guy though, because then the girl hears, I'm not going to embarrass you in front of your girl.
Yeah, I tried to tell him nice.
But you got to whisper look, dude,
tell him nice.
I'm a third-degree black belt.
But then the girl's like, what did he say? The girl usually starts it because the girl's like, she's mad, and then what did he say in your ear? What do you say to that?
Dude, man, I don't know. The guy
What, did the girl start it, or was
Nah,
his
she was.
chick?
His chubby wife was in the car.
She was probably hungry and she wanted to go.
Yeah. They were like a big Yukon. I was in my old Altima, man. I was like, look, man. Listen, dude. I go, come on.
I got to jump in.
I was actually not even mad.
Okay.
I was like, come on, dude.
Well, I just got to jump in because it's getting a little weird. But Matt Serra, we got your next sparring partner coming into the studio.
Yes, Jerry.
We set this up for you.
Oh, this guy's used to some action, though.
Just to see what Jerry. Jerry Springer.
Oh, man.
Wow. This is very different. We got Matt Serra, basically a trained killer, and Jerry Springer, who's doing a Broadway show. This is like wonderful. Sit down, Jerry. What are you doing?
Yeah, we got a mic over there.
Is it the first time you've ever done radio?
It's the smallest studio that we have.
Okay, now where's the camera?
What camera?
Right? There it is.
Oh, you want to say hi to the camera?
Oh, this is radio.
Yeah, just radio.
Yes.
It's only radio, Jerry.
Oh, okay.
We're not on TV.
Then what did I dress up for?
Broadway. Exactly. What are you,
Good
what
Lord.
Are you doing? Now, Jerry, I saw you on. I saw you in Rocky Horror on Broadway.
I'm sorry.
Yes. No. You were like a narrator. It was fine.
It was,
you fit in very well there. What? You're in Chicago? You're in the.
I'm in the musical Chicago in London this summer.
In London.
Yes, in the West End there.
All right. We do get to London.
Oh, you got to see.
Yeah,
By the end of the show,
you sing and dance in it, Jerry?
Yeah, I play the Richard Gere role, Billy Flynn. I'm the
Can you sing?
Male lead there. So, boy, it's raining out there.
I want to.
You not even close. Not even close.
You got to sing a line from Chicago,
I can't,
Jerry.
I can't. No, well, you know what? I'm under my contract. I'm not allowed. I'm not allowed to sing.
All right, you can sing any song then, Jerry.
Oh gosh,
a line
no.
or two.
I can't. Mine totally hoarse.
How about a little Frank Sinatra?
I've heard Jerry
Sinatra.
Frank Sinatra again.
Yeah.
I've heard you sing before, though. You kind of put out a country album a few years back.
Well, when I sing, people really get involved because they have to guess where the notes were supposed to have been.
Is that it?
So everyone's yelling out, B flat, that's a C. So it's kind of good. It's audience participation.
Yeah. Now, what do they call you up and say
they were
just
drinking.
Kind of want you?
Actually, they saw me on Dancing with the Stars, and that's how it came about.
See, one thing always leads to
Is your show on in London or no?
Oh, yeah, it's been on for 18 years. There.
Oh, all right, so they all know you there.
Well, they must love how gentlemanly people treat each other on your program.
Yes, they have those Americans.
Yeah, you ever? Yeah, I know you've said it before. It's what it is. The show. It's a freak show and stuff like that. But do you ever wonder if people around the world are kind of looking, going, "This is why we hate"?
No,
the country.
I've saved the taxpayers a lot of money, particularly in defense spending, because when the rest of the world, the show is aired around the world, and so when the rest of the world sees our show, they no longer want to take us over.
Is that if they don't want to be in charge of the
right? So therefore, we don't have to have spend as much on defense. This is great. Oh, yeah, everyone said that. We're not going there. So our shores are protected.
Very good. Thanks to you.
We send these drones over various countries and drop tapes of our show.
Yeah,
we're watching.
We're
watching Maury in studio right now.
Oh Jesus,
Maury's on our TV.
Yes.
Do you want to fight Maury? Where are you at with Maury?
No, Maury's a good guy.
You guys want to do a cage match?
He would beat the whatever out of me.
He's 70, Jerry.
Yeah. Well, I'm 65, and he's an athlete. He's a great golfer, by the way.
Yeah. So I hear, Mr. Mopo.
Yeah, but he's we're owned by the same company, and they're moving all of us to Stamford, Connecticut.
Right. That's what we hear. You're all going to Stamford now. Are you worried that the audience that you get in Chicago is going to be a little harder to get in Stamford, Connecticut?
Well, it's really New York audiences.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So plus, there's the college campus is there. No, we're not particularly.
Well, I've noticed a certain audience that you do attract, Jerry, and Stamford isn't really.
Well,
what are you busing them in? How are they going to get there?
The what?
How are they going to get to Stamford?
Stamford has roads.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure of that.
I just read in the paper yesterday.
The thing is, the audience needs
they got
cars.
The ribbon cutting. They have the ribbon cutting tomorrow.
From what I've seen, your audience probably doesn't own cars.
No, but there is a bus that goes.
Oh, okay. You're going to bus them in?
Yeah. Well, actually, the audience are mostly college kids.
Yeah.
Not the guests, but the audience is.
Yeah.
So, you get
that is true.
Yeah.
And the guests, probably cheaper accommodations. Put them up at the, the Stamford fucking
and there's
Holiday Inn.
We bought a trailer park there, so
there you go.
It's going to be perfect.
It's like a farm for your show.
You're gonna get all your
Well, we've been on for 18 years, so we're starting to get the kids of the original guests on now, which is wrong because these people were told not to procreate.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's no excuse for that.
What works well on your show these days? Because we were talking about Maury, nothing even works.
No, Maury.
We were talking about Maury. Maury's doing these goddamn paternity tests every other day, and then when he's not doing that,
Jerry
he does something which I like, which is the Teens Gone Wild.
Yeah.
I like the Teens Gone Wild show because they're provocative and a little sexy.
Yeah.
When you look at that, are there shows that work very well and you kind of do them over and over?
Well, the shows, no.
You never
our
know.
show. Well, our show is really different. In other words, it's totally tongue in cheek. It's not based on the subject matter. It's based on the personality of the guest. I mean,
and that kind of changed over the years, though, because your final thoughts used to seem very sincere.
You don't think they're sincere?
Now I don't think they're as sincere. I think you're trying to put a Band-Aid on a gaping, sucking chest wound at the end of the show in 2 seconds.
Because as you get older, let's face it, I have no shot at going to heaven. But, maybe at the very, when you're before the gates, you can say, yeah, but remember my final thought?
My final thoughts. I gave final thoughts to make everything better. I saw the other day a chant that went, kiss the goat, kiss the goat.
Yeah. So you don't find that on Oprah.
No. And there was a goat on stage.
Yeah.
And there was a goat on stage, Jimmy. Yeah. And someone actually came from the audience and kissed it. What's going on?
Well,
what the hell is going on?
We don't like to discriminate against goats. I think that would be wrong.
So goat Americans are welcome on your show?
Absolutely. We have this policy on immigration too. So, come on in. If there's a heart, we welcome you on our show. Preferably human, but not exclusively.
It doesn't have to be. No. Yeah, you've turned it into the freak show of you had the guy without the legs who would walk around on his hands scaring people. Various freaks are just kind of walking around the stage now as you have other people
we don't
arguing
do so
and fighting.
Much of that this year. We did a lot of it last year.
Oh, is that you cut back on that one?
A little bit.
No more half man?
He's not on the show this year.
Why?
No, Kenny.
No.
You got too many complaints.
No. Actually, we didn't.
Nightmares?
You
having nightmares, Jerry?
We loved having him on because,
the guilt got to you in the middle of the night, Jerry?
Of course not.
Jerry's there going, my treasure. My treasure.
No, it's like a lot of people get employed on our show, which normally wouldn't be employed.
Except
it was a job. He loved it. And that's God's truth.
Yeah.
He loved being on the show, and it was like, wow. And he's had fan base, a lot of, he got a lot of mail.
But there's a problem there because he's not back.
Oh, yeah. Well, a lot of people on our show that only for, no one's on
rotate through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Must have been easy. He doesn't need a dressing room. You just throw him on a shelf.
Jerry.
He's a little guy.
Jerry didn't like that one, Jimmy. Jerry didn't like that one.
He's small.
Jerry went,
Now, you definitely seem to
have standards. You know who you're talking to?
Yeah, really. Look at the show you're on. Standards, we have none. Steve's show.
Yes.
Steve, of course, was one of the bodyguards, the security guys on your show for years, and now he's got his own show.
Yeah, I'm one of the producers of that.
I figured you had your hand in there, Jerry. Figured you had your hand in that one because he seemed to have learned a lot from his time spent with you.
Well, what can you learn from being around me?
Breaking up fights between people.
His is a much more serious show.
It really is.
His is a serious show. Again, ours is a circus, and his is they deal with real issues.
You know what happened? I think if you look at something like professional wrestling, and when they were trying to say that it was legitimate, and people were just like, "Come on, get the fuck out of here." And then they finally came out, and Vince McMahon said, "Look, no, this is sports entertainment. We know the results. We're having fun." And you kind of came out, and as all these talk shows were really trying to be very serious, you did come around and say, you didn't quite say it, but it was obvious that you're just having fun. It kind of became a parody of those serious shows, and you are still there when a lot of these other shows are gone.
Well, because we have a niche. They were real talk shows. Ours obviously was a whole put on.
You started out, though,
for the first 2.5 years.
Yeah.
And actually, we fell into it because about the second or third year, I made the decision that I wanted the show to go young. I wanted to go after Ricky Lake's audience rather than Oprah's audience, because there were 20 shows trying to be Oprah, and Ricky really was the first show ever to go after young people. And by that I mean high school, college. And so we decided, just as a business model, why be 1 out of 20? Let's be 1 out of 2. So we went after her audience. Now, young people are much more open about their lives. And so we had young guests, young audience members, young subject matter. And it became wild. Then when Universal bought us, they said, from now on, you're only allowed to do wild. So this is the truth. We're only allowed to do outrageous subjects. If someone comes on our show with a warm, uplifting story, we have to pass them to another show. Yeah, we're not allowed to take them.
Did you find you took?
That's the rule. That really is the rule under contract.
When you did a relatively serious subject matter those first couple of years, and then started getting a little sensationalized during that period, didn't you take more crap from people saying that, oh my God, this is terrible, than you do now when people know it's kind of it's what it is?
Yeah, I think when it first came on, it was shocking to see that on television. Now, frankly, it's not shocking anymore. And now we've just become part of pop culture, for better or worse.
And do you find you're competing with the internet? Because shocking it's very different these days than it was when you first started with the show. Now you could pop shit up on the internet that is truly shocking.
Yeah.
Do you find it hard to compete with that?
No, I just think we have a niche. I think it's the kind of show, I'm not saying it'll go forever, because at some point I'm going to say enough, but it's really a kind of show that could go forever. You couldn't have 20 shows like ours.
Right.
But you could have one show on television like ours that is so off the charts that you just say the name and you know immediately what the image is and what. I think our show, that's why we're lasting. We found a niche. It's not because every day we come up with a phenomenal subject or we found this great guest. It's just that, it works. And therefore, we just keep doing it.
What was your favorite guest of all time?
It's a lot of guests.
Well, I mean, you had the guy that cut off his own penis, right?
That probably was the...
That has to be right up there.
That was the... because he was being... stalked by a gay guy, and he didn't want to be, so he figured the gay guy would now lose interest if he no longer had the body part.
What the hell ever happened to a restraining order or something? Right. Isn't it different routes you could take? You want to take your cock off?
Well, trust me, he strains now. But
it's a tough one.
Any other guests come to mind that really made you go, wow?
No, because that'd be disingenuous if I said it, because the truth is, you can't be a grown-up in today's world and really say, oh, I'm shocked that happens. Just read the newspaper every day. I could pick up any morning paper, and by the time I reach page 7, I have 50 shows. So there's, so no, nothing is really shocking in today's world.
I know you've had, obviously, very successful with this show and other ventures and stuff like that. But do you ever look and wish you might have gone in a different direction? And what I mean, and don't take it the wrong way or anything, but just have more credibility than you have doing the Jerry Springer show? Do you look at successful talk show hosts, late night hosts, and think, I could have done that. I could have had that credibility where when I do walk into a room, it's not like, oh, there's Jerry Springer, the circus ringleader. You have a little more respectability.
Maybe when it first started going crazy, I would have had that thought. But the truth is, today, look at the life I've had. I mean, I wouldn't have gotten on Dancing with the Stars.
That's kind of an end justifies the means things. I mean how you really feel, not where you ended up.
Because I don't think there are many people anymore that don't understand that I do other things too. I don't feel that's the real truth.
But personally, you know what it is? It's like, I understand how other people think, but personally to you as
I love
guy
my life. Because I just devote 2 days a week to the show. The rest of the week, I'm doing everything else, mostly political, but also other show business stuff. And, I get to do the musical Chicago. I get to host America's Got Talent. I get to, I do a late night show in England.
You keep up to date on politics and you.
Oh, that's what I spend most of my time doing, to be honest.
Yeah, because a lot of times you would think you're so busy just looking into what next freak show is going to be on the show.
I don't see. That's it. I don't do anything on our show.
All right, you'd fit in here well, too.
Yeah.
You want to be our producer?
Now we're going to know Matt has to go. Matt, where are you going?
Oh, man.
What's going on here?
I don't know, man.
And Jerry was just about to kick your fucking ass.
Yeah, I thought you were.
I said.
Oh, man.
They're kicked on that Maury show.
No, that's saying.
I don't know. Where am I taking off?
I don't know. That's what they're telling me.
I guess they're calling me, man.
God
Guys,
damn.
thanks for having me, man.
We thought
Hang
you
on
would
there,
put
Jerry.
you guys.
Don't move.
Jerry, would you let Matt put you into some kind of death
Yeah, right.
Oh, no.
Guys, thanks for having me, man.
Hold on.
May
Thank you.
23rd,
Give him the plug, man. Give him the big
Fuck, I
plug.
didn't know Matt had a lead.
Matt Serra is fighting on May 23rd at it's a co-main event. The event is Rashad Evans versus Machida, and you are fighting against Matt Hughes.
Yes.
It's a grudge match. Have you guys fought how many times?
We never fought.
Oh, you
man.
haven't fought?
Nah, man,
Opie's
it's a
cousin,
big
right?
build-up.
Matt Hughes?
Yeah,
Yeah.
my cousin.
Yeah.
And they used to be friends, so this is going to be a really good fight to check out. One last question, Pierre. Are you going to fight him again?
You know what, man? I think it's really bad luck looking past anybody, man. Matt Hughes is a future Hall of Famer. No
Okay.
matter what I think about the guy personally, which I think he's a jerk, skill-wise, he's a dangerous guy, and that's who I got my sights on. And after that, we'll see what's up, man.
Okay.
Hopefully, I'll be back in here hanging out with you talking about
Doesn't
it.
it
Yeah,
hurt?
definitely.
Doesn't it hurt when you get punched in the face?
Yeah, man, but it hurts a lot being in that rat race in the morning, you know, going into the... I was driving in here today, I'm like, I don't know how people do this every day.
I don't know,
That
traffic
hurts
and
more.
a punch in the face. I'll take traffic.
Yeah. I sit in traffic, too.
Man, I hate traffic.
Yeah. Oh, gosh, we're not moving.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Exactly.
But
man.
now off the break.
How good does it feel?
man.
How good does it feel to fucking unload and belt somebody in the face? That has to, especially when you know you can really fucking hit hard.
Man, that doesn't suck, I'll tell you. No, that's fun.
It's gotta
You know,
feel
That's
good.
one of the
It's fun.
pleasures of the job, you know?
It could be a
You
problem.
guys probably get to eat at some restaurants free or something. I get to hit somebody in the face. It works out well.
I'd rather hit somebody in the face.
So would I.
You know
I'll
what I
pay
mean?
for my
I think
food.
at some point you always kind of want to
Hey, when
do
things
that.
don't work out, you could be security on our show.
Oh, there you go.
man.
Yeah,
Punch your ball.
the new
So this is
Steve.
perfect.
Yeah, shaved
Who
head.
knows? You might hear from me. All right, hopefully things go well my next fight. You won't be hearing from me, but still.
Hey.
Awesome, man. Awesome to meet you, man.
Very
awesome
nice
to meet you.
Come
guys.
on
Thanks for
back
having
there,
me.
We'll have you
Meadow.
back, Matt.
Thanks, man. Good luck.
Absolutely. Matt Serra.
Thanks,
Take care,
man.
Good meeting
From the UFC, UFC.com for info. Thank you, Matt. We'll see you again, definitely. All right, brother?
Here he goes. You don't want to tangle with him.
All right, Jerry, you're lucky.
Yeah.
You're lucky, Jerry.
He was shaking. He was nervous.
Oh, yeah, he was.
shaking.
You're lucky,
He
Jerry.
says, I hope Jerry doesn't stand up.
They saw Springer and went like, "We got to get our guy out of there. He's got to fight, and we don't need him all beat up."
Yeah, because you don't want you know he's
Absolutely.
you don't want to get hit by one
You
of my wrinkles.
You see how Jerry is on his show. Whenever it starts mixing up, he jumps right in. He doesn't take his cards and back away as security jumps in the fray.
Yeah, nice.
Nice. Show what you want.
Yeah, nice move, Jerry. Why don't you get in there?
This is what I love about you too, Jerry. The fight will break out. Jerry will slowly back off and look at the fight like, oh my goodness, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you were the ones like throwing the chum in the water.
Yeah. Well, what part of me looks stupid?
I understand. Believe me, that was not a criticism. You're a genius when it comes to that.
No,
I've seen the show numerous times.
I'm pretty much of a chicken.
Yeah, huh?
And he said politics.
Yeah, you're into politics. Where do you? I obviously kind of forgot about your political leanings. What would you consider yourself? Conservative, liberal?
No, I'm liberal.
You're liberal,
Yeah.
all the way, right down the line, or
yeah, I'm sure there
few
one or
issues.
two issues, maybe enough. But I think I'm not running from the label. Yeah, I think you would classify me as phenomenal.
Where you at with the waterboarding then? That's the big issue these days.
It's torture.
He's doing it on his show next week. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm asking Jerry Springer about waterboarding. What an idiot I
You do
am.
waterboarding to get answers. You do waterboarding to get ratings.
Yeah, that's true. There you go. Maybe they just
you don't do it to try to get
Well,
some
Obama's
information.
stance on the whole thing. Do you agree or disagree?
Is what?
His stance on the whole waterboarding thing.
Well, I think he's right.
You think he should have released the documents, though?
Here's the point. I'm not suggesting. I don't know. How would I know? And none of us truly know that aren't involved in the business. I don't know exactly how effective it may or may not be. But the fact is, if we are fighting for the idea America, then America has to stand for something. Otherwise, what are we fighting for? Just a piece of earth? America is a special place. I think we really believe that. And so, therefore, we have to have some principles that we're not going to violate. If we're going to turn out to be like every other bad actor in the world, then what's the point? Why is this so special then?
Yeah, but they're cutting off heads. We're just putting them underwater for a few minutes.
I'm not suggesting that's a good idea. I'm not saying those guys are good, but you know what? We've been a pretty great country for 2 centuries without doing that.
Internment camps, during World War II, we did some pretty heinous things.
I'm saying we haven't done.
This
hasn't been perfect.
Rose-colored glasses kind of a thing. Civil War, Andersonville.
Aren't perfect, and those things are wrong, and we have to correct them. Just like this waterboarding isn't perfect, and therefore we have to correct it and not do it anymore.
I think in an ideal world, it sounds all good and fine, but I think in the world we live in today, we do need extreme measures. But I'm not talking lopping people's heads off, public executions, things like that. Things like waterboarding, intensive interrogations. I think that is a necessary evil that we have in this country that we need to protect ourselves as a nation.
I'm not suggesting there aren't going to be some terrorists in the world that do just the most absurd things. Mm-hmm. But for most countries in the world, if we don't become a symbol for some sense of here we draw the line, even in war, these are certain things you don't do. If we say whatever goes, whatever is in your interest, go ahead and do it.
There's a middle ground.
Lines. Well, no, that's what this whole argument is about.
Right.
Either we take a strong stand against torture or we don't. If we say, okay, for our sake, torture is okay, then every other country in the world can say the same thing. Well, in this case, we thought torture was okay. And I'm telling you, you be a parent of some kid that's being sent overseas and they get captured. Forget it. I know some people have had their heads cut off, and there's nothing funny or bad or good about that.
No.
But most of our soldiers, that doesn't happen to. And you want to change that whole... Look how many years we survived on this planet as a great country without having to do that. Let's stand for something. And by the way, if you say, well, we did it because we wanted to save someone's life, we send our young kids overseas to get killed in wars to protect America. Mm-hmm. Well, wait a second. If we say these kids can be perhaps killed, then what's wrong with the rest of our citizens saying, you know what, we have to sometimes put our lives at risk, too, for principle?
I think, honestly, to be honest, I don't disagree with what you're saying about principle. The only thing I could say to that is the military is a voluntary thing, and they're given training and weapons, and they kind of know it's coming because they're soldiers. I mean, they're a different breed of people than civilians who are being kind of attacked randomly because they're defenseless. The only disagreement I would have about torture, you don't want to see America doing shit we preach against. Yeah, but the game is so different now, whereas they're looking to do nothing but attack and kill 3, 4, 5, 10,000 civilians at a clip, and time is of the essence. So it's like, how do you balance that?
When I take a look at all the years that America's been in existence, it isn't like we get attacked every day.
But you're willing to cash in a few thousand lives for the ideal
the idea that we wouldn't. Because that's assuming that if you waterboard somebody, you're going to protect America. I'm sorry, the evidence.
But we don't.
Well, they thwarted an attack in Los Angeles.
Us sitting here, we don't know.
And most of the former CIA guys, etc., they are all, they're all coming out now and saying no.
Well, they're the ones that are speaking.
Yeah, that it isn't right. That it isn't effective. That they don't get information that they didn't otherwise have. And so.
And Jerry, soldiers are different to me than I agree with soldiers and foot soldiers and infantrymen. I think that's a little different than a guy like Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, who is the number 3 guy. I think there's a difference on the guy who's plotted 9/11 to get information out of him. Because he's the guy that would know.
We keep setting up this one example. There's this one guy that, what would you do if you knew that he was ready to give you information that would save America? Well, you give me that hypothetical, fine. Because you know what would happen if we would have a policy against that? But yet there's this one person that you knew if you did it to, you would really save America. Then you know what the truth is, despite our discussion, they're going to do that anyway. And if it turns out that they're wrong, they're going to go to prison.
That's actually a valid point.
So, we're having this, not just in this room, we're all having this discussion, which is just purely esoteric. The fact is, if America has to be saved, they're going to do what they have to do. But I think it's very important, as a matter of policy, we say, no, we're just going to stand for something. Otherwise, let's say there are no rules anymore.
What length would you be comfortable with as far as interrogation of terrorists, known terrorists, go? Just talking, a smack, sleep deprivation.
See, I don't think we need to have a particular list, and certainly not you and me deciding it, because you and me don't know. You and I don't know. I'm not trained.
But there are some people that wouldn't even agree with yelling at somebody in a room. Like there are people that are way off to one side.
Let me go on the record. I'm in favor of yelling if it saves America.
All right.
All right. So you're not so liberal.
I'll say it
wow.
here. You heard it.
Stop the presses. Stop the presses.
I say yelling is okay.
Heavy metal music?
Yeah, but without going into individual details, because I'm not equipped to tell you what exactly works and doesn't work.
Very honest answer. That's
yeah. I think we should just say torture, and then we'll get the experts can get into discussion about what that really is, because you know what happens when you torture people. They're so scared. Those that it would work on will just give you any kind of an answer so that they stop the torture. So they're not giving correct information. We could have many more people hurt because we go in the wrong direction based on a tip. And in the meantime, we get hit because we were looking over there based on some information we got on a guy we were torturing. And he told us this lie because he wanted it to stop.
Well, that's hypothetical, too, now.
Well, right. That's the point.
Well, plus, if they get other guys...
make up all these stories.
If they get other guys in a plot, like if he says, hey, so-and-so is here, and they got all these guys in Germany and stuff, if it does lead to arrests and they find bomb-making equipment, then they know they got the wrong information. Because I think they just want to get the right information. I think if they find it's working and they're getting stuff, they do it. But I find if it's completely ineffective, why would they do it?
Oh well, first of all, most soldiers will tell you, most people will tell you that are involved in it, that certainly 90% of the time it doesn't work, and there's been no contradiction to that. It's a separate question from did it work with this one guy. But generally, they say it doesn't work. They don't get any new information. Secondly, if most of the terrorists you capture, they don't know anything. In fact, the 19 guys here, they didn't know each other, except the few that were, like the 4 that were on one plane or something. But because they don't give that kind of information
any
out.
conspiracy, though, it starts with you got to talk to somebody. Like, if you pick up a low-level drug dealer, he doesn't know the guy that's the cocaine's coming from. But you do follow up the chain. It's a job.
But the thing about terrorism is you don't exactly know what the chain is. They don't he has 3 stars and he has 4 stars. And he has see, that's the whole concept. It's not like fighting a military where you know exactly who you're getting.
Yeah, it's a tricky situation.
You got a bunch of ne'er-do-wells that don't know what the rest of the plan is.
You just use the N-word.
They're going to get this money. They're going to go to heaven if they do this particular job. But you're not going to get them in, they have the secret plan of what's going on.
That was the point. That was exactly why I said no foot soldiers and things like that. But you said we make exceptions to these few guys. I'm only talking about the few guys, like the guys at the top of the chain who we knew he was, that know.
Let's start off by saying we're not going to torture. Now, if you get Osama bin Laden. Okay. Let's say you got him. Let them have that discussion then when they get him. So I just say let's start off with the policy: we don't torture. Period. Now, we don't know what extreme situations will come out where you do act differently, but to start off by saying, okay, because I'm telling you, if you say torture's permitted in these 5 instances, someone's going to stretch that, and suddenly it'll be 6, and some it'll be 7. You give people power, ultimately they abuse it.
But we're saying in a way that we should be dishonest. It's almost like the Patriot Act or something like that, where there are parts of it that are great, but when people say, well, what if it's used for this? And if it's perverted, and if it's misused, then it should absolutely be dealt with harshly if it's misused.
I believe if someone tortures someone, they should be punished, yes.
But if it's a guy like on that level, say, and let's just say it does lead to information.
But you're assuming that they're going to get some good information out of the guy, and there's no evidence of that. In fact, all this argument, for example, the terrorist attack that was supposed to happen in L.A., remember?
Yes.
And you hear on, like Fox News or whatever, they come on and they say, see, from waterboarding, we got that information. Well, it turned out now that wasn't true, that they had gotten the information about a year ahead of time on what was supposed to happen at L.A. So there may have been some confirmation with that, but they actually had the plans, knew about it ahead of time. So all this stuff we kept being told is purely political. The people involved tell you, and they're the experts, it doesn't work. The people involved tell you that. It was the politicians sitting, around the White House or whatever. They're the ones that said, let's do it, because they've seen all these John Wayne movies, and we're going to be macho tough, and we'll beat it out of them.
I don't think
that's true. No, Jerry's right.
Life.
He's right, because it didn't work in the torture on Rambo 2.
Yes.
He's like, Murdoch, I'm coming to get you.
Murdoch, I'm coming to get you.
They
didn't get any info. He didn't get any info.
Walking the streets? See?
Yeah.
You know what I'm into? To make sure the guy's telling the truth, pinky promise. You make him pinky promise.
Right.
But you don't twist the pinky too hard.
Yeah.
And that will guarantee that what he's saying is true.
And I'm with you on that one.
All right. Let's agree on that.
We got to stand for something in this country, right, Jerry?
Pink.
Stand for something in this country.
That's the pink answer to it.
Pinky promise. It's kind of, I like getting into a little different discussion than just the
Who
show
knew Jerry
or
had a
anything
brain?
else.
This is
He was a
awesome.
mayor. Jerry was a mayor of Cincinnati.
I'm kidding, Jerry.
He paid for a hooker with a check, but, we'll...
I've done that actually many times, Jerry.
You have? Jim, you have?
Credit was good.
Yeah.
I understand.
40 years ago.
I know. You know what?
It's okay.
You know what, though? In 40 years, God willing, if I'm still around, every fucking story will be, you remember the sex in the church, idiot. Here he is.
Yeah.
Those things tend to follow you,
Jerry, we have a Jim over here plays with hookers with a check. Can you give him some advice?
I have many
He's
times.
still doing
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
He's an idiot.
And he makes a lot of cash.
Always post-dated.
What else are you going to say? I fucking love Jerry. God.
Jesus Christ.
Doing Chicago.
Chicago, the musical.
What can I say about
the
that?
musical.
You
Jerry
guys got
Springer.
a campaign to get me back on America's Got Talent.
What? So you don't have
Yeah.
that gig anymore, Jerry? What the fuck? Who
I'm
they
back
got
on
in your
there, that's
place?
it.
Who do we have to beat up?
No, don't beat him up. He's a nice guy.
You just tell us.
No, they
we'll have
wanted
him
to
beat
go.
up.
No, Simon wanted to go someone younger and better looking. And let's
Christ.
be honest,
Who
Nick
did they-
Cannon is younger and better looking.
stop
Kenny,
it.
beat up Nick Cannon for Jerry Springer. We'll get that done today, Jerry.
Wreck that face.
Yeah, wreck that
Like
face.
Fight
You'll be
Club.
back,
He ain't
Jerry.
pretty no more.
Jerry
Like
says
the-
we got to wreck that
like
guy's
the blonde
face.
in Fight Club.
Jerry said,
Hey,
do you want back on the show or not, Jerry? You came for our help.
Yeah.
You came for our help, and we're going to help you.
No, but someday we may ask you for a favor.
That's right,
Or
Jerry.
you may.
Hey, you come and talk to me.
What do you think of Susan Boyle? I'm sure you're following that storyline for Britain's Got Talent.
I think it's a great story.
Do you really?
Yeah.
A little.
Well, here's the thing.
Spinster.
It's a great story. If she was gorgeous, I don't know that we'd be talking so much about her singing. Of
course
it was very good.
It's amazing someone ugly can sing.
Well, it's
That's basically what we've been saying.
Stereotype,
Right.
Beyonce.
Human beings.
But look, when you think of it honestly, it's funny you said, but there are no stereotypes. Opera singers are a bunch of big fatzos. It's like we're used to seeing unpleasant people do good things, but there was something about her where she's a great window into how shallow we are, that we just looked at her and thought, this ugly motherfucker has no redeeming value whatsoever.
Right. She's a waste of a complete waste of space. And oh my God, listen to that voice of an angel.
It is amazing. There was nothing moving about it, although she is very good. But it was like it's an insight into how ugly our fucking view of people is.
Yeah.
Did you see the face transplant lady?
And Jim was the first one to make fun of her.
Yeah.
Yes, I did immediately. Of course, before she got to the studio, I was shitting on her. But she's a good singer. You got to give her credit.
Yeah,
She's very good.
Exactly.
Face transplant lady, Jerry? You want her on the show?
No.
No, that's more.
Well, 'cause that's too serious.
That's more Maury.
Yeah,
That's more Maury. Sit there and go, let me tell you.
If
you
someone's
are
really going to go, then no, our show has got to be silly. And it's got to be where you can have fun and not feel like you're hurting someone.
Maury would sit her down and go, let me tell you something. You are a special, special gal. And I think you're beautiful. Everybody, what do you think? And meanwhile, he'd just be like, all right, commercial, get this fat head out of here. Get this lunkhead off of my stage.
After that speech, he would march out all the really hot models with really gorgeous
now
faces.
Let's bring, is it a he or a she? Come on. Bam, 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 bam.
Yes. Get this human cockhead away from me.
Oh, God, Jimmy.
All right, so we got to have someone beat up for Jerry Springer.
Yeah, well, all right, Jerry, we'll break some legs for you.
No problem there, Jerry.
We'll get you back on the show.
We got the Chicago thing for you. We got
Chicago in London.
Billy Flynn, that's
There's
cool.
nothing you got to promote.
That's
Why not?
There's nothing you
It's
got.
fun talking to you guys.
That's it.
Yeah.
I like when Jerry comes in,
I like
you know?
the serious Jerry.
Yeah, we just talk about whatever the fuck pops up. It's great.
And
I love
Jerry's-
having you in, Jerry.
Jerry's on 11 in the morning on CW weekdays.
You ever admit to the porn star thing in '98 there, Jerry?
No.
Never admitted.
No, one of those things that is out there.
No, because frankly, I don't think I am a porn star.
Jerry's skeletons are all out in front of the closet door. They're all spilt right out
But
there.
I've been working out, so you don't see the skeleton.
Jerry's skeletons are charitable donations. Helped an old lady across the street once. Some nice shit.
Ew, I heard he was a nice guy. No, don't put my image. Yeah, screw that. I got to headbutt somebody.
Oh, yeah. What's that about?
He's got a little bit of a problem.
I think
Kiefer
Jerry
Sutherland, huh?
Yeah, anger management.
Yeah,
I think Jerry survived his waterboarding, and we should let him go now.
Yeah.
We're going to let you go.
I think we got actually,
yeah, we got to
take a break.
You
Jerry,
guys are the best.
Anytime, man. And you're going to be.
You've always been great to me.
You're going to
Thank
be
you.
closer than Chicago, so I mean the city, not the play.
Oh, well, that's exactly true. Yeah.
So, any more trips you can make down here? You're more than welcome.
And your studio is beautiful.
Oh, great! Yeah. What was? Yeah, we sure didn't need that huge one we had last time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fun of us.
Thank you, Mr. Springer.
I think that Twisted F just made fun of us.
You brought up the porn star thing.
Yeah, well,
anything we get.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
yeah, that's what he turned heel on us.
He turned heel, yeah.
Made fun of your studio, huh? I'll get you, huh?
I think Jerry can scrap when he has to.
See, that's when Jerry. That's how Jerry tortures.
Yeah, you know.
Take it easy.
Thank you, Jerry. It's a pleasure. Jerry Springer, everyone. I think we're going to take a quick break and then wrap up the show.
Yeah, we'll
Florentine's been great for us today.
I know.
We got to make sure people go see it. Manhattan Comedy Club tomorrow and Saturday.
Middletown, New York.
Yeah.
I gave you my spot next to Jerry, my spot. Didn't I give you my Best of Jerry albums? I live in a hovel. Love that movie.
This is the dopey comedy club that we have a problem with, and I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because they're called the Manhattan Comedy Club, but they're not in Manhattan. Confusing the fuck out of everybody.
Oh, shit.
Where's Middletown?
It's like a guy I knew named
upstate.
Tex.
All right.
It's from Ohio.
It's like an hour from Poughkeepsie, yeah, but it's a comedian, a friend of ours, Rich Franchese, that
I'm
runs
not
it.
saying that it's a bit, but he's got to change the name.
I think he puts it there because then people like that live out in the upstate
Then
go,
they
Manhattan,
understand.
we feel like we're in Manhattan.
Okay.
Oh, okay, because you're going to get Manhattan comics.
I'll tell you why I said what I said, and I know that the guy's cool and all that, but I was thinking the whole time Manhattan Comedy Club in Manhattan.
Yeah.
So I messed up your plugs a little bit.
He originally
Middletown,
tried
New York.
at Staten Island Comedy Club. That went nowhere. So Manhattan, but anytime you mention New York and comedy, it does give people like a really weird connection. But I will be honest, like I know Rich well. I originally thought that it was in Manhattan too.
Thank you. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm sure he runs a good joint, but now I know when someone comes in to promote Manhattan Comedy Club, I got to remind them it's in Middletown, New York.
There's one in Florida, right? In Boca.
It's
a
called
New York,
Manhattan
New
Comedy
York,
Club?
No, it's called New York Comedy Club.
Well, but you're not in New York. You're in Boca.
Well,
Why not
everyone
the
in
Boca
Boca's from
Comedy
New
Club?
York. I know. I don't. You know.
Whatever. They do what they do. All right.
Supposedly, if you're from New York, then it means you're getting good comedians, so they kind of do that whole thing. Just like the Boston Comedy Club in the Village was there for years, and it was all like supposedly going to be Boston comics that hang out there, and it wasn't. So
I got a piss. I'm going to piss my pants.
Look at that.
I don't care.
I'm just all confused. All right, Florentine, Manhattan Comedy Club, Middletown. See, Middletown, New York, tomorrow and Saturday. JimFlorentine.com. We're doing a live read first. We got to talk about teddy bears there, Jim.
Little teddy bear.
You like teddy bears, Jim Florentine?
Yeah, I like
Vermont
depends
teddy
how
bears?
old the girls you're dating,
Well, for mom, you got a mom still?
Yeah, but she's more in the religious stuff. Unless they got like teddy bear's got a cross, maybe.
Oh, really?
I wonder if they do.
I'm running out of.
They don't like when we make up bears, but I'm just wondering if they do have one of those type of bears. I don't know. What are you going to get your mom?
You know what? I ran out of every religious thing, like every picture
That's
of Jesus.
all she wants? That's
pretty
like,
much.
That's grandma shit, not mom shit.
I know, no, but she likes that. So it's
I used to have to go into there was a religious store on 110 Ant.
Yeah.
I
remember that. Yeah.
South of the Walt Whitman Mall. And every Christmas I had to go in there and get really depressed because it's like I don't know. They don't know how to jazz up that religious stuff.
No, well, when I went overseas to perform for the troops, I was in Afghanistan and Kyrgyzstan, so I picked up some religious stuff over there with that writing on it, so I got some unique stuff.
You got real stuff.
I need him to
That's the
reappear,
real deal.
Jesus, to come back so someone can snap some pictures of him, and then I can give her some pictures.
that's
Somebody's
real
going to get him on a cell phone, you know what I mean? Walking through the mall.
You know something? No one ever thought of that one where Jesus does come back, and you always think it's going to be this big holy event or something. It's just going to be somebody snapping the cell phone and go, look, I got him.
Yeah.
I got him.
It's me and Jesus, arm around him, thumb up.
All right, so you're going to get some Jesus stuff for your mom. The rest of the people out there might be getting their moms a teddy bear from the Vermont Teddy Bear Company. They do this Beargram thing. along with a free card and candy treat for Mom. Imagine your mom or wife's reaction when she opens that famous box and they got the air holes so the little fella could breathe, even though it's not alive. And sees the beautiful bear looking back at her that you personalized just for her. We've used the Vermont Teddy Bear Company over the years. Very, very happy with the results. They got nurse bears, teacher bears, businesswoman bears, the cowgirl. If your mom likes to cook, they got a cooking bear type thing, or if she likes to work out, a workout bear. If she's into the gardening, a garden bear. See what they do?
I see that's
it's all
a
about
trend
personalizing
here.
the bears for Mom this Mother's Day. So send your mom a beargram for Mother's Day, and they got the mother and cub set. That's a big one this year. Basically, bear for Mom, and then if for the kids, you got a cub bear with their name on it.
Adorable.
Perfect, right? Mom only gets one day of the year. That's all about her. So this Mother's Day, give her the gift she'll love forever. She deserves a Vermont Teddy Bear hug. Overnight delivery to her home or office guaranteed. Call 1-800-829-BEAR or shop online at vermontteddybear.com. 1-800-829-BEAR. If you use the website or give them a call, make sure you tell them that Opie and Anthony sent you. vermontteddybear.com.